Duke, North Carolina in that massive matchup on Saturday. The ACC showdown between those two rivals. Joe Ovies from 99.9 The Fan, WRAL. What if Carolina beats Coach K to end his career?
If Carolina wins on Saturday, I don't think it matters what happens on Monday in the championship game, unless it's Kansas that they see on the other side, which is entirely possible, and that opens up another Roy Williams part of this conversation. There's all sorts of storylines here. But the reason why I think it won't matter for Carolina going forward is because you've not only ruined Mike Krzyzewski's final game at Cameron Indoor Stadium with 96 of his former players watching on and that awkward post-game ceremony and everything else, but then you literally ended his career. Like, that's it. That was his last game, and he lost to you in the biggest stage in New Orleans.
Tar Heels, spoiled Coach K's senior night, now have the chance to send him into retirement from the Final Four, no less. It's Tuesday, March 29th. Born on this day in 1867, Cy Young, 155 years ago today. Baseball opening day, of course, just over a week away. But before we get there, we have the Final Four. Former Tar Heel Brendan Haywood is here this morning, a couple of hours from now, 8 o'clock Eastern on Key, Jay, and Max. I'm Jay Reynolds, back tomorrow with SportsCenter all night. It's ESPN Radio.
Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max starts next at 6 Eastern on ESPN Radio and ESPN News.
Progressive Snapshot can save you money based on how you drive and how much you drive. So the safer you drive, the more money you could save. Now, if you didn't hear that because you were laying on the horn while driving, let me say it again. Are you a race car driver? Because if you are, you're in the wrong car and you took a wrong turn off the track a while ago. And all those cars you're trying to pass all save money with Progressive Snapshot, while you probably don't. So who's really winning? And if you did hear it the first time, nice work. You'd love Snapshot from Progressive because it rewards safe drivers. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Snapshot not available in California and North Carolina or from all agents.
Hello, Discover here to explain our cash back match. Here's how it works. We give you cash back for using your Discover card on the things you were going to buy anyway. Then we match that cash back in your first year. And that's why we call it Cashback Match. Now to recap and say cashback one more time. We match all the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year automatically. Discover. Exceptionally common sense. Learn more at discover.com/match. Limitations apply.
It's Ford Truck Month. Now's the time to get a great deal on the only trucks built Ford tough. Work or play, get after it in a new Ford F-150 or Super Duty truck. Get a Ford Maverick or get after any adventure in a Ford Ranger pickup. Take advantage of our best offers on the full Ford lineup of trucks. But you better get going. These deals won't last. Get to Ford Truck Month. Maverick has limited availability. See dealer for inventory stock.
Hey, are you tired of dealing with your old drafty windows and doors? Well, it's time you go Guida. Yes, my good friends at Guida Door and Window. They're going to help make your window and door replacement project more affordable with their buy one, get one half off sale. That's right. For every door or window you buy, you'll get the second one at 50% off, and you can mix and match these savings to suit your own needs. Buy an entry door, get half off a storm door. Buy a patio door, get 50% off a window. Need to replace all the windows and doors in your house? Then you'll save 50% on half of your project. It's simple. The more you need, the more you save. Plus, Guida will make it easy for you to afford your project with no money down, interest-free financing for up to 18 months. Act now. This offer is for a limited time. Restrictions apply. For details, call Guida today. Schedule a free no-obligation in-home estimate. The number's 1-877-GO-GUIDA. Or check them out online at GoGuida.com. That's go, GUIDA.com.
HVAC contractors and techs. Want to be sure the system you're repairing or installing is running efficiently? Then test it with Testo. Heating, cooling, air quality, electrical, and more. If it can be measured, it should be measured with precision with Testo instrumentation. Testo is a world leader, headquartered right here in Westchester, Pennsylvania. For accurate results, ask for Testo by name. To see Testo's full line of measurement instruments, products, and job site solutions, visit Testo.com. That's Testo.com. Testo, be sure.
Hi, I'm Dr. Gordon Christensen, and if you're a dentist as I am, or you know a dentist, please take a moment to listen. When I became a dentist, I learned how quickly poor oral health can lead to other serious health problems. And for people without access to care, these problems can spiral very quickly. I wanted to help, but I wasn't sure how I could until I joined Dental Lifeline Network. It's a nonprofit that has helped us literally change the lives of people in our communities. DLN asked dentists to volunteer to see just one of the many patients in need in your area. It's very simple. DLN screens those in need and coordinates an initial appointment that takes place in the comfort of the dentist's own office and on their schedule. Right now, there's a wait list for patients in need in your community. I'm asking fellow dentists who will join me in seeing one patient per year.
Learn more about Dental Lifeline Network at willyouseeone.org. That's willyouseeone.org.
WPEN, Burlington, Philadelphia, a Beasley Media Group station. Home of 76ers basketball and Flyers hockey.
Plug in.
97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Good morning. Thought I'd help you wake up.
It's 6 a.m. and you're listening to The John Kincade Show on 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Let the party begin!
The show starts now.
The show starts now. John Kincade Show on The Fanatic. A Tuesday morning. My least favorite day of the week is going to be a fun day today. The Tuesday is going to be great. And we look forward to having you hang out with us all day long. Bradford White Water Heaters are here for the pro, and we appreciate Bradford White for bringing you the 6 o'clock hour of the John Kincade Show on this Tuesday. And this will be, I got great news for Jamie. This will be the coldest day that we will wake up to probably in 6 months.
Oh, love it.
So that's good.
I still got the flip-flops on.
Yeah, you got the flip-flops.
I'm not going back. Once they come out.
So once you go out with the flip-flops,
yeah,
it's flip-flop season.
Yeah.
And then once.
For like 7 months.
So it's it, no matter what happens.
Basically.
No matter what happens at all. Pat, ski cap season. When does ski cap season end?
Should have ended 2 weeks ago.
I'm going to say it's terrible.
But I'm not a psychopath, and when it's 25 degrees outside, it comes back on.
Do not sell yourself short, Pat.
That's a good point.
You are quite the psychopath.
Yeah, I'm a weirdo.
But speaking of psychopaths, Coach wants you to know, did you know it cost about 11 cents to produce a nickel? Composed of copper-nickel, which is 75% copper and 25% nickel.
Seems like a bad business model.
When do we get?
Yeah, it doesn't seem good. Somebody should have figured this out earlier.
You know, our children are going to be in a world where there's no coins.
Yeah.
Where there's no dollar bills and
everything will be tap or fingerprint.
Like there's going to be no dollar bills. There's going to be no cash.
The chip in our
cars are going to be flying.
Yeah.
Well, no. We're not getting the flying cars.
The chip in our neck from Lord Bezos will probably just scan.
Why
something.
don't we have flying cars yet?
I don't understand why.
I mean, the Jetsons had it when I was a little kid, yeah, and they called it like the 1970s.
No, I believe it wasn't. One of the shows was 2023.
George should have been. No, George Jetson. They've calculated should have been born in 2022.
Is that right? Okay.
So George Jetson was supposed to be born because they say when he has his 35th birthday or whatever, they did the age. So they're like, okay, so he was born in right now.
Okay.
So somewhere George Jetson's been born. He's going to have flying cars, and we're not.
Well, so
I want a flying car.
Yeah, so do I. It would make things so much easier, wouldn't it?
I would love a flying car. I would really enjoy it.
I don't know. I don't know about
There's
that.
more space up there than there is down on the ground.
Well, but I feel like it's more dangerous up there.
Yeah.
Well, it is more dangerous.
Yeah, people can't drive on the road.
But there's more space, Pat.
I don't want to run out of gas up there.
Well, I think you'd be running out of electric, right?
I don't know, man. I'm not Elon Musk.
Okay. I always thought you were.
No,
you could have been.
Surprisingly not.
All right, let's get this day started with this. The James Harden debut was supposed to transform the Sixers. In some ways, I think it has. In other ways, you be the judge. Here are the numbers before and after Harden's debut. Okay, so I didn't take it from the trade because James had his Houston vacation, then the All-Star break. So we're talking about when Harden actually debuted. The Sixers record before Harden was .603 winning percentage. They were 35-23, and they were the 3 seed. After the Harden trade and his debut, the Sixers are 11-5, a .687 winning percentage. They're better. Now, yesterday they were a 4 seed. Today they're a 2 seed. So it's really strange how this bounces around. But the Sixers are clearly a better team. .687 winning percentage to .603 is clearly better. So they're better. They're better in the win column. They're also better offensively. They've been a better offensive club since James Harden arrived. What they aren't better at? Defensively. And they have slipped defensively, almost to the point of like 3 points a game. I think anyone suggesting the Sixers aren't better with Harden on this roster, to me, makes no sense. And I still hear people calling various shows on our station and saying, I don't like that deal, I can't get it. I think it's very clear the Sixers are better with Harden. The whole roster may not be better with Harden because of what you gave up, but this team's better. But the team defense slipping so much since Harden started playing, I wonder what means more, tired stars or ineffective defense in a playoff series? Because tired always seems to be the issue. But defensively, I worry about that. What's more important, Bob, being able to score the basketball in a playoff series or being able to defend because there has been slippage? It's the only thing that's slipped since Harden. So if anybody wants to poke at Harden trade and go, this is where it's bad, it's the only thing they got to lean on is defensively. This team is considerably, I think it's considerably different defensively.
Yeah, but there's reasons also for that if you want to dive deeper there. Without diving into all these numbers, I'll bet you the Sixers are getting more shots per game than they were before Harden got here.
I guarantee you.
So that leads to more possessions for the other team, which leads to more scoring for the other team. So is that necessarily good defense, bad defense? On the cover of it, yeah, James Harden isn't a great defender. We all know that. As I've been saying, Matisse Thybulle, I need his defense to get tightened up a little bit. Do you depend too much on Joel Embiid? Joel Embiid isn't trying to block shots in the first half because he knows he can't get in foul trouble. Then you go to that second unit and with DeAndre Jordan in there, they're not, many times they're not a plus. It's a minus when they're in there. So, yeah, there is all that. My thing with this team is when you need stops, can you get them? When you absolutely need to play good defense, can you at all? Because I see too much easiness for other teams when it comes to playing the offensive side of the ball. And that can't happen. So when you have to turn it up, whatever it may be, does Doc Rivers go zone? Does he like some things in different areas? The zone didn't look good the other night against Phoenix.
But I'm glad
I don't know if he can find it,
though.
Me too. Tobias Harris can't play.
No, he can't.
I watched, and we're going to get into this later, I rewatched a lot of that game yesterday afternoon, and, yeah, there was some definite deficiencies, and it was almost like a high school game, and you're throwing a kid out there to play zone for the first time ever. That's kind of what Tobias Harris looked like a little bit.
Jamie, I don't understand why when things are over, I try to say it to my daughter. When something's done, let's just deal with the ramifications of it's done. We can't go back and trade. The people that are still trying to litigate that, they shouldn't have traded for James Harden. I don't know what they're watching. You're better with James Harden.
Oh, absolutely.
The entire team may not, roster top to bottom may be a little thinner, but you're better with. I feel better about their chances having James Harden on the team.
Absolutely. I think a big part of the defensive decline is what Bob said. DeAndre Jordan's just a sieve out there when he's on the court. It's pretty brutal. It's worse than I thought it was going to be.
Those 8 minutes are hurting you, though.
Yeah, they are. No doubt about it. I don't look. It might be recency bias, but what I saw last year with 3 of the top 10 defenders in the world, I want offense every day of the week. And the numbers that they're putting together on the court are eye-poppingly good. So I lean more because, I
lean your mom.
Yeah, I lean the positive way. And to me, when they're playing 42 minutes a game in the playoffs, I think that's pretty damn good. And
Will they hold up playing 42?
It's a great question.
Because they're always tired.
It's a great question.
We're always hearing they're tired.
I mean, there's got to be a next gear for the playoffs. There's got to be. That's what makes champions.
But I mean, if you're tired in the regular season, though, you're going to be tired in the playoffs, right?
Everybody's tired. I mean,
there's got to be a fifth gear, and I think they'll get there.
Yeah, you guys bring up a great point. That's something that's been in my mind. Can Harden get to that next one? Because I don't know right now if he's revving up. I don't know right now if that's all he has to give, being the hamstring or whatever age, whatever it may be. Yeah. Could it be that he's figuring out this team?
I think he lost a step.
Yeah, it's funny. Watching the game the other night, John and James, he took like 2 extra dribbles that I said to myself, he wouldn't have done that in the playoffs. Like, it was like a guy's open. You know how you throw a pass before a guy's open that we talk about all the time?
The anticipation.
James Harden does it great. He does it so well. And there was 2 or 3 times during the game where I saw him, and I think he said, okay, in the playoffs I have that. And then he looked elsewhere. And it was like, okay, how's the team going to react if that's covered in the playoff? Maybe I'm overthinking it. Maybe he's overthinking it. Maybe we're on the same page. But I do think there's a little bit of trial and error going on with James Harden right now.
Pat, are you feeling any kind of the buyer's remorse? Like, it seems like there's a lot of people who are doubting that because of some other little deficiencies that have happened, they'd almost like think they want to roll it back to what they had before. Good.
No, I think
good. We're unanimous.
I don't think anyone projected the buyout market to be what it was. And I think that they along with myself, thought that they would hit on some buyout market candidates, meaning like guards to replace Seth Curry. So I'm not going to sit here and run it back with the group that they had.
Correct.
They basically lost one starter and one backup, and the starter really was, Seth Curry versus James Harden. Who are you picking? It's pretty simple. So I don't know if they're a championship candidate because of the fact that they just don't have a lot of depth, but that doesn't mean that I'm walking it back because of the fact that I know the buyout market sucked. That makes no sense.
I do wonder whether, and I love that Daryl Morey went and made the bold move and got him, but I do wonder whether Daryl Morey miscalculated had a misread on what the buyout market was going to be.
I don't.
I think
I don't wonder it at all. I believe it. I'm totally convinced.
Swing and a miss and the ball game's over.
The thing is, though, I'm not sure. The one thing I always say is the used to have the sign in my office, don't come with a problem unless you come with a solution. I don't know what the solution would have been because if he wanted to get James Harden, he had to pay what the cost was.
Yeah.
So I don't know what you can do.
I do it 10 out of 10 times, 365 days a year.
I'm sitting in his chair, even knowing what I know now about the buyout market, I make that deal.
It's a no-brainer.
Yeah, and I wonder if maybe they had or they thought they had somebody else in something like Gordon Dragic. Maybe they had him on the board and like, all right, we got him, and then all of a sudden it was like, oh, shoot, Steve Nash got him? Damn, maybe they were in talks. Maybe they thought that was a done deal. And if they had gotten Gordon Dragic, I think, would be in a totally different spot right now of how we feel about this team.
I think they believed the player was Dwight Howard. Something tells me that
would have been a mistake, too. Yes, is that an upgrade from DeAndre Jordan? Sure.
It's a
but
huge
an 8-minute, but an 8-minute to 10-minute night guy on a playoff team isn't making that much of a difference.
Yeah, but the thing is, though, I think they thought he was going to come clean. I thought they thought he might have come clean now. And now LeBron's it appears going to maybe shut it down again.
Yeah.
Shocking. Who shuts down bad seasons more?
His ankle's
LeBron
really
or Coach
bad.
LeBron or Coach K? when they're having a bad season. I mean, it's one of the two of them.
To our DeAndre Jordan discussion, Austin Krell put this out last night. Teams are shooting 73.6% at the rim when DeAndre Jordan is in the game. 74%
That's
almost.
terrible. I could do that. It would be a lot higher, though.
God.
Hey, Staples stores are a new world of possible. You get innovative tools for small business, remote workers, and learners. You can explore more at your local Staples store or visit staplesconnect.com. Tonight on The Fanatic, the Bucks and the Sixers. A critical game. We'll be talking about it all morning as the Sixers wake up this morning. 3 days in a row, the Sixers have woken up in a different position in the Eastern Conference, and they've only played once. So they woke up in first Sunday, they woke up in fourth on Monday, and they wake up today in second. So they're bouncing around. So just stick with it. Bucks Sixers tonight. We'll have plenty of that. What could be a playoff preview coming up a little bit later on in the show. Plus, Bob's first clue of the morning comes your way 20 minutes past the hour. Your chance to qualify to win a trip to Las Vegas by playing in our game show next week. We've got 4 seats left. And those 4 seats will be filled. Bob will have one of them today. You got to be listening for clues 20 minutes past every hour. So Nick Castellanos and the Phillies lineup.
Whoa.
I loved.
Bob.
I
turned on.
I got to tell you this.
Bob's horny for baseball.
It was so damn cold yesterday.
Was it?
And Tom McCarthy kept talking about, man, it's a beautiful day at the ballpark. And boy, it's sunshine and breezy and all this stuff. And I'm like, okay, so I text McCarthy and I'm like, it's 22 degrees wind chill in Westchester with snow coming down in the front yard. I said, you're killing everybody back home with that. But it was fun.
How about that?
How about that? How about watching baseball there's nothing better than knowing baseball's around the corner and just on the television. That was fun yesterday.
I told Jamie I watched like 6 innings of that game.
I did. I watched around 6,
and I couldn't. I couldn't take myself. I had things that I had to do, and I'm doing them during the commercials.
Yes.
And I'm thinking to myself, my God, what are you doing? But this lineup and is just so, I don't know, addicting, so interesting, however you want to label it, that it's like hitter after hitter after hitter after hitter. You're like, oh, yeah, oh, cool. He's coming up now. Great. And they look good. They look like what they should have looked like yesterday and what we anticipate them looking like. And this might be a really, really fun season.
And that's the one thing that I look at, Bob, is that you just said there. They look like I'm sitting there exploring what was that noise? I explore what was the.
Oh, I thought my mic was off.
Oh, I didn't realize that. I explore what might be the lineup, what might be. It's so much fun to watch this team. There's the potential of this team.
I mean, you could have Gene Segura, who is a very, very professional hitter, hitting 6th in this lineup. A 300 hitter, a good doubles guy, like a very good professional hitter. It might be your 6-hole hitter. And you might have one of these young guys. Bryson Stott hitting really well. Mickey Moniak, we'll see. We know all about those guys. But if Bryson Stott comes out of spring training hitting as well as he's been this year, comes up with the big team, I don't know, maybe you have a little something fun there too with no pressure.
Prepare yourself.
No pressure at all.
I had a Mickey Moniak conspiracy theory enter my brain last night.
What's that?
Odubel's out with an oblique, right?
Yeah.
Would you say golf is probably not a good idea with a strained oblique?
It's probably the worst idea.
Probably the worst.
He posted a video yesterday on Instagram of him laying into one off the tee box.
Is that right? I
Wait
didn't
a minute.
see that.
Was it an old tee shot?
Why would you do that?
No.
Let me double check, but
check and see if it's an old
that's
tee
a
shot.
weird thing, right?
That's a stupid thing to be posting if you're out. By the way, if you're out from work, don't be telling me you're golfing.
So maybe they want Moniak to take that job. I don't know. That's weird.
The one thing I'm going to say to you is that somebody very well connected said to me, "Prepare, Bryson Stott."
Oh, I'm ready.
But they're
I'm ready to be hurt again.
Yeah, but they're like, don't prepare for opening day.
No, I wouldn't think so. As
it's
soon
not
as
good business. It's not good business at all.
What is it? The Super 2
rush.
he can gain
May
in
1st?
May
Or May 15th.
early May.
It's something like it's 6 weeks, I believe.
So I think he'll be up
something
then.
like that.
But he might be up early
Pat,
if he continues this way.
I don't know that they would do that, but Pat, how you feeling on that? So do you?
Bohm is falling out of favor.
Yeah, no, I'm like Jamie. I'm ready to get hurt again. The worst thing about the Bryson Stott stuff for me is the fact that they're talking about playing him at third. Like, how many times are we going to bring up a top position prospect and play him at the position he doesn't play?
Yeah, right.
Okay, you realize though you can't get. They could put Didi Gregorius out on the front lawn, and there isn't a team coming by to pick him up.
You do realize that it'd be really difficult for Didi to be worse than he was last year.
I do.
We're all chalking last year up to the norm, and it's not.
Well, he chalked it up to the vaccine.
Whatever he chalked it up to,
which is still
what we saw
fascinating
last year,
to me.
He could potentially be a 25 to 30 home run guy.
And everybody's just acting like Didi Gregorius forgot how to play baseball.
No, but I'm saying is because that's why you can't play Bryson Stott.
Well, I understand, but
you
still,
were just saying that.
Then put him in AAA. But they're talking about him being the opening day third baseman. That's ridiculous.
Yeah,
he doesn't play third base.
I used to hear that he might have to play second because his arm wasn't good enough for short. And now we're talking about third
I remember
base.
hearing that.
That was Chase Utley, too. He was third baseman, and they moved him over to second, and he wound
And now
up
we're
getting
talking
it.
about opening day third baseman. I don't know what happened to Alec Bohm, but he is fallen out of favor quickly. It appears from everything I'm reading.
And some of the stories I read also, Jamie, like there is something deeper.
Yeah.
And they were even saying is it a bad attitude? Is it that he's not listening to coaches, which could be tied in together? I don't know what it is, but like somebody kind of painted a little smoke there. And you know what they say.
Well, Alec Bohm, too, I think didn't get helped by the thirst for this next guy is going to be the greatest guy, and our prospects are so great. And look at these guys. Oh, my gosh. And they don't give no one gets to breathe.
Well, in fairness.
And I don't want to see it happen to Stott, too, because no one gets to breathe.
But in fairness, I mean, he should have won Rookie of the Year.
Sure, he was right there in the mix. Absolutely.
He was a top 2 guy. He should have won.
Sure. I mean, he's right there in the mix. But, I mean, you got to breathe, though.
Well,
is that there was
a reason for it. It wasn't manufactured.
There's a lot of guys who can start out great and then it sort of falls apart.
Yeah, but how often do the Phillies have a Rookie of the Year candidate?
I got you.
Ryan Howard?
No, I got you.
J. Happ.
J. Happ?
Yeah.
Wow.
He should have won.
He should have won.
Yeah, he should have won.
Chris Coughlin won.
I mean, it's a once every 7-8 year thing. So
I got you.
There's a reason for excitement in the beginning.
Yeah, there is. But the thing is, it's the idea of letting a young baseball player breathe. There's no sport where guys can storm onto the scene and look like they're going to be the next great thing, and then baseball, the counter move where they figure you out, it comes down. I saw it with Hayward. I saw it with Frank Hoare. I saw it with where these guys are getting headlines on Sports Illustrated covers with the natural and everything, and then baseball adjusts to you, and then you have no adjustment. Alec Bohm has had no adjustment. Baseball adjusted to him.
Yeah, here's where I wish the patience thing would come in a little bit. He doesn't even have a full season of at-bats under his belt yet. And I understand the defensive problems. I do.
He's terrible.
But, if you're going to bring a guy up, is less than one season good enough to say, no, he's not worth it after he was almost Rookie of the Year? I'm okay. You had a great season. You had a bad season. Let it play out a little bit more.
Yeah, I don't think anything gets a chance, and I think that's one of the things. The Philly, Boston, New York, nothing gets to breathe, and no one gets to develop. It is either they are going to be the next greatest thing, or they're a huge disappointment. And I think that pressure, where there are places where you can go and have a little bit more time to breathe, because nobody cares as much. they get to have a little more time out of the spotlight.
You're like the fourth highest payroll in baseball here, so the pressure's up.
Pressure is up. It really is. Hey, remember, you're going to get qualified today. Someone's going to win the seventh seat, I should say, in our game show for next week to go to Las Vegas with us. We're talking you win round-trip airfare for two, a 3-night stay at Planet Hollywood Resort and Casino, and passes to 2 all-inclusive draft parties, courtesy of our friends at Philly Sports Trips, who just host a great, great time. We'll be out there for live shows the Thursday morning of the draft and the Friday after. Thanks to Philly Pretzel Factory, Iron Mountain Men's Health, BetParks.com, and Window Nation, our friends at Window Nation. So, Bob, clue number 1 that someone will want to jot down and put away in the memory bank.
Coach. Clue number 1.
I think I know what it is.
There you go. You thinking psychopath, Pat? Were you thinking
dead bodies?
Dead bodies.
Don't give it away, guys.
Coach was
Netflix special.
Coach was so kind though today. He brought me in an adapter, and I appreciate that, Coach.
That's how he lures you in.
Well, Apple has the new adapters where they every time they change the. So if you want something where you need one of the bigger adapters, they don't work.
Do you know they've made over $6 billion in profit last year from
selling adapters,
not including it in the phones? And but it's also environmentally great, so they're lauded on that front.
Yeah, I'm sure Tim Cook really cares about the environment.
The adapters.
Think about how many less batteries you're putting out.
The adapters are fine that they give you, but now they change up the size of the adapter for every one.
$6 billion wasn't enough last year,
so they got to make the new adapter. So I was like, I got my Fitbit broke, so I had to get a new Fitbit. And so I get one, and I'm like, wait a minute, it fits the old size adapter, the gigantic one, and Coach had one for me. So Coach is kind. Wow. So just so you know that about Coach, he's kind. No, you offered it yesterday, and you remembered. A lot of people offer and then don't remember. And I tend to be a not remember.
I went to Coach this morning for a Band-Aid.
And he had one?
No, but I have to laud him on this. He pulled out some kind of a kit that had everything but a Band-Aid.
He gave you his boo-boo bunny.
I mean, it was unbelievable, the stuff. He had a strap.
Duct tape.
It was like he had...
It was out of the trunk of his car.
Yeah, a thimble. He had a thimble. Yeah. It was. He had a shoehorn.
That's amazing.
It was a shoehorn he had in there. It was amazing. What are
you going to, let's make a deal?
Couldn't get me a damn Band-Aid, but he had everything else.
That's amazing. I know where to get you a Band-Aid.
I'm still bleeding. It's been about 36 hours, and I'm still bleeding. It won't stop.
Oh, my gosh. All right, coming up, there is a guy who appears to be in a contract dispute with his team, and he may be a solution for the Eagles. John Kincade Show, 97.5 The Fanatic. Get that BetParks app. We appreciate BetParks for being a part of our Vegas trip giveaway. BetParks PA and BetParks NJ. New Jersey and Pennsylvania, you both get the fun of Parks Casino. Go to BetParks.com. It's the only sportsbook and casino app that I recommend, and I love it because you get the casino and you get the sportsbook all in one app. You can toggle easily between them, And it's so sleek. It's so easy to use. And if you're a new user, so before the Final Four, before the big Sixers game tonight, $750 risk-free bet. Just put in the promo code Kincade. You can do that when you download the new app. You will absolutely love it. It's streamlined. It's fun. It's easy to use. It's got PayPal functionality and more. You know a Final Four is coming up this weekend, and everyone's going to be in on it. Are you? Get that BetParks app. Go to betparks.com and download it today. It is absolutely sleek, awesome, and fun. You got to be 21 and in Pennsylvania or in New Jersey. If you have a gambling problem, please call 1-800-GAMBLER.
The John Kincade Show.
Talking sense into people isn't really my thing. In fact, I'm better at the opposite.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia. Join Bob Cooney and Andrew Salchunas today at 6 for the 97.5 The Fanatic Sixers pregame show Beers with Bob edition at Green Parrot, 240 North Sycamore Street in Newtown. Before the Sixers take on Milwaukee, win great prizes like Play the Song shirts and Sixers tickets and enjoy $4 Corona premium drafts. More details on the events page on 97.5thefanatic.com.
History was made in League of Legends on March 20th as T1 recorded the first ever perfect regular season split in the League of Legends Champions Korea Conference. The Korean team went 18-0 across their regular season games, and more than 600,000 fans tuned in to watch T1 accomplish this incredible feat. A perfect season under their belt should have T1 poised to dominate in the playoffs, which will be kicking off March 23rd.
The latest esports and gaming news. Find it online at checkpointxp.com.
You could save big when you bundle your home and auto with Progressive, but when we just come out and say it, it feels like it falls a bit flat. So we're going to use humor. But we don't want to insult your intelligence, so nothing too goofy. And we need to avoid any polarizing topics. Oh, and it has to be about how you can save big when you bundle your home and auto with Progressive. You know what? Maybe humor is a bad idea. Yeah, it's never going to work. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Discount not available in all states or situations.
Making Moves is brought to you by LinkedIn Jobs.
In the 1974 preseason, Milwaukee Bucks center Kareem Abdul-Jabbar made it clear he wanted to move to a major city, specifically his hometown of New York City or Los Angeles. After a failed attempt by the New York Knicks, the Los Angeles Lakers and the Bucks agreed on a deal to send Kareem and his backup Walt Wesley to L.A. for 4 players. He went on to win 5 titles with the Lakers, as well as 3 regular season MVPs.
Build your winning team today. Go to linkedin.com/sports.
Every team is one conversation away from a trade that can make all the difference. The same is true for your business. That's why when you post a job for free, LinkedIn Jobs taps into a network of over 770 million professionals to find the right people for your role. LinkedIn Jobs helps you narrow down to only the most qualified candidates, which means you can start hiring the right people faster. Go to linkedin.com/sports to post your job for free. That's linkedin.com/sports. Terms and conditions apply.
Cutting the price of your wireless bill feels good. Really good. Actually, it feels great. You should try it out. So cut your bill by switching to Straight Talk Wireless. Now offering our $45 Silver Unlimited plan with 5 gigabytes of hotspot and nationwide 5G on America's largest, most dependable networks. The $45 Silver Unlimited plan from Straight Talk. Straight Talk Wireless. No contract, no compromise.
A month equals 30 days. See terms and conditions at straighttalk.com. 5G capable device required. Actual availability, coverage, and speed may vary.
Your first house. It looks a little different for everyone. For some, it's a place to gather. For others, a place to rest. And for others, it's a place that was a place to rest or gather until they built a stadium 2 blocks away, and now all you hear is a roaring crowd or someone asking if you're ready to rock. No, you are not ready to rock. But no matter where you call home, Geico makes it easy to bundle and save on home and car insurance. Easier than trying to drown out 40,000 people by speaking really loudly.
At Lowe's, every pro is an MVP to us, no matter how big or small your business is. Earn back when you spend, get exclusive offers, and paint rewards. It all adds up to help level up your business. Join Lowe's MVP's Pro Rewards and Partnership Program today. Minimum purchase required. Earnings and paint rewards awarded as Lowe's e-gift cards. Exclusions, restrictions, and more terms apply. Valid through 12/31/22. See Lowe's.com/L/Pro Loyalty terms. Subject to change. U.S. only.
Get in the zone. AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. Dashboard light problems? We can help. Our free Fix Finder service can read your check engine light, ABS light, and service indicator light. and give you possible solutions, verified by licensed technicians. You'll even get detailed results sent straight to your email so you have them when you need it most. It's the most complete free warning light report backed by technician-verified fixes. The free Fix Finder service, only at AutoZone.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
More details at AutoZone.com.
Meet Allison, teammate at Truist Bank. Hi. She was born to care, and she always had your back. You could say that. Like that time back in the mid-'80s when she spotted Stacy Kaminsky with her new perm, and a car was coming, about to hit a puddle. So Allison jumps in front of the splash, just in time to protect Stacy's fresh curls.
Look, I had to do it. A wet perm just doesn't work.
Today, Allison's a teammate at Truist, the bank that starts with care. When you start with care, you get a different kind of bank. Learn more at truist.com/care. Truist Bank, member FDIC.
Hey, it's Cuz. Listen up, you guys hard working out there. I got a game changer for you. Brunt Workwear. Growing like crazy, insanely comfortable, no BS work boots. They sell directly to hard working Americans like you without the 50% markup you get with other work boot brands. That means you get the best possible price without sacrificing comfort and quality. Check out bruntworkwear.com. Use the code Philly to get $10 off your first order. Again, use the code Philly at bruntworkwear.com. Brunt Workwear, the tools you wear.
AAA Distributor has in-stock kitchen, bath, and flooring products for all your remodeling needs. Located on Grant Avenue near the Northeast Philadelphia Airport, AAA Distributor is open to the public but offers wholesale prices. Pick up your kitchen today at AAA Distributor, AAAdistributor.com.
Hey Philly, Dunkin' has your back by making mobile ordering as easy as possible. They'll get you in, out, and on the go, so you'll be feeling good to go. Order through the Dunkin' app or pick up in-store or the drive-thru for a contactless experience. America runs on Dunkin'.
Listen to 97.5 The Fanatic everywhere. On Alexa at 975thefanatic.com, the Fanatic app, and now on Odyssey. Now, back to the John Kincade Show.
Are you a foxhole guy for the John Kincade Show? Then prove it. Tap the 97.5 The Fanatic app all morning long, before and after your commute.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
John Kincade Show on The Fanatic. Yeah, I think stand-up comedy is going to be dead. We're talking about that Oscars fiasco, and I'm like, okay, if people are not going to get slapped for making a joke, then I think stand-up comedy is going to be dead.
I think every comedian in the back of their mind when they stand up in front of a microphone know there's a line and an inherent risk of crossing that line.
Well, the award shows, though, they've made jokes in the past about people's sexual infidelity.
Sure.
They've made jokes about people's alcoholism. They've made jokes about people's drug usage. They made I mean, if you're what's in bounds and what's out of bounds is really sort of
depends on the subject, doesn't it?
We live in a different time today. Comedy's going to die.
I don't think so.
Going to? Oh no, it's dead.
I mean now, like this is right now.
What was the last great comedy movie you watched, Jamie?
Well, movie and comedy are different things.
Yeah, but comedy's struggling. The industry's struggling. How about this there's one of those whatever I can never keep track. Dateline, Netflix, I mean all those different shows that do the documentaries. There's one on the late night television. The percentage of political jokes that they made before 2000, before 2010, before 2020, and now they've just become political shows. The comedy is 80% political, and it used to be like 50%. Then it was like 25%. It's now everything's just become very serious, and then people get offended. Comedy's comedy. That story though.
Well, we've had a lot of comical political figures over the last 10, 15 years.
It took over the world though. It has taken over. It has taken over the hypersensitivity has taken over the world.
Yeah, but comedy's never going to die.
It's hurting.
It's not doing great.
It's not doing great.
Yeah, but I don't equate stand-up comedy to comedic movies.
Comedy clubs, even before the pandemic, comedy clubs were.
Well, that's stupid.
Yeah. I agree. I think it's it.
I think seeing a great comic, is one of the best
comedy club
things you can do.
I love a comedy club.
Everybody needs to lighten up.
I think that is one of the best things if you're going to Vegas. That's one of my favorite. we would always go to either Laugh Factory or Brad Garrett has one, and go in and just see a comic you didn't even know.
Yeah.
And you'd go, okay, this person, someday you may see them, and it's pretty fun.
I went to my first comedy concert the night before Thanksgiving, this past Thanksgiving. First time I've ever been to a comedy concert.
You've never been to a comedy club ever?
I've been
or
to a
anything?
comedy club, but I was at a concert or a comedy, whatever you want to call it, with 18,000 people at the Wells Fargo Center.
And you loved
to
it?
see Sebastian Maniscalco. Yeah, it was great. But growing up and being in my early, 30s or whatever, going to a full house concert, honest to God, John, I don't remember any of my friends doing that.
We didn't go.
Now you do. Donna went to Amy Schumer not too long ago. We together we went to Sebastian. There's sold out comics now in 20-seat arenas that I don't recall 20 years ago.
I don't
Kevin Hart,
remember.
yeah. Sold out the link.
Yeah, Kevin Hart had the link, right? I don't remember going. Like, I never went to, but I went to comedy clubs as soon as I got to adult life.
Yeah.
I love going to a comedy.
I found out yesterday, did anybody else, Wanda Sykes is from media?
Yeah. Is she really?
Was it born in media?
I don't know if her wife's from here
media.
or if she's from here.
I don't know what it is.
But she lives in media.
Yeah.
I had
She
no
lives in media?
Yeah,
Wait a minute.
She apparently owns some local restaurants.
Wanda,
she does local plays.
I'm surprised you guys didn't know this.
I did
She's
not
pretty
know
well
that.
known.
People are like, "Oh yeah, I see her at Trader Joe's all the time."
I've
Like,
seen Wanda twice in stand-up comedy in Atlanta, and
I had no
it was
idea.
it was standing room only crowd to get in, and she was a little blue, but spectacular.
Yeah.
Like funny as hell. A little blue.
If you're Larry David's, if you've been a friend of his, you're okay in my book.
Well, she's really. If you have a chance to see her do stand-up and you don't mind a little,
Yeah, apparently she's out and about in media
she's
all the
fantastic.
time.
That is awesome to hear.
I didn't know that yesterday.
I love
until
Wanda
yesterday.
Sykes.
She's on a very funny show on HBO Max called The Other Two that you can see on Comedy Central. It's very funny. It's only a half hour.
A little. Give me a little. thumbnail.
Basically, so it's a brother and sister. They're struggling. The brother wants to be an actor, but
Okay.
he can't. Sister is just a bleep show, and their little brother, who's 12, has a viral sensation, and they're dealing with his fame.
Oh, okay.
And she plays his manager, and the way that the show handles it is brilliant.
Oh, that's good. Hey, Sixers pregame show tonight is a Beers with Bob edition. Tonight, 6 o'clock. Where are you going to be, Bobby?
Yeah, tonight we're going to be at the Green Parrot in Newtown. Great time. We got Sixers tickets to give away. We got Play the Song shirts to give away.
There you go.
I'll be there bright and early, probably around 4:45, 5 o'clock. So come on out, hang out, and then we'll watch a little bit of the Sixers-Bucks game together.
All right.
Thank you, Corona, for sponsoring us.
If you have not seen the story, Josh McDaniels, there's questions as to whether he's truly sold on moving forward now that he's gotten his head coaching job with Derek Carr, or whether he wants to make Derek Carr a play out the final year of your contract scenario. So McDaniels would love to. McDaniels has sort of made it known. He would love to groom a young quarterback and to have his own quarterback, his own guy. So there's a strong chance Derek Carr is not going to get a new contract from the Raiders. They could get him to play out his final year of his deal. He's an unrestricted free agent next offseason. I believe he's still, that tells me he's still on the table. Is this conversation at all worth revisiting to you? He's 31, and he has had passing seasons, multiple ones, that Jalen Hurts has no chance to ever touch. Never touch. And I'm not trying to sell Jalen Hurts short, but in Jalen Hurts' best year, he won't have some of the seasons that Derek Carr has already had as a passer. Is it worth revisiting to you at all? Especially considering none of us like the quarterbacks that much in the quarterback market. Because right now they're talking about, could Derek Carr go with 1 year left in his deal? Could Derek Carr go for a second and a conditional third next year? And I'm going, wait a minute. I think I'd take that.
I've been on the Derek Carr. I don't want to say like I've been, pounding the drum on Derek Carr, but it is something that has intrigued me since his name popped up months ago. I'm not going to lie about that. Strong-armed guy that throws a lot of touchdowns. I think it brings a lot of different things to this offense. He's been healthy. He's been durable.
Yeah,
and more importantly, I would love to see what Devontae Smith could do with a veteran, knows how to play quarterback, as opposed to growing with a Jalen Hurts for another couple of years, or at least another year. Second and a third, you said, John?
No, they're saying
and
he could go for a second this year, and then for next year, it's based on what he would accomplish, a conditional third or a fourth. So it could be a fourth, could be a third. He could get it up to a third.
Yeah, I think I'm doing it. I really do.
Jamie, I swear to you, Bob and I both sort of liked him. I don't know where you've sat because I can't really tell where you've been on Derek Carr.
To me, it's not about what you'd give up in the trade. It's about the future money you have to allocate to him.
And you would have to.
Are you comfortable paying Derek Carr close to $40 million a year?
At what quarterbacks are making now? Yeah, I'm not happy if he wants to make 45. I'm not happy if he wants to make 48. But if you tell me I could lock down Derek Carr, 3 years behind, 3 years beyond this one at 40 each.
What did Kirk Cousins just re-up for? 3 years and
was it
120?
Was it 40?
Something?
I would pay.
Yeah, I think it was 40 on the button.
I would pay that money.
So he's going to be maybe even slightly above that because he's better than Kirk Cousins.
Oh. Yes.
I think he's worth a second and a third or a fourth without a doubt because
he's only got 1 year left.
But is he worth, 22% of your cap or 20% of your cap going forward when you're in a rebuild?
In a cap that's going to explode next year and dead money coming off the books. Next year, your dead money isn't as bad.
It's not as bad, but it's still not like flowing like the salmon of Capistrano. That's a movie reference, Bob.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah.
I just said it in Pat's ear.
I thought it was the Swallows of Capistrano.
No, I think it's the salmon, right?
I'll look it up.
Anyway,
Coach will know stuff on this.
That makes me
the Swallows.
That makes me a little uncomfortable.
Okay, Pat, are you in on?
But he's better. You know what I mean?
Yes or no? Boom. Yes or no?
40 million. Let's settle.
I think I'd rather run with a rookie.
Let's settle on 3 years, 40 million. 3 years, 40 million beyond the deal that you'd have for this year.
Right.
So you'd have to sign 3 years, 120, and you may even have to close to fully guaranteed.
Yeah, probably.
So Pat, you in or you out?
No, probably out.
What is it about Derek Carr do you not find?
I think he's really good. I don't think he's elite. I don't ever see you winning a championship with Derek Carr.
So, but you don't want to draft a quarterback this year, correct?
I'm for drafting a quarterback. You have 3 first-round picks.
But which
I'm
one?
for something weird. Look, I'm not a quarterback guru.
No, that's what I'm saying. Is that there's no guy there that screams, "Man, this guy looks like he could."
But one of them will probably
be good.
Yeah,
but one of them may be Derek Carr.
You're right, and it's like you're taking the mystery box, which could end up being Derek Carr.
Derek Carr hit a hole-in-one the other day, and he put a video out. He was playing by himself. Is that the worst?
Oh,
or
that's
what?
terrible.
He posted a video from the tee
Was
box.
it his first shot, or did he
first
go
or
on
did he
and pick it up? And
first ever hole in one, and he's playing alone.
Nah,
that sucks.
You can't.
He put the video
count.
out, and he's like,
"That can't count.
I can't believe
It's
got to count."
No. Oh, I got a hole in one. Really? Nobody saw it?
I mean,
nobody saw
he's
it.
a competitor.
Oh no, that counts. Getting a hole in one by yourself counts. Golf is a game of honesty. And if you're going to go out there and say, I got a hole in one, I was playing by myself, I believe.
You got guys like Jamie who think a hole in one on
well,
three.
that's just dishonorable.
Well, that's a hole in one. I scored 3. I'm not lying about my score.
No,
I
it's
just
not a hole in one.
swing tee box the hole.
By the way, it's Salmon of Capistrano, Jamie.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Really?
Jamie was on it.
I remember.
Congrats.
Swallows.
Well, the Swallows.
That's another movie.
Yeah.
There's a song.
Okay, yes.
Debbie
that's a song.
Swallows Come Back to Capistrano, which is from the Glenn Miller Orchestra from 1949.
I know that song.
Jamie's referring to
my
Jim
prom
Carrey.
theme.
The American classic, Dumb and Dumber.
Dumb and Dumber.
Do the
Lloyd
Swallows
Christmas.
come back for the salmon?
Depends
See,
if they
Coach?
like it or not.
There you go. I mean, that's the problem. Hey, if you feel boxed in by the pressures of running your business, with 30-plus years of HR experience, Insperity can help lighten your load. Expand your possibilities at Insperity.com. Bob, Monday night was a big night in the NBA. Lots of activity across the standings in the Eastern Conference.
Yeah, there was. And it was I don't know, how would you label it? A good night for the Sixers?
Yes.
A bad night for the
Celtics
Sixers?
lost.
He gained 2 spots.
The Celtics
Yeah.
lost.
Celtics
so that's
lost.
That's a
Raptors
really good
win.
night.
Yeah, Cavaliers won. Not that they have much to do with anything, but okay, so the way it sits now, Heat stand in first place, Sixers, Bucks, Celtics sitting there all tied for second, if you want to put it that way. Now, that's where you are, John, and we've talked a lot about where do you want to be. So you go into a game like tonight against Milwaukee, all right?
Yes.
Saying where you are, the standings that I just gave you. What if Milwaukee comes out today and says, Yeah, Chris Middleton is going to rest tonight. Drew Holiday's not going to play. Giannis, or maybe those guys playing, they say Giannis has a sore pinky toe. Or a tinky toe. And he's going to rest tonight. Are you playing the cat and mouse game now that it comes down to these final single-digit games of the season?
Games.
Right. Yes. And, okay, you saw what happened last night. You went from 4th place to 2nd place. You've gone from 1st to 4th to 2nd in the matter of days with only playing one game. Do you play the cat and mouse game, or are you just the hunter that stands there and says, no, I'm going to be me, and whatever happens, happens?
I believe I believe that you can't because you have to build momentum. Because you have to build some momentum here. You've had 24 games with James Harden in the, around to be able to be used after the All-Star break. You've played 16 of them. You've built no momentum. This team has no momentum right now. You got to build something. You got to build some positivity. You got to build some where you feel like you're ramping it up towards the playoffs. And if you're Budenholzer, last year he didn't give wholesale nights off, but I know Mike is a believer in the Pops method. I mean, he's a Pops disciple, and so I know he believes in the strategic one here, one here, one here. I doubt he'd do it tonight. I really doubt he would do it tonight because it's a more critical match.
If I was in charge, it would be after tonight. The rest of the schedule's fairly doable without one star here and there. So I think tonight is a confidence booster for the team. You go out there, hey, litmus test, treat this like a playoff game, and then after tonight, I start.
And then you start to strategically pick a game.
Yeah.
You're getting just so you know, everybody knows, you're getting a minimum of 5 days, most likely 6 days off. Well, it's odd because of this stupid play-in tournament. You're getting a minimum of a 5-day. You're probably getting 6. That's a vacation.
Yeah, it's a good time.
That's a vacation.
Yeah, that's fun.
So, I mean, I say push it balls to the wall.
That's exactly the phrase that I had in my head. I would tell the guys.
Is that inappropriate today to use that term? I don't know, but I think that's what it is. I think you got to play balls to the wall. You're going to have a week off. I don't want to hear about, we're tired. I think play it out.
Yeah, and whatever the decision that is made, I want the Sixers to rule the day of decision making. So the reason I brought this up was if it does come out this morning, and I guess Milwaukee has a shoot-around this morning since I didn't play last night. If it comes out at the shoot-around that one of them is being rested, I don't want the Sixers to react. I want, and I hope this happened, that Doc Rivers got on the plane in Phoenix and said, hey, guys, go home. We're landing early in the morning. Get your rest all day today, but bring it Tuesday night. Treat it as a playoff game. Treat it as anything you want to treat it as. But let's go. Let's get Tuesday night. Let's get out there, play as hard as we can. In spite of whatever may happen during the game, let's take a good hard look at ourselves, and we'll let the rest of the season fall where it may, and we'll address it as it comes. But I don't want them to be reactionary because I've seen it before when I was covering the team. Oh, they're not playing him? Well, then we might not play him. You know what I mean? I don't want that.
Yeah, that attitude doesn't work.
Because I don't think they're at that spot, like you said, John. I think they've gained momentum in that. They've learned a little bit more of who James Harden is, and more importantly, Harden's learned who the Sixers are. So in that way, although we might not see it definitively in wins, I think they have gained something there. It doesn't seem to me they couldn't have gained something. Well, but I do want this game tonight to be a balls-to-the-wall game, as you said.
Well, as I pointed out, it's a 687 winning percentage since Harden showed up to work after the trade deadline, and they were 603 before it. They're a better team. And there's no question they're a better team.
Yeah.
But because that's a considerable difference.
They're a better team, and he's not playing all that well.
Correct. And that either scares the hell out of you like it does me, or you think that it's just hopefully it'll all work out.
Yeah, so yesterday I read the Sam Amick article on The Athletic talking about this exact thing where he sat down with Joel at the, Crypto.com arena now in L.A., and had a one-on-one conversation with him.
I thought it was the Bloods and the Crips arena.
No, I don't think.
I'm not sure if it was.
Yeah.
Do they have the arena now named?
No, they're just into crypto these days.
There you go.
So Joel sat down with him, and it was just a kind of a loose-flowing thing. They talked about Daryl. They talked about, the situation before him, and then he talked about James Harden and him. And Joel said, we've got a long way to go. And then that was my big takeaway from the article. Well, but I looked at it two ways, which is what you just touched on, was their numbers, and Sam puts this in the article. He prefaces this answer with the questions. He says, in the 14 games in which Harden and Embiid have both played, the Sixers have gone 10-4 with losses to Brooklyn, Denver, Toronto, and Phoenix, while Embiid has been his MVP caliber self. Harden, stat line, but he struggled a bit from the field, 42% shooting overall, 34.5% from deep. He said, overall, though, the early results of the league's newest dynamic duo have been elite. In 389 minutes in which the two have played together, the Sixers have a net rating of 13.8. The Suns, for context, have a league-leading net rating of 8.5. So you can look at it two ways. Either they have a long way to go, meaning they can even be better, or they have a long way to go that they're not going to get there this year where they think they can be. You can look at it as a negative or a positive.
See, now the weird thing is I read, by the way, great piece.
It was an interesting,
really well done piece. And again, the depth of I say it all the time. The depth of the media here in this town that covers in the written word to me is incredible. Just coming from a market that didn't have that.
Yeah,
is awesome. I love that read. I look at it negatively, Jamie.
I look at it positively.
Exactly. And it's fair because when I read it, I said Jamie would read the same thing, and then it's in your notes, like for the show. I said Jamie's going to read this positively, and I'm going to read it critically negatively.
Because
I'm looking at it as
if they're 5 points better net rating wise than the best team in basketball, and they think they can be better. Whoa!
Well, we have we're gonna have an interesting discussion of that coming up in the next hour.
Yeah,
I read the same piece, and then I said, okay, let me dive deeper into this. And look at where they're sitting, where they're trending, how it's going.
I just don't think Joel and James are going to be the problem if they don't ultimately get to where they want to go.
I can tell you this is that it sounds to me as if we've got a guy who is maturing in Joel Embiid with the commentary. I think that Joel Embiid is much more self-aware, much more challenging of himself. Much more of understanding what's on his shoulders.
Yeah, he talked about that with the leadership aspect.
I think that's one of the best things about it.
And the locker room credited him for keeping the team together in this season of chaos.
And that may end up being the launching off point for the rest of his career and the best part that we have of seeing the maturation of this guy.
Yeah, I mean, that could have been the only thing that was really missing from his game was the maturity aspect, and that maturity aspect has even heightened his game even more. You know, whether it's in the locker room or understanding coaching. You know, I saw an awful lot. Brett Brown asked him to do things, and it just didn't happen. And it was stuff that could have benefited him. And then Doc Rivers got here and came on our show as soon as he got here and said, yeah, first thing I'm looking at is for Joel to do this, this, and this. And sure enough, we've seen Joel do this, this, and this. So a maturity factor of, okay, I can be better.
Fatherhood.
Yeah, and fatherhood has a lot to do with it, Jamie. You're exactly right, yeah.
By the way, now
you've matured.
Tyrese, have a kid.
You've matured since we started the show, I think.
Dude.
John Ullman sends a email.
Just say John.
John Ullman sends an email in. Mike Deckard
you say Mike Deckard?
Sends a email in. Fellow medians that all say, if you are in media, you can see Wanda Sykes.
That's
out
awesome.
And about.
I had no idea.
And local businesses that absolutely.
She does charities and restaurants. She invests in local business.
There is in comedy to fanboy geek out, Wanda Sykes. She is one of my absolute favorites.
Yeah, she's funny as hell.
Favorites. She's really good. Did you watch Blackish?
I didn't. No.
The character she played on Blackish.
Oh yeah,
she was so this very, very funny character that would always be in the boardroom.
That's a great show.
I didn't like it when they did the breakup of the marriage.
And
we got very disappointed
when it got serious. It was serious. And I can't say I'm all all in, but I've seen a lot of episodes.
Yeah, I don't watch a comedy to see the couple
that was
family
weird.
break up and get divorced or getting close to divorce. And everything. But she was freaking spectacular.
Who's the lady? Diana Ross's daughter.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, Diana Ross's daughter.
Yeah.
And I think it's a really clever.
She's Diana Ross's daughter?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, she looks like her. That makes sense.
Diana Ross's daughter.
I just said the same thing in here, Jay.
You didn't know that?
No, I said the exact same
Cooney
thing.
knows
here.
something
Diana
about
Ross's
television.
daughter.
You guys don't?
That makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
Coming up, do you look at those numbers that Jamie brought up positively or negatively? I've got something that might make you take pause. By the way, Wanda Sykes, you ever want to come on the show? We love you. It's John Kincade Show here on 97.5 The Fanatic. I have tried in the past to take care of my own lawn. Let's just say that it didn't work well. I once bought one of those spreaders where you pour the seed in and then you walk around and it spreads it around your lawn. I don't know why I would do that when companies like Natural Lawn of America are there. Natural Lawn of America is the lawn care company you have to choose. Why? Because they're local. They're family owned. They're dependable. And for over 30 years, Natural Lawn's been creating green lawns quickly, more naturally, and with fewer weeds. And they use fewer pesticides, too, because they have organic-based nutrients, and they feed the soil with a customized treatment plan where your lawn gets a different treatment plan than the other house down the street. Makes it safer for your family and your pets to enjoy. You will love this company. Organic-based lawn care that's going to get you great results quickly. So call Natural Lawn today. Take advantage of this limited-time offer. You're going to get free seeding every year. When you schedule Natural Lawn's full-service program by April the 30th, you're going to get free seeding every year. Call 800-FREE-SEED. That's 800-FREE-SEED. Choose my lawn care company, Natural Lawn of America, where you're going to get greener grass and fewer weeds. Guaranteed.
The John Kincade Show.
I am so excited I can't stand it.
On 97.5 The Fanatic. Philadelphia. The push to the playoffs is on.
Step back, three in the air, bang! It's good. He called his own number.
8 games remain in the regular season. Sixers, Bucks, tonight at 7 on your home for 76ers basketball. 97.5 The Fanatic. Philadelphia.
Sixers basketball is brought to you by Corona, proud sponsor of the Philadelphia 76ers.
Breakfast is sizzling at Wawa with 2 for $5 Sizzlies in all your favorite varieties, including the return of the sweet and savory waffle Sizzly. For a double delicious breakfast on the go, choose any 2 varieties, including sausage, egg, and cheese on a toasted waffle, bacon, egg, and cheese on a bagel, the Sizzly burrito, and more. Stop by Wawa and grab any 2 Sizzlies for $5. Available 5 a.m. to 11 a.m. Limited time only. Gotta have a Wawa. Wawa has bold new salads. For dinner, the cheeseburger salad. All of your favorite cheeseburger flavors. Beef, cheese, cherry tomatoes, and pickles on a bed of crisp romaine. And the grilled chicken Caesar pasta salad. A classic Caesar salad kicked up a notch with grilled chicken and penne pasta. 2 salads fresh enough to call salad and bold enough to call dinner. Did we just reinvent dinner or redefine salad? Try the new dinner salads, made fresh at Wawa.
Everyone is talking about the madness in March, but the world is crazy enough right now. So here at Colonial Hyundai, we're focusing on March gladness with our Clutch 3-Point Play sales event. Score big with 0 money down, 0% financing, and 0 payments for 90 days on a new Hyundai. Other dealers out of inventory? That's a technical foul. Only Colonial has slam dunk deals, like a new 2022 Tucson SE for $299 per month with $0 down. Your credit on the rebound? We can assist you. With the best rates in the business, we're dropping dimes and we'll get you in one of our 300 vehicles available for purchase today. Plus, we'll give you $6,500 for your trade today, no matter the condition, guaranteed. Shop 24/7 at colonialhyundai.com. If you don't see what you're looking for on our website, give us a call. Odds are it's on its way. Colonial Hyundai of Downingtown. The fast, easy, better way to buy a Hyundai. 2022 Hyundai Tucson SE based on a 39-month lease through HMF. Lease cash down $29.99 plus tax and tags. See dealer for full details.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. So you need to change your oil. Right now, you can get 5 quarts of Valvoline Daily Protection or Valvoline Max Life High Mileage Motor Oil with an STP oil filter, plus an STP air filter or cabin air filter for just $36.99. Visit one of our 6,000 stores or order from AutoZone.com for same-day store pickup or next-day delivery.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
In growing companies, there are 2 kinds of CFOs. The one overwhelmed with manual processes, errors, and lack of control of the numbers, and the one who uses NetSuite by Oracle, the #1 cloud financial system. With visibility and control of financials, inventory, HR, planning, and budgeting, NetSuite is everything you need to grow, all in one place. The CFOs that get it. The CFOs that don't. Head to netsuite.com/KJM for a special one-of-a-kind financing offer. netsuite.com/KJM.
The sound of you doing is music to our ears. Order on the Home Depot app and get convenient delivery. So you don't have to stop doing when you need something. The Home Depot app. How doers get more done.
This tax filing season could be one for the record books. There are thousands of dollars worth of new tax credits on the table, and Jackson Hewitt will help make sure you get every one you deserve. Tax credits for being a parent, taking care of a parent, taking classes, and so much more. Don't leave thousands on the table. Jackson Hewitt will make sure you get credit for all you do and get your biggest refund guaranteed. Learn more and find your nearest location at jacksonhewitt.com.
We've all had a little trouble social distancing from our refrigerators, and our waistlines have suffered. However, Skechers would like to help you get back on track with our incredible Go Walk footwear, because once you put on Skechers Go Walks, they're so comfortable you'll be inspired to get out there and start walking. Skechers is the comfort technology company, and Go Walks are fully loaded with all the comfort and performance innovations you need. Find the #1 walking footwear in the world, Skechers Go Walk, for men and women at Skechers.com, a Skechers store, or wherever stylish footwear is sold.
Cutting the price of your wireless bill feels good. Really good. Actually, it feels great. You should try it out. So cut your bill by switching to Straight Talk Wireless. Now offering our $45 Silver Unlimited plan with 5 gigabytes of hotspot and nationwide 5G on America's largest, most dependable networks. The $45 Silver Unlimited plan from Straight Talk. Straight Talk Wireless. No contract, no compromise.
A month equals 30 days. See terms and conditions at straighttalk.com. 5G capable device required. Actual availability, coverage, and speed may vary.
High-efficiency equipment for lower bills, special financing, and rebates on qualifying systems.
What?
Oh, I'm trying to memorize something I heard on the radio. Peace of mind warranties.
Why?
Because our AC is on its last leg, and I need to convince you to call a Bryant Heating and Air Conditioning contractor.
No, you don't. I heard the same ad, and you forgot cleaner, healthier air.
Pierce Phelps Bryant will do whatever it takes to keep you comfortable. To find a local Bryant Heating and Air Conditioning dealer near you, visit nopaybryant.com.
Bryant.
Whatever it takes.
WPEN, Burlington, Philadelphia, a Beasley Media Group station. Home of 76ers basketball and Flyers hockey.
Plug in.
97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia. Now, back to the John Kincade Show.
No, your radio's not broken. We sound like this on purpose.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Sometimes I ask Alexa to play this. And I didn't just say that word to screw with any of you at home. John Kincade Show on The Fanatic. Our 7 a.m. hour. Brought to you by my sportsbook app of choice, the Parks Casino Sportsbook app. Download it at betparks.com. Go to betparks.com. And if you're in Pennsylvania or New Jersey, you can download it. Use the promo code Kincade. Promo code Kincade. So you can get yourself a $750 risk-free bet. And you can do it before the Final Four. I heard yesterday Anthony and then Chunas. And Chunas said he would bet his new house that Duke beats North Carolina Saturday in the Final Four.
Bold
He would
prediction.
bet. He said, "I would bet
Does he actually want that action?
He said he would bet his
like
new.
houses.
He said he would bet his new house yesterday that I am. That he goes, I am going to. He goes, I'll bet my new house that Duke beats North Carolina and gets to the championship game. And Anthony agreed with him. Like they're not winning that game.
I don't think he's serious about that.
No. But I'm talking about their.
But if he is-
No. I think they're being. I think it's hyperbole. But I'm saying about how confident that they are that Duke beats North Carolina.
No, you can't just say stuff like that and then not put the house up as acquitted.
Yeah, coward.
Like, let's go.
I got to tell you, it's. I would say all the momentum's on North Carolina's side. They're playing really good basketball. They turned it around by beating this Duke team in the most unusual and of circumstances where you weren't expected to win at all, an 11-point underdog. And you go in on Coach K's last night at Cameron and you beat them soundly and well. I got to say, all the momentum in my book is on North Carolina's side, and if I was a betting guy, getting 4.5, I think that's where I'd go right now.
But it seemed like Anthony and Chinnis are convinced it's
could be.
Coach
Is
K.
this Coach K?
Like that everything's just going his way, the momentum.
Yeah.
They can explain it a little bit more later on. But Chinnis was willing to bet the new house. I'm like, you're a dad now. You can't do that. That kid needs a house.
Yeah.
What was the name of the hospital where you were born, John?
Bryn Mawr Hospital.
Imagine if you had the first name Bryn Mawr. Think about this. The Chunis and his wife, Christy, beautiful wife, Christy, they named their son after the hospital where he was born and where his mother works.
Well,
I would be Holy Redeemer Lynch.
You'd be Holy.
Yeah. How about you, Pat?
I'd be Rolling Hill.
Where's Rolling Hill?
It's in Elkins Park. Now it's just Elkins Park Hospital. It used to be called Rolling Hill Hospital.
Really? And Bob?
The hills would roll.
I swear to God,
you don't
I
know
know
what hospital you're born in?
I was just talking to Mike.
I'm not that guy.
No, I was just talking to Chevy and Connor about this because it hit me that Cooper was named. And I was like, I know I was born in Camden. Which hospital? I was going to text my sister, but she's retired, so she's not up yet. I think I was born in Cooper Hospital, if it was around back then.
Okay.
I think so. I'd be a Cooper. Cooper Cooney.
The one thing I can say about Cooper is,
Of course you don't know where you're born.
Chevy and Connor don't know either.
Every Cooper that I know, and I know 3 kids from Olivia's upbringing that are Coopers. Every single one of the guys is
Douchey?
No. They're the exact same guy.
Really?
They are, first of all, every one of these kids would be considered in the higher end, better looking kids. They are happy-go-lucky. They don't have a care in the world. They sort of are just like, well, whatever happens, happens kind of kids. They're not like the type A, high-driven kids. They're good athletes or good musicians, and they just like are, hey, very easygoing, very charming kids. So I hope Cooper follows in the path. He's got 2 great parents.
Good.
So that's great
Yeah.
good for Cooper. Now, Jamie gave out the numbers last time and was talking about that, and the idea of how do you feel about this Harden and Embiid thing. So I'm going to tell you this. How good do you feel about the Sixers' chances come playoff time? Because just a month ago, on this radio station, many of the listeners were calling on a daily basis talking about, well, the Sixers are going to the finals when they acquired James Harden. Oh, things were euphoric. Others that were more cautious expected a minimum of, well, they're going to the Eastern Conference Finals. Well, I've got some numbers that say if they do go on a big run to the conference finals, it might be difficult to get further. Now, I'm going to ask you, how much stock do you put in these type of season numbers, and if you think the Sixers have a switch that they can just flip? The Sixers' record versus the top contenders in the East this season versus, I'll just go by the teams that are the most dangerous. They're 2-2 against Boston, 2-2 against Miami. They're 1-1 against Milwaukee. And Milwaukee will be decided, the season series will be decided tonight. And they are 1-3 against Brooklyn, who I consider to be the most dangerous team. They've got a 6-8 mark versus the top 4 teams that people would be anxious about playing in the East. They're 6-8. If they somehow got to the NBA Finals, how do they compete against the top 4 teams in the West? 0-2 against Phoenix. 0-2 against Phoenix. 1-1 against Golden State. And 1-1 against Memphis. So I just did the top 3. They're 2-6. How do you feel like their record against the top in the West in the top is 2-6, top 4. Their record in the East against the 4 most dangerous teams that they'll face is 6-8. Do those numbers, plus again, with Embiid and Harden, their record looks gaudy. But when they've both played, who have they lost to? Brooklyn, Toronto, the hottest team in the East, Denver, and Phoenix. So when they play good teams, they're below average. And when they played, even with Embiid and Harden, the 4 losses are all to the good teams they played. The wins tend to be against also rans, Dallas being the most impressive win they have together, and Dallas is a 5 seed, maybe a 6 seed.
Yeah, I mean, here's what playoffs come down to ultimately. It's Early on, the more talented teams win. Then when you get the Bostons versus Sixers or Brooklyn versus Milwaukee, whatever it may be, then it's matchups. And it's what you can exploit and what you can shut down, and it becomes that. And it becomes just that grind out, where's the better matchup, who can exploit it better, and who can hide their deficiencies better. We haven't had a full scale of tests on that with Embiid and Harden yet. So all the records you threw out there,
well, the four
games,
games they lost are against the four best teams they played. The four best teams that Embiid and Harden have played, they've lost every one of them.
Yeah, but if you go into a series like tonight, who knows? They could go in against this Milwaukee team and just find something or they could get their asses kicked. Maybe they won't be able to stop a Chris Middleton, or maybe, Harden just gets totally beat up by a Drew Holiday and it doesn't play out, and it makes you take a step back and say, well, Milwaukee has that matchup. But I don't know the matchup, who's going to match up with Embiid on Milwaukee if you go the other way. I don't know how the matchups are going to play out against those better teams in a series because we haven't seen enough of Embiid and Harden yet.
Jamie, are you? Those numbers are pretty. I would say the numbers are pretty damning.
The only one that I care about of those numbers is the 0-4 versus the best team so far, because a lot of those records predate Harden, so I just kind of throw those out the window.
Their best win is Dallas,
which was a good win,
and then those 4 losses. But Dallas is a below-the-line home court advantage team first round. I mean, it's not like Dallas is a title contender.
Yeah, but since I think December 1st at the time, Dallas was the hottest team in basketball. They had only lost they were on a 21-7 run or something when they came in here. So that was a good win. The 0-4 is concerning. Brooklyn, right or wrong, I throw that out the window as a emotional game that they weren't ready for. I don't think that predicates a series result at all. The other 3, look, you were there.
What about the 1 and 2 in the other games you played Brooklyn?
The predated Harden.
Okay. So you think you're like a BC, it's BH. Instead of BC, it's BH.
Yeah.
Before Harden.
And especially when you put him on the other team.
Yeah. Like what Bob said is right. It's, how are they going to stop Joel Embiid in a 7-game series? That's what it comes down to after the first round. The first round you should win just because of those 2.
Well, Embiid rampaged through a second-round series last year. He rampaged. I mean, that was his...
Sure. But he was alone.
And it was, it was.
Tobias didn't have a good series.
Seth had a spectacular
Seth was the second best Sixer. He was awesome.
Right, which is.
But that's a problem. If Seth Curry's your second best player, you're not going to win an NBA title.
Okay, conversely, though, I would say to you is Harden's reputation is that you may not expect him to come up big.
Yeah, he's got to answer some questions, but he's better than Seth Curry.
Come on. Oh, wait, he's better than Seth Curry.
Yeah. So Embiid's not going to be theoretically alone anymore, and he shouldn't have to. A lot of those turnovers came from him having to do it all. Like, he was basically a point guard because your point guard was unplayable. So a lot of those turnovers hopefully get corrected this postseason because Harden will be a great point guard for this team.
Pat, what does the 0-4 mean to you? Does the other numbers mean anything to you?
I'm kind of in lockstep with Jamie. It's definitely concerning. I'm more worried about what you guys just talked about with Seth Curry being your second best Sixer last year in the playoffs, and that is very accurate. And I just have a feeling that we're going to be sitting there in a couple weeks, and we're going to be going, man, this team really misses Seth Curry. And I
worry about that too, and it seems strange.
Yeah, I mean, I don't necessarily blame Daryl for throwing him in the deal. It was either Seth Curry or Tyrese Maxey or Matisse Thybulle. I understand you're to take the cheaper option every time, but I do think that the loss of Seth Curry will be felt these playoffs.
I'm feeling it.
Yeah, here's where I think you're okay though. You're talking about a 2-man game last year, and it was Seth Curry and Joel Embiid, and that's what you had, and the other guys didn't come through. If I have a 2-man game with Joel Embiid and James Harden, yes, James Harden's better. But also, the biggest part is James Harden is better at getting others involved off of that 2-man game, where Seth Curry isn't. Seth Curry was either scoring, shooting, or giving it to Joel Embiid. James Harden can come off that high pick and roll, score, jumper, feed Embiid, or feed someone who's set up on a 3-point line better, much, much better than a Seth Curry. So that way you're getting others involved.
And again, it's just it's devil's advocate. But I think it makes tonight's game a little bit more critical, and we'll be talking about it more. You'll hear the game tonight on The Fanatic and Beers with Bob beforehand.
Philadelphia.
Which will be at the
Green Parrot in Newtown. thanks to Corona. We'll be giving away a couple of Sixers tickets and some shirts and everything like that. We'll be there about an hour early, maybe even more, and we'll hang out and watch a little Sixers-Bucks game afterwards.
Pat, by the way, let me look. I'm sorry about this.
It's okay. Take your time.
Stan.
4 hours.
Stan.
What do you say, Stanley?
Because it's Stanley on his email, but it's Stan when he signs it.
Okay.
Stan wants to know that you left a awkward. It was sort of awkward when you said yesterday that you met Andrew Salchunas for the first time at the Parrot.
Can
you tell us a little bit about the story? Because he said you exited the story very quickly, and it sounded as if maybe these two friends did not get off on the right track.
Let's get something quite clear. We are neighbors. We are coworkers.
Okay.
We're not friends.
You're not friends.
And we've established that from Jump Street.
Okay.
It's I could tell you guys off air, and I know that listeners hate when I say this, but it's not a story that's
okay.
We get fine with the FCC, but I wasn't in the best mood, and now we were able to laugh about it.
Okay, that's good.
But
okay. So you take the blame for it?
Oh, 100% I take the blame.
Okay.
Little did I know though that when you start off like we did, you end up forming a beautiful neighborhoodship. It's not a friendship because we're neighbors, but then he's abandoning the neighborhood that we live in, so we're not even going to be that.
Is it being gentrified and he got squeezed out or what?
I don't know. He just decided to move to the suburbs. If a guy becomes a dad, he moves to the burbs.
There you go.
Oh, yeah, that's what I heard.
Hey, at Whole Foods Market, get 5 yellow mangoes for $5 through April the 5th, plus an extra 10% off for Prime members while supplies last. Learn more on the Whole Foods Market app.
I can't think of mangoes without SNL entering my head. And Chris Kattan forever changed the word mango for me.
What was his name in that?
Mango.
Mango.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, mango.
I wasn't really in SNL. I've never really gotten into it.
SNL should have a field day on Saturday.
With what? With the
my
slap?
God, yeah.
Well, the only thing is they'll overdo it.
I was thinking the same thing.
He's also performing down in Atlantic City this weekend.
Rock?
Yeah, Chris Rock is.
I'm thinking that they'll have somebody during the monologue, if I would produce that someone in their monologue is going to say something, and then every member of the cast is going to come up and smack them. I think I'm already trying to predict what they'll come up with is that whoever's the guest host will take shots at people in the cast, and they will each come on stage and smack them.
That's too easy. They're smarter. That's way too easy.
Bob, if you
they're
watch,
smarter
Bob,
than
if
that.
you watch Saturday Night
They
Live
have some
lately,
pretty fun stuff.
Yeah, they're not really that smarter.
Yeah,
they're not smarter. I'm sure they'll do something. We'll see. Hey, in Cooney's Corner, yesterday was fun, and he's excited.
Now, let's see what's in Cooney's Corner.
Yeah, yesterday was fun, and I'm excited.
Take your pants
You are
off.
excited.
Yeah, you're so excited you haven't shut up about it all morning, Bob.
I guess so, but I don't know where. I have
no
something
idea
different
what
on
this
my.
is, do you?
About the
Yeah.
Phillies?
No,
You're
yeah.
excited about the Phillies, though, aren't
Well,
you?
something happened this weekend. It's not something happened this weekend that really got to me, and it was kind of a slap in the face. Get it?
Idiot.
But so this weekend, Zach Eflin goes out and pitches 1 inning. Okay. And it's not a big deal. You think, the guy pitched an inning. And I've been on these airwaves and said, Zach Eflin, I'm tired of hearing about it. Let's get rid of him. But the guy gets done pitching 1 inning, and he pitched well. And he goes into the locker room and breaks down and cries.
What?
And it was like, wait, what? And I see the story, and I'm like, what's going on with him? It was a slap in the face to me because on the surface, idiotic me is like, Zach Eflin, I'm sick of hearing of him. Get rid of him. Get another 4th, 5th, 3rd starter, whatever he may be. But what this guy has gone through with knee injuries and surgery and battling back and not being able to go to the facility for over 90 days and having to work out on his own and not being able to talk to the doctors that were going to rehab him and the trainers that were going to rehab him, it was a really, really hard time for him. So hard that when he came back and pitched 1 really good inning and felt his stuff, he broke down and cried because he knows what he put in. It caught Joe Girardi by surprise, and it caught me by surprise because the stupid person that I am just reading the headlines and this and that saying, get rid of Zach Eflin. We don't know what these athletes go through a lot of the times. And we can talk about the great money they make and,
no question,
and all the things that they have at their disposal that we will never even understand. But that kind of hit me. Like, all right, cool, I'm rooting for this guy now. A week ago, I was on these airwaves saying, I'm done with Zach Eflin. I'm tired of talking about him as a third, fourth, fifth starter. But when you humanize it the way Eflin did, going into the locker room and getting upset and letting everybody know what kind of work ethic he's put in during these trying times, he gained a new fan in me. I'm rooting for Zach Eflin.
I've been told before by people a lot closer to the situation than I'll ever get that you may have gripe with Zach Eflin. Do not ever doubt that he is doing everything he can to try to be successful.
Yeah, see, I never knew that part of it.
To me, that's a big mark in my book.
And look, a lot of these athletes, they do work behind the scenes that we don't even know about. Of course, that's expected. But when I read the story on him and hearing teammates and Joe Girardi talk about it, okay, I flipped to the other side. I'm rooting for Zach Eflin now.
Well, I'm rooting for him because I'm a selfish bastard. I want
the Phillies to be good.
I want them to be good. So that's where I'm at.
If he's good, I mean, that's a great 5.
Yes, I mean, no, it's a great 5.
Yeah.
And even if you were able to get three good months out of him, like 3 months where he pitched at like the best he can be, then I think that could be something that could push you into a playoff spot.
Yeah, I typically look to my 5 as a guy that if it's successful, he's not killing the bullpen every 5th day.
Correct.
And if he can give you those 5-6 innings and keep you in games, that's all I'm looking for out of my 5th. Just don't tax the bullpen. Maybe get 8 or 9 wins if possible, and that's a winning situation right there.
There's nothing to I don't think there's ever been anything to dislike about him except the results.
Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing to dislike about him.
And I do sympathize with him in a way because he did come up and have that deer in the headlights look when he first came up, and he got over that, and then he dealt with injuries, and he's kind of gotten over that. Like he hasn't had this necessarily this tough road that we would think, but when you look at his career, he sort of has. I mean, I remember when he came up and I went, oh my God, it's Gavin Floyd all over again. He just looks lost. And he looks scared, and he got over it, and I was impressed with that. But then you factor in the injuries and stuff, and he will give you those 7-8 inning games where you go, all right, there it is. Like, that's why he was drafted in the second round. And then he'll follow it up with a 4-inning clunker. You know, he'll get through the first go through with the lineup, and he'll look great, and then he'll run into trouble in the 5th. So I'm like you, John. Though I want him to do well because I'm selfish.
Yeah, that's what it is. I mean, it's
straight up. I mean, if he was on the White Sox, I'd give him a little golf clap, but I wouldn't really be following him.
The ladies in my house like Zach Eflin. They would always root for him. They like him.
They like his slider?
Yeah, that's what it is.
I don't know that's it.
Mm-hmm.
I think they like it. They like Zach Eflin.
His composure on the mound.
I don't think that's it.
No.
His
tattoos.
No, I don't think that's it either. I just think they just like him. I don't know what it could be. All right, Bob. Clue number 2 from Bob Cooney to help you qualify to be the 7th contestant, Lucky 7, in our game show next week to see who gets to go to Las Vegas with us for the NFL draft. Bobby?
Love.
All
right, yeah, I was right.
Love.
Okay, I
had it the first guess.
No, I may not. No, I may not because Coach and I have talked off the air about this. It fits with mine too, though.
No, it doesn't.
Yes.
Nope. You're
it
wrong.
does.
I'm right.
We'll see what happens. We shall see if we're right. You guys, hopefully it's easier than yesterday's, which was a disaster on my part. I was told yesterday twice when I leave work, told that it was too hard. That was too hard.
They got it. That's all.
It was got it. Yeah. The guy that won ends up bringing the cake.
Cake guy. Hey, here we go. Number 7 for Bob today. So you got to be listening after 9:30. Get the clues 20 minutes past every hour, and then you might be coming with us. Rumors about Tiger Woods had all of us buzzing yesterday. We'll talk about it next. John Kincade Show on The Fanatic.
Hey, guys, right now, FanDuel Sportsbook, in partnership with Valley Forge, is giving new customers a $150 instant bonus. Guaranteed. That's right. You'll get $150 in bonus site credit, and all you have to do is place your first bet of $5 or more. How you bet the bracket? Totally up to you. You can choose from the money line, totals, prop bets, and so much more. Great games coming up on Saturday. I love them. You love them. North Carolina, Duke, Kansas, Nova. Now, Duke and Nova, both 4.5-point underdogs. We talked a little bit about it. I know you don't want to hear this, Nova fans, and I'm rooting for you, Jay Wright and company, but kind of like Kansas laying the 4.5, and I kind of like North Carolina laying the 4.5 to Duke. Who would you pick to advance to the championship game? Join FanDuel today with promo code Bob. Then you can place your $5 bet to score $150 in bonus site credit, guaranteed. That's promo code Bob on the FanDuel Sportsbook app. 21 plus and present in Pennsylvania. First real online money wager only. $10 first deposit required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable site credit that expires 14 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See full terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. If you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
The John Kincade Show.
Listen, I like kids, but this is not a kid's environment. This is like HBO. No limits.
On 97.5 The Fanatic. Philadelphia. Join Bob Cooney and Andrew Salchunas today at 6 for the 97.5 The Fanatic Sixers pregame show Beers with Bob edition at Green Parrot, 240 North Sycamore Street in Newtown. Before the Sixers take on Milwaukee, win great prizes like Play the Song shirts and Sixers tickets and enjoy $4 Corona premium drafts. More details on the events page on 97.5thefanatic.com.
Yo, Philadelphia, Anthony Gargano here with my childhood friend, Bob Marino, now president, Huntington Valley Bank. Bob's still on the board of directors at Spring Garden Lending. But, Bob, who's the new voice?
Yo, Ed, I have a superstar for you. Meet Spring Garden Lending's new president, Andy Racklin, a national leader in finance and economic development.
Andy, great to meet you.
Hey, man, happy to be here.
What's your game plan?
Look, it's to grow Spring Garden Lending. We're going to increase the number of markets we serve. We're going to increase the products we offer, and we're going to maintain the positive impact we have in our communities.
Now, I know you specialize in bridge loans to acquire, rehab, construct, and refinance properties to rent or flip.
Yep, and we have 30-year fixed-rate perm financing, too.
What attracted you to Spring Garden Lending?
Spring Garden Lending has a proven track record of supporting small developers who are often challenged with finding a square deal through traditional sources.
A leg up, huh?
Absolutely. Our borrowers are the backbones of their communities, and their success is our success.
Bob's a GOAT. Spot on, man. Handing the ball to Andy. He's a champ. Good hands at Spring Garden Lending.
When it comes to cybersecurity, the biggest threats don't always strike the biggest targets. Almost half of all cyber attacks target small businesses. So help protect yours with Comcast Business Security Edge. It's advanced security that continuously scans for threats and helps protect every connected device. On the largest, fastest, reliable network with speeds up to 10 gigs to the most small businesses. So switch today and get cutting-edge speed with advanced security and be ready for what's next. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Get started with fast speed and advanced security for your business needs. Together for just $69.99 a month for 12 months with a 3-year agreement. Plus, ask how to get free installation when you order online. Or find out how to get up to $800 back with a qualifying bundle. Call or go online today. Limited time offer. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. New Comcast Business 100 megabits per second internet and Security Edge customers only. Requires enrollment in EcoBill and AutoPay. Equipment, installation, taxes, and other fees extra and subject to change. Prepaid card offer ends 3/31/22.
The sound of you doing is music to our ears. Order on the Home Depot app and get convenient delivery, so you don't have to stop doing when you need something. The Home Depot app. How doers get more done.
Hello, this is Discover, and we take customer service very seriously. We know that if you have a question or concern about your credit card, that's a serious matter, and you need to talk to a real person about it. So we offer around-the-clock access to seriously talented representatives in the USA. Again, it's a serious endeavor. The only funny thing about it is Bob. If you call us and Bob answers, you're in for a treat. Get 100% US-based customer service and talk to a real person day or night. Discover. Exceptionally common sense.
This is Fogelman, ready to hustle for that muscle.
Membership numbers at Sly's Gym have been racking up.
22 people have signed up for 6 a.m. buns of steel.
Now he needs more certified trainers to do all the heavy lifting.
I'm going to have to bulk up my staff.
Indeed can help him hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Our hiring platform instantly connects you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. So you need to change your oil. Right now, you can get 5 quarts of Valvoline Daily Protection or Valvoline Max Life High Mileage Motor Oil with an STP oil filter. plus an STP air filter or cabin air filter for just $36.99. Visit one of our 6,000 stores or order from AutoZone.com for same-day store pickup or next-day delivery.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
You're the one everyone looks to for answers. Come rain or shine, the job must get done. And you're the one who makes it happen. We get you, Jackie in Fresno, putting your employee safety first. And Manny in Chattanooga, whose local Granger team knows him by name. We're here for you and all the ones who get it done with 24/7 customer support and access to product specialists to help you find what you need. Call, click Granger.com or just stop by. Granger, for the ones who get it done.
It's Ford Truck Month. Now's the time to get a great deal on the only trucks built Ford tough. Work or play, get after it in a new Ford F-150 or Super Duty truck. Get a Ford Maverick or get after any adventure in a Ford Ranger pickup. Take advantage of our best offers on the full Ford lineup of trucks. But you better get going. These deals won't last. Get to Ford Truck Month. Maverick has limited availability. See dealer for inventory stock.
It's hard to get out of bed on these cold mornings. Walking into a cold bathrooms is the worst. If you're like many people, if you've gone the space heater route to make certain rooms in your house livable. Mike Miss here with an important reminder from my electrician, Dan Namero at Farron Electric. Now, space heaters are great, but if you don't have a dedicated circuit for those space heaters, they can be dangerous. So don't take any chances. Call Farron Electric at 484-316-0449 or online at farronelectric.com. That's Farryn electric.com.
Now, back to the John Kincade Show.
It's spelled Kincade, Kincade. Just so you know when you're writing your complaint emails.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
It's the John Kincade Show on The Fanatic. Hopefully you are having a warm morning and toasty wherever you are. We appreciate you being a part of the show. I want to remind you that Martin Law is Philly's original law firm for injured workers. You can schedule a free consultation today at paworkinjury.com. And believe me, you need attorneys in these things. Just saying, Olivia had that really bad car accident last year where she was hit by an uninsured speeding driver and her car was totaled. And I can't imagine if you didn't have a lawyer to deal with all the stuff that came of that. Medical bills and the car place and everything is make sure you have good make sure you don't try to do it yourself. Trying to do it yourself, I think, is a fool's errand. You're not going to be able to get the same results if you do that. We got a Cooney's column coming up, so hang tight for that coming up here. And remember, Bucks Sixers tonight, 7:00 on The Fanatic. Yesterday, just the name of Tiger Woods coming up in this room. And there's not many things that sort of get Jamie and Bob and I, all three of us in this room sitting in here, that we all perk up about the same thing. But Tiger Woods potentially coming back for the Masters had all of us yesterday going, yeah, come on, Tiger, get back for the Masters. And I wonder with our audience if other people have the same affinity that we do for Tiger Woods. An amazing sports figure, and just rumors of him returning. Honestly, I was so excited yesterday. I don't know how many athletes, not Philly-centric, that all of us share a fanaticism about. Because a Philly athlete, we could all go, we all love Chase Utley. We all love Jimmy Rollins. It's like there's one thing there. But an out-of-market guy or a national figure, I don't think we could agree because I think Bob likes Mickelson. I think you like Mickelson, right? I do not like Mickelson.
I didn't like him at the beginning because I thought he settled for second place too often, and Tiger was that, and he's just collecting his. I didn't see the competitive nature that I wanted. I got to like him more when he was out there more as a person, and you got to learn more about him. Now, this recent actions of what he's doing to the PGA Tour has turned me off to him again.
Yeah,
so I don't know the guy, so my
But no, as far as a fan though, liking, we don't know Chase Utley.
Yeah, he's on my do-do list right now.
Is that list there? But I was trying to think: is there anybody that Pat, Bob, Jamie, and I could all agree on as an athlete that we would go, we're all fanatical about him. We all love him because Tiger Woods does it for me. I've said it many times. I played golf at Old Bastards on Westchester Pike, the old duck pond. I mean, it was terrible because there was duck crap everywhere you went. I never played golf where I thought I was going to make it something that would be a lifelong thing for me. Never. And once Tiger Woods came along, I became obsessed with golf and loving it and watching it and then wanting to play it more. And then, so to me, he did that to me. But outside of a market guy, is there anybody you think we could all agree on?
Maybe like Patrick Mahomes. Maybe a Ja Morant.
I think we all agree on LeBron.
We all,
yeah.
I think we all agree on LeBron. Yeah, LeBron, yes.
I mean, I love watching Luka. I don't think anybody here hates Luka.
Yeah, but the thing is, though, I'm not fanatical about Luka.
Yeah.
Where I'm like LeBron.
Well, nobody's at a Tiger level.
As I said, like, and Pat, you and I have said it before with LeBron. To me, the fact that LeBron James has never screwed up his life, to me, is one of the greatest. It sounds stupid to say it, but it's one of the greatest accomplishments ever because we've never seen an athlete have that much scrutiny since high school.
I always crack up at the commercial, and it's an awesome commercial now where he's talking to his younger self. And his younger self says,
"We're going to the league."
Yeah. But as he asks older LeBron, am I ready for it? Am I ready for the pressure? And older LeBron says, I can't tell you everything. And I'm screaming, yes.
Yeah, you're
ready, dude. Like,
you're ready.
You nailed it. You nailed the assignment. You're good. The worst thing we can say is you did a decision and you yelled Taco Tuesday.
And I laugh about the decision. I laugh that people are offended by that.
I thought it was stupid. It didn't offend me.
I still am like, people still bringing that up. I'm like, just be quiet. Stop it. It may have been a miscalculation.
It was stupid.
But it was, but I believe everything about him is brand building. And I admire the brand that he's built. I don't agree with everything that comes out of his mouth.
No.
I think he's cowardly when it comes to China. I think he's a coward when it comes to that. But there isn't anything on everybody's life resume, especially professionally, that you would say they did every single thing right, and I agree with everything they ever said and everything they ever did. I admire the hell out of the guy. Because if anybody had a way that they could have had the world thrown in their lap that they could have screwed up, it's him. Because Tiger...
He screwed up a bunch.
Had the world thrown in his lap, and Tiger is the anti-LeBron. Tiger's had numerous scandals.
Yeah.
And again, I point to even his car accident last year, which is terrible. But if you and I had that accident, and they can even go by the jurisdiction, we would have been drug tested after the accident. Drug tested, alcohol tested. They chose not to for Tiger Woods.
Yeah, how about that?
Isn't that shocking? You and I wouldn't have had that. We would not have had that luxury. And in 90-something% of the accidents on that road, in the same situation, they drug test or alcohol test you. They didn't for Tiger. And to me...
Celebrities, not like
But
us.
LeBron, LeBron stayed out of that. And LeBron is the only guy...
LeBron probably has a driver everywhere.
LeBron's the only one I can think of other than Tiger who had that much scrutiny since high school. LeBron had that scrutiny at 18. And Tiger had that scrutiny at 18.
To a lesser extent, I mean, Harper, a little bit. He was on the cover of Sports Illustrated at 16 being championed as like the baseball version of LeBron.
Yeah,
he definitely had it to a certain extent. And he was kind of a J.O. early on in his career, but he's definitely grown up, matured, and now I love him.
Exactly. Well, we love him because he's here.
Yes, absolutely. If he was on the Nationals, I wouldn't stand him.
Well, Bill Strobel, our buddy, says no one doesn't like Mike Trout. I have no reason to like Mike Trout. He's a spectacular player, but Mike Trout,
I rarely get to see him play.
I don't even know who the hell Mike Trout is. Mike Trout doesn't lift a finger to promote his sport. Mike Trout doesn't do anything to make his game bigger. The greats of the game always usually do things to raise the tide for everybody else. By when they get a chance to promote the sport, do it. They do things to me, and then that helps everybody below them on the food chain. Mike Trout doesn't lift a finger.
Well,
so I mean, he lives local. I mean, that's great.
Usually, greatness raises the sport itself.
Is there any greats?
Like, what did Michael Jordan do to promote basketball besides being great?
Michael Jordan built an international brand.
I mean, he made some videos. Come
by
fly
being
with
great.
me.
Yes, but he did. But he also built an international brand.
Yeah,
that by the way,
but because he was the best player in the world,
then all the others have globbed on and followed him and become international brands after.
Sure, but it all came from his greatness.
Yeah, but he worked at that.
Well, Mike
He
Trout
worked at
works at his
creating it.
greatness.
Mike
It's
Trout
just-
doesn't do anything to build an international brand for baseball. Nothing.
Well, what's he supposed to do?
Some could argue that Michael Jordan hurt the game of basketball with all he did off the court.
Well, I mean, there's some.
Look, Jordan was great, and everybody glamored onto Jordan. I don't know how much the NBA can say. Well, they can say thank you, Michael Jordan, for being Michael Jordan, but I don't know what he actually did for the NBA in that regard.
I think he made it he is one of the players that made it and helped to raise the international
because of his
stage.
play.
He did, but then he also built the brand internationally.
The brand
He
was
also
built on him
I
because of
understand.
his play.
I understand, but but also his marketing and everything. He's the guy that brought marketing to the NBA. Individual brand marketing of a player.
Yeah,
he brought that to the
did
NBA.
that.
Shoes and clothing and all that stuff. No, all the guys that do it now, they did it after Jordan.
But if Mike Trout was offered a Gatorade deal and a come round the bases with me VHS tape for handsome amounts of money, I'm sure he's going to do it.
Yeah, I don't fault a guy for putting his head down and being the best in the game. I just
That's
don't.
fine.
Yeah,
no, but I'm saying,
I
Bill
think
goes,
it's more
Bill
on
goes,
Major League Baseball.
Nobody doesn't like
So do
Mike
I.
Trout. I don't dislike Mike Trout, but I don't love him either.
I think Major League Baseball is more to blame than Mike Trout in terms of marketing and raising the awareness of the sport and rising all boats. Major League Baseball doesn't do anything. They don't even promote their own sport well.
I know a lot of guys in baseball, though, who promote the sport and promote themselves, and they promote the sport to try to...
Promoting yourself and getting endorsement money is different than promoting the sport.
We applaud Bryce Harper for it. The constant promoting and pandering and all that stuff. We think it's great when it's Bryce Harper. He doesn't do any of that in L.A. He does nothing. Mike Trout does none of that.
What does Harper do to go out to promote Major League Baseball?
No, but it promotes the sport by him promoting himself and getting out there and interacting. He's a very interactive guy. Harper has tried to be a different guy than he was in Washington. He's tried to change his...
Because he wears Fanatic socks?
He's pandering. We like the pandering here.
I don't know what that does for Major League Baseball.
It raises the eyeballs on it. It creates that energy for it. But Mike Trout was... If Mike Trout was born in Cleveland, would people talk about him here? No.
He'd still be called the best player in the game.
But nobody would talk about him here.
No.
Nobody would talk about him. Nobody'd be talking about Mike Trout. I mean,
he's the best player in baseball. People would be talking about him as the best player in baseball right now. I don't hear. Does everybody always mention he's from Millville?
He's from here.
Yeah,
he's from here.
He's also the greatest player in baseball.
I hit a home run off of him.
Oh, did you? I know. I don't know how many
Tunis
guys
struck him
I've
out.
met. Yeah, there you go.
Is there anybody who's polarizing though as Tiger Woods? That you can think of that
No.
you guys love him and I'm like whatever.
Look,
But you're not anti him though, right?
No, but
there are a lot of people
there
who
are
are.
people that are. That's my point. Like you go to a bar and there's people that can't stand him.
Yeah, I mean,
He's as polarizing as it gets. That's where LeBron's greatness comes in. There are people who are stupid that are going to... LeBron doesn't agree with me with who I vote for. LeBron doesn't agree with me on this issue that are going to hate him. I don't care.
I don't like him for Space Jam, too.
Well, that was terrible. That was a disgrace.
Did he get an Oscar
and I'll call him
nomination?
out.
Nothing?
Oh, by the way, we didn't...
Somebody should have slapped
Shaq won an Oscar.
Did he? Yeah, he won. Yeah, I was going to bring that up yesterday.
He
But
won an Oscar.
So he gets an Oscar?
Now he has an Oscar. He has multiple Emmys. It just sucks. It just really sucks. Shaq is just too good. All right, you're ranking levels of excitement, Jamie.
Yeah, it's a great time on the sports calendar right now. I was just thinking about this yesterday.
Best time of the year.
It really is good. So the Tiger rumors we just talked about.
Right.
He's been seen walking his home course with his caddy. There's rumors he's going to try and make a Masters run here. Not just from people speculating. Some actual reporters inside golf said, "Yeah, don't rule it out. This is non-crazy talk." So you got the Masters coming up in 2 weeks. You have Phillies opening day in 10 days. You got the Eagles draft coming up you got your countdown over there, John. What is it? 20
For what?
The Eagles draft.
For the Eagles draft, let me get it for you here. The exact days on it for draft.
We have 8 games.
We have 30 days to the draft.
30 days. Okay. 8 games left until the Sixers go on a playoff run. And this weekend there's the Villanova Final Four. I know where Villanova's going to fall on your list of excitement, John.
Yes.
But I wanted to kind of poll the room and see one through.
You're polling the room?
Hey,
wow.
now.
I've never been polled.
Hey, Sailor.
Villanova Final Four 5.
Yes. It's shocking no one.
Yeah.
It shocks. And I bet Villanova people are very happy about it.
Have either of you ever been polled? What's 4 for you?
Well, number one, there's no question right now it's Phillies opening day.
Really?
Yeah, because it's going to come first. See, to me, it's like I'm like a dog. The baseball Phillies opening day is going to come first. Then the Sixers playoffs are going to come.
Nova comes first.
Then the Eagles draft. No, Nova's last on my list.
Nova's on Saturday
last.
night.
I understand, but Nova's last on my list. It's of no interest. It's look. I'll watch the game, but it's of no. It has no interest though, Bob. It's not on my. It doesn't get in the pecking order because I mean, I'll watch the game and I'll be entertained by it, but I have no rooting interest in the game.
Oh, I'm heading to my cousins. We're getting a nice takeout.
Duke, North Carolina matters to me.
More than Villanova does?
No question.
That's crazy.
It's not even close.
Crazy.
A historically great game of all time. That is a historic moment of all time. You can anybody who roots for Villanova could. Yes, they could have a parade. Where
Bob,
do they want to have?
Where are you? 1 through 5.
So I don't do it 1 through 5. I do it 1A, 1B, because I love all of these things, and I don't want to degrade it by saying my last one is I don't care about it. So 1 is Sixers playoff run, 2 is Nova, 3 is the Masters, 4 is the draft. I shouldn't say I'm doing it 1 through 5, and then opening day. I love all of these things, and I said to you guys a couple weeks ago, it's my favorite time of the year. All of these things I love tremendously, and I could flip-flop them at any time, but you put it out there.
Yeah, I'm Sixers playoffs 1. I think Phillies opening day 2. Eagles draft 3. Villanova 4. Actually, Masters 4. Villanova 5.
Yes. Thank you for your honesty. What about you, Pat Egan?
I would go draft 1, opening day 2. Sixers playoffs 3.
Wow.
Masters 4.
And then Villanova 5.
And you don't even watch golf.
Yeah, and
Villanova 5, yes.
Villanova's not on the list because it's levels of excitement, and I can't include Villanova because I'm not excited for it. So it's for me, it's 4.
It is different. We're not living in a college town, a college-centric place. But the other day when that publicly on the Who You're Rooting For thing was going on, the amount of people that responded from other parts of the country, they were finally going, what? They're telling you have to root for somebody? They were like, that's really strange. I'm like, it's strange. People do it, though. Especially if you don't have a team. Jamie not having a team in the Big Five, it's very perfect for you.
I'm a free agent.
Right, you're a free agent.
It's great.
And there are, I would think it's 90% of the people who listen to sports radio are free agents.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Maybe
more.
Yeah.
Maybe more that don't have that rooting interest there. Sixers pregame tonight, the Green Parrot, Sycamore Street in Newtown, Pennsylvania.
That's right. Corona's sponsoring us. We're going to be there giving away Sixers tickets, some shirts, play the song. Maybe Chunas will sign it for you if he's there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so good time. We'll get there around 5 o'clock, and we'll hang out. The show goes from about 6 to 6:45, and then we'll hang out, watch a little Sixers.
I used to go to a pizza place growing up that was right next to the Green Parrot, and I can't remember
next to the Yum Yum Bakery and the...
no, that's Colmar.
This Green Parrot?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll check it out tonight.
How far is North Penn Mazda from the Green Parrot?
It's a couple Wawas away.
That's
probably a 50-minute drive at least.
It's okay.
Yeah, that's a little bit
We
of a
don't need
hike.
to know everything along
right
the way
around the corner then.
Yeah.
Let's get to Cooney's.
95 to the Turnpike, Route 1,
Let's get to Cooney's column.
Let's turn the page and find out what's in Cooney's column.
Guys, I recently watched one of the best sporting events that I've seen in a very, very long time, and it may be one of the best ever, like in my top 25. What constitutes a great sporting event? Well, in my book, it's toughness that overcomes whatever odds are presented during those players during that game. It's clutch performances in the most trying of times. It's coaching that makes you learn something about the game and about the players they are coaching. It's entertainment to the highest sports degree, no matter what you're looking for in a game. Last night, I watched the women's basketball game between UConn and North Carolina State, and it provided all that in a thrilling double overtime 91-87 UConn win. I can see the eyes roll right now about it being a women's basketball game and how they're not as athletic as the men and the game is too slow and how it's not entertaining and so on and so forth. This is where I roll my eyes at you. Yes, there are many out there who agree with me about what is entertaining in sports, despite who is playing and at what level. But there are still many, and some of them in my own immediate circle of friends, maybe to my left, who are of the arcane belief that there isn't a chance for women's sports to hold a candle to men's in many aspects. Maybe not. But that just tells me that perhaps you're not watching the game the right way. That game last night, I don't care if it was 8-year-old kids playing. That game last night was so entertaining and so what sports, in my book, is all about. toughness. A girl got hurt, shattered her wrist. It was similar to the Villanova kid going down. A girl shatters her wrist on Connecticut, has to come out of the game, obviously. Sitting on the bench with a cast there. Just great shots. A shot at the end of first overtime to send it to 2 overtimes, a three-pointer in a corner. It was just a great, great game. And I was talking to one of my buddies last night. Oh, yeah, okay. And that's what made me write this. Oh, yeah, okay, women's game. Great. I could go see a high school game that's better than that. Nah, for the entertainment factor
You're not
of sports,
see a high school
you
game
could
that's
not.
better.
Yeah, so, and I appreciate you two jagaloons not sitting there laughing and talking while I'm trying to read my column. Thank you very much.
They weren't they didn't laugh.
Yes, they were. I saw them
They
going
didn't
back
laugh.
and forth.
No, there was
I was
eye
laughing at
contact.
Egan's reactions because as soon as you started the column, he goes, "This better not be about women's basketball."
You got maybe 3 words in, and I got in
Exactly.
Jamie's ear and said, "If this is about women's basketball."
Okay, do you think that?
So
I'm
why
leaving. And I got up
can't
and
it?
I started
Okay.
to leave, but I came back because I
Your
valued my
entire column was directed at Pat Egan,
Why?
which is why I
Exactly.
was laughing.
Now, I said it to you before, though. There was a piece. Barrett Sports Media, one of their columnists, had a piece a few weeks ago saying, one of the people was like, when are we going to get to the day when women's sports are going to crack sports radio? And I say, when people start to care about them.
Sure.
Because this is not the Peace Corps. This is not a charity venture. We don't come in the morning and go, you know what, guys? We haven't been talking enough women's sports on this show. You know what we got to do? We have to start to talk women's sports. And then they're going to go, well, wait a minute. The ratings are terrible. The best WNBA team averages less than 2,500 fans in the stands. Why would we be talking about, like, you don't talk about things to, well, if you talked about them more, people would follow them more. I've gotten that in my whole career. If you guys talked about it, then you didn't, that's not our job. Our job is to talk about what you're already excited about because we're going to fish where the fish are.
Yeah.
I want to build a bigger tent. Women's sports, you're not building a bigger tent. It doesn't draw in because there are too many people. And like, I'm not as bad as Pat, but I will honestly say I'm not far behind him.
No, I hear you. And look,
The Twitter reaction last night to the game made me want to tune in, but I didn't.
And I'm not a guy
That
that's
wasn't
out
on
there
purpose.
watching, women's college basketball. I got to see this game, 16 seed versus an 8 seed, whatever it may be. UConn fascinates me. They have the best player in the country who just came back from a devastating knee injury. Like, to me, as a sporting guy, as a guy who likes it was a competition. I said, let me take a look at this. And it just kept me involved for 2 overtimes the whole game. And it was a great competitive game. That's all.
Pat, if AA baseball was on.
Yeah.
And there's nothing else on. It's a Monday night. None of the pro teams are playing everything. Are you sitting and watching a AA baseball game or a AAA baseball game?
Probably not all the way.
I'm not.
Admittedly, no.
I'd have to know a prospect in the game to have interest.
Yeah, you're painting me as this like
No,
sexist
I'm not.
guy.
No, I'm not.
No, it's not even that. No, but look, by saying like I'm not as bad as Pat.
No, Pat, I said
if
I'm not far behind you in
look,
your opinion.
If you enjoyed last night's game, more power to you.
Enjoy it,
That's
right.
fine. It's not for me. I just cracked up because as soon as Bob started and got 3 words in, I knew immediately what he was talking about. And I will say, Bob, I don't think that if pretty much anything else was on, you would have watched that game. I think if there was,
I would have. That's a good point, but
you would have flipped.
And you lied to me.
No, he would have
you
flipped.
might have checked in on it, but you would have been dialed in if there was.
So it's not a bad point. Like, if the Sixers were on or whatever, I would have checked in. I was planning on watching the Lakers thing last night, and I told that to Jamie.
Yeah,
and when I
lied to
sat down, that's what I was going to do. I checked into the game, and it just had me from the opening tip. Like, I never left it.
You're not a basketball fan. Like, basketball fans watch the Lakers thing.
Yeah.
Good
You're
point.
sitting here watching.
I'm just there for your entertainment.
God
yeah,
knows,
you're right.
man.
Yeah.
There you go.
Trying to
It's a
get
good
you
job,
to watch
Bob.
a great show, Bob.
That's what Cooney's column's supposed to be, though. It's supposed to create discussion.
A lot of local ties to the show, too, and you just
There you go.
So there's this guy on our YouTube chat. I have to address him.
What do you say, Mopar?
Sean D's 90. Every time I do a
D's.
Cooney's column, he's always like, why is Bob reading what he wrote?
Because he wrote it.
It's the bit,
Seriously.
Sean.
Thank
It
you for
is the
listening.
bit. The
He
bit is
wrote
me
it.
writing something and reading it to you.
He's supposed to memorize it?
Every time I do a Cooney's column, I always look up on our YouTube page and I see this guy questioning it.
He's trolling you.
It's the bit. No, I don't
Yeah,
care.
at this
I
point he
understand.
knows.
He's got D's
I'm just trying
in
to
his
give him-
name.
I'm just trying to give him the answer.
The idea is that he wrote a column and he doesn't memorize said column. It's not a hard concept.
But
It
yeah,
really
that I'll tell you that I wake up with good feelings. That put me to bed with a good. That was such a fun game to watch
There
last
you go.
night. Yeah.
Hey, coming up in the next hour of the show, Bob will have clue number 3 for you to qualify for Seat 7 in our game show next week to potentially go to Las Vegas with us. But tonight's game against the Bucks, it's huge, and it's huge for a reason that you do not even know yet. But you'll know next. John Kincade Show on The Fanatic. The place to hang out, the official hangout for wings, beer, game day, and the Hooters girls. Well, I just solved it for you. It's Hooters. And Hooters has been saying they're missing you. They haven't seen you during the pandemic and everything. Maybe you didn't come in. If you don't know where the nearest Hooters is to you, go to northeasthooters.com and sign up today. Their sandwiches, their salads, their seafood, and, of course, their wings. They're the original wing joint since 1983. They consider themselves the cure for the common restaurant, and a lot of people love to play hooky at Hooters. Right now, though, you might want to bring the basketball viewing party home to you. Maybe this weekend. Go to HootersToGo.com and be the MVP of your basketball watch party. You grab Hooters to go, you order online, and then you pick it up, and you're going to absolutely love it. So for dine-in, to-go, or delivery, Hooters is going to bring the flavor and the fun to your basketball season. If you don't know where your nearest Hooters is, go to northeasthooters.com. Remember, HootersToGo.com.
The John Kincade Show.
You can't just tag no offense on the end of something horribly offensive and act like it's okay.
On 97.5 The Fanatic. Philadelphia. The push to the playoffs is on.
Here's Harden to Embiid. Embiid goes in, and a monster jam.
8 games remain in the regular season. Sixers, Bucks, tonight at 7 on your home for 76ers basketball. 97.5 The Fanatic. Philadelphia.
Sixers basketball is brought to you by DraftKings Sportsbook, America's top-rated sportsbook app.
Verizon knows you need internet speeds you can rely on at a price you can trust. Switch to Verizon Fios, the 100% fiber optic network with upload speeds up to 25 times faster than cable and internet plans with no surprises. Enjoy gaming with ultra-low lag, streaming your favorite shows and movies, and video chatting to stay connected with your friends and family. All with no hidden fees and no expiring promo prices. Plans start at just $39.99 per month with AutoPay. That's right. Faster speed and reliability costs less than you think. No surprises, no caveats, just the 100% fiber optic network and 100% price transparency. That's Verizon Fios. Call 1-800-VERIZON to switch today. February 23rd, 2022 speed claim based on Fios gigabit connection max upload speeds of 880 megabits per second versus 35 megabits per second advertised upload speeds for Xfinity Gigabit, Spectrum Internet Gig, and Optimum 1 Gig plans. $15 per month router charge, $99 setup fee, and terms may apply.
Start your March with a bang. Right now, FanDuel Sportsbook is giving new customers a $150 instant bonus guaranteed. That's right. You'll get $150 in bonus site credit, and all you have to do is place your first bet of $5 or more. Join FanDuel today with promo code PLAY. That's promo code PLAY on the FanDuel Sportsbook app.
21 plus and present in Arizona, Colorado, Connecticut, Iowa, Illinois, Indiana, Louisiana, permitted parishes only. Michigan, New Jersey, New York, Pennsylvania, Tennessee, Virginia, Wyoming, or West Virginia. First online real money wager only. $10 first deposit required. Bonus issued is non-withdrawable site credit that expires 14 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See full terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit fanduel.com/RG in Colorado, Iowa, Michigan, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Illinois, and Virginia. 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT-STEP to 53342 in Arizona. 1-888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org/chat in Connecticut. 1-800-9-WITH-IT in Indiana. 1-877-7770-STOP in Louisiana. 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369 in New York. Tennessee Redline 1-800-889-9789. 1-800-522-4700 in Wyoming or visit 1-800-GAMBLER.net in West Virginia.
O'Reilly. This is Claudia's O'Reilly Auto Parts story.
I had just moved to a new city and barely even knew where the grocery store was yet. When my car wouldn't start one morning, I didn't know who to ask about local shops. But I remembered a name from back home, O'Reilly Auto Parts. I called and they pointed me to a great mechanic just down the street. Now I feel a little more at home.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Hey, it's Deion Sanders. They call me Coach Prime now. You already know Walmart is your one-stop shop for all those game day essentials. Now, Walmart and Gillette Labs are teaming up to take your game day to the next level. You got to swing by the shave aisle to snag the new Gillette Labs razor and get that W, man.
The new Gillette Labs with exfoliating bar for a shave as quick and easy as washing your face.
From installing a smart garage door opener, to installing a bathroom faucet, to removing a tree, the Home Depot believes you can do anything, especially the things we have how-to guides for. Visit HomeDepot.com for thousands of tips, workshops, and ideas for projects, big and small. The Home Depot app. How doers get more done.
Anywhere fans go to cheer on their team, there are behind-the-scenes MVPs ensuring everything is game day ready. We see you, Joe, fixing seats so every fan can enjoy every game. And Allie, who keeps her stadium running smoothly from the moment the first game starts to the last play of the season. At Grainger, you're our MVPs, and we're always here for you with supplies and solutions for every industry and 24/7 customer support. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
The only thing better than the PGA Tour level gear you find at the PGA Tour Superstore is getting it for free. Plymouth meeting, don't miss the PGA Tour Superstore grand opening on April 2nd. We're giving away $30,000 in free gear all weekend long. Free clubs from top brands like Callaway and TaylorMade. Free golf bags, footwear, gift cards, and more. Doors open at 9 a.m. Shop with the pros at the PGA Tour Superstore, 2410 Chemical Road.
Every dribble, every pass, and every bucket, all in the palm of your hand. Because now you can sign up and bet. No strings attached with Bet Rivers Sportsbook app featuring award-winning customer service. Live in-game bets, live player props, and live instant betting. Bucket to bucket. Don't miss out on all the big games. Get in the action with Bet Rivers Sportsbook. Download the Bet Rivers Sportsbook app today.
Presented by Rivers Casino Pittsburgh. Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Whether you want to buy a new home, grow your business, or build your nest egg, where there's a WSFS, there's a way. WSFS Bank has been serving the people of this region for nearly 200 years, so we understand your needs, your hopes, your aspirations. With a local presence and national capabilities, WSFS is the bank from here that can take you anywhere. So now the question is, where would you like to go? Where there's a WSFS, there's a way. WSFS Bank, we stand for service. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
WPEN, Burlington, Philadelphia, a Beasley Media Group station. Home of 76ers basketball and Flyers hockey.
Plug in.
97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia. Now, back to the John Kincade Show.
Broaden Market, 22nd and South, and Cooney's Corner. Where else would you want to hang out? Back to the John Kincade Show.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Halfway home, John Kincade Show on The Fanatic. Thank you so much for hanging out with us as often as you do. We see you streaming all day on the app. Thank you for those of you who stream on the app all day long. Listen at 97.5thefanatic.com.
Yeah, Sean D's, right?
Sean D's, yeah. Is he streaming?
Yeah. He's streaming.
Or is he watching on YouTube?
Him. I think he was. Well, that is streaming, right?
No,
I consider that streaming.
I thought streaming's on the app. I don't know
how that works.
I think YouTube's a different metric.
We appreciate them listening.
Yeah, we love them. We love that they're there. This is great. And even Jim, who yesterday I had to send Pat Jim's email.
Yeah.
So Jim's email, Jim was one. He goes, well, it was Pat that was the one who brought it up about his picture not being on the thing. And I said, oh, Pat. So here it is, Pat. So I send him Jim's email. Jim wasn't going to let it die.
I got a text from Kincade saying, you want to explain yourself, you coward? And I just said if there was really an issue with any of the graphics that go up on the website, I'm the person who puts them up, so I would have changed it.
Exactly.
They have to go through.
Jim would not. And then he goes, "You did not. I did not say that you were disrespectful to your teammates." And I said, I sent him back his own email quote. He goes, "Don't you think it's disrespectful that you did this?" I said, "Dude, I have nothing to do with this. For God's sakes."
We have nothing to do with him listening either. But
we don't. No, he doesn't. We're glad he's listening.
And we appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you.
Jamie, thank you for listening. I had somebody tell me at the happy hour that because I thanked them for listening. And they go, oh, don't say that. I go, why?
Because they think it's condescending.
They think it's and I had to explain, no, we really...
We do,
I'm not saying it condescendingly. I really do appreciate you listening.
Even if you hate us, we appreciate you listening.
Exactly. We realize you do have a choice. WHYY is right down the dial, and you're choosing us.
And Peter and Stan have quite a few listeners.
Never heard of them.
I'm telling you, that Melissa and Carter, they're really good, too. They sort of prop those two up. It's just one game of 82, right? That's what I always hear about the NBA. No, don't read into it. It's just one game. Well, tonight, with 8 games to go, the Bucks and the Sixers have the exact same record. And they've split their 2 meetings. And chances are these two teams could end up with the same record after 82 games. So, in fact, if you're worried about the Bucks, raise your hand if you are. I am. Tonight means a lot. If you win, you hold the season tiebreaker with the Bucks because you've split the two games. Tonight's the deciding third game. In case there's a tie in the standings, you're ahead of the Bucks. Yesterday morning, we talked about it on the show, a Game 7 versus the Bucks. And I think Jamie said it's a 12:30 Sunday afternoon, Game 7, Bucks Sixers. You want that game at the Wells Fargo Center.
Yeah.
Tonight matters. Don't listen to the people who constantly say, regular season doesn't matter. It's just 1 of 182. This is the NBA. Tonight matters, especially with the Sixers' crappy record versus good teams. They have propped up their record this year, beating the bad teams, and they have been less than average, mediocre at best, and even worse than mediocre against the good teams. Tonight matters. You want home court against the Bucks? Tonight could go a long way towards securing it. Bucks would have to be ahead of you in the standings at the end of the year. So 8 games to go, and there you are. And after tonight, Jamie brought up earlier, here's the Sixers' remaining schedule after tonight. At the Pistons, home to the Hornets. At the Cavs, at the Pacers, at the Raptors, home with the Pacers and Pistons. It is a very manageable end-of-season schedule, even though the Raptors and the Cavs on the road are two teams that are going to be in the playoff field. You are not playing, and the Hornets will be in the play-in tournament. They're in the Fugazi play-in tournament. So there it is. Tonight matters.
Yeah.
And it matters. I think it matters a lot.
Yeah, I want to go into it. If I was, coaching the Sixers or part of the Sixers, I would want to go into it as saying, all right, big game again tonight, boys. Because think about it. You played Sunday against the best team in the NBA, and you played well for most of the game. There was a 5-minute span there that you didn't. You came out not going on top. So you come 2 days later playing against one of the best teams in the East. What does that say to you? You're playing a great team one night. 2 nights later, you're playing a great team again. That's what playoffs are. Right? That's what the playoffs are about. So I would approach it if I was Doc Rivers saying, look, guys, good effort in Phoenix wasn't good enough. Let's look at it like we're going home for another home playoff game. A different opponent, yes, which is not playoff-like, but still a really good opponent in the same. I'm playing Embiid. I'm playing Harden. I'm going balls to the wall to win this game. I want to see where you are. Now, line of thinking might be on Doc Rivers or the Sixers, well, we don't want to show them anything with Harden, so maybe we'll hold some guys out or whatever. I don't want that because it's just fool's gold anyway. I want to find out who I am against them.
Preemptively, Jamie, I want to say this too. Sixers go at it tonight with the Bucks, and it is a great game, and it's a 4-quarter game, and it's like a match like the Suns the other day, and they go out there and they play the Bucks, and the Bucks win 115-114. I'm not going to lose 1 ounce of sleep over it. As long as the Sixers have a strong showing. If they lose a nail-biting game at the very end, I'm fine. I'll be fine with it. But if the Bucks came in and were able to sort of impose their will on them, I'm actually going to be concerned.
Oh, yeah. If it's anything resembling
like a 9-point, 10-point win.
That Brooklyn game, yeah, it's going to be hairs on fire for most people. Not me, because I'm follically challenged. But most people will be panic.
Don't slap us. We're not laughing.
Well, I can make fun of myself.
Don't slap us. Yes.
Yeah, I don't want that. If it's a Phoenix type of game, it's okay. I'd prefer not to see a blown lead. I'd prefer them
that'd be shocking.
Crawl back and actually get a lead back in the second half rather than the opposite. That would be the thing that concerns me if they do find themselves up 15-plus points again and blow it, because that's something I think that can snowball mentally on them pretty quickly here. It happened against Phoenix. It happens in the NBA. It's a league of runs. You got to stop it at some point if you're going to advance.
Doing it on the road is one thing.
Yes.
On the last game of a road trip, nonetheless, it's kind of understandable in a way. Doing it at home when you're back after that road trip and you've had a couple days off, that's my big fear, because this team routinely gets out to leads that they blow, and it's frustrating being a Sixers fan because you can't sit there, look at a 20-point lead and go, okay, they have this in the bag. I can kick back and I can go do other things. Nope. Next thing you know, the other team goes on the run and you're up by 4, you're up by 2, and you're sweating it out.
And by the way, it wasn't just a regular season. It wasn't just a postseason thing last year with Doc Rivers. Doc Rivers' team, since he's been in Philadelphia, they have the most 13-plus point leads blown in the NBA. But also pointed out from a listener yesterday, they also are a top 6 team in having 13-point leads.
Yeah. So if you want to look at the positive,
there's something to that too. And I just wanted to get that in there, and I want to thank David who sent that information yesterday. He goes, John, they are a top, since Doc Rivers took over, they're also a top 6 team of building leads of that large. They have blown them. And by the way, though, as he points out, the other teams blow a 13-point lead at a rate of 30% less is the next team in line.
It just shows you how the disparity between the starters and the bench is what that shows.
It really is. I think part of it.
Yeah, and when Harden and Embiid are on the court, they can win a title. When they have to go to the bench, it's when things get a little hairy. I mean, DeAndre Jordan allowing
I think his substitutions, though, have always been a problem. I think it's played into it.
Totally.
And I think it's played into it. Last year in the playoffs, I think it played into it.
But Joel's got to find a way to play 42 every single night.
Every NBA analyst ripped him for his bench management last year during that Hawks series.
Yeah, so his
substitution
hockey,
pattern. He never learned.
On the fly changes suck. So we talked about blowing leads the other night. So I said to you guys, I said, all right, I'm going to go back and just look at something randomly. Pick the game the other night. Wait till you see, and we're going to break this down in the next segment. Wait till you see how random runs are in the NBA. It's shocking.
That's a nice tease, Bobby.
It might take away your thinking of where the blame goes.
Hey, if you got problems with your building's water and wastewater pump system, visit pumpmanphilly.com. Pump! There you go. Pumpman Philly, the guys to know to fix your flow.
Fix it.
That is a Tuesday.
Get it fixed.
Get it fixed with
Fix
Pump
that
Man.
flow.
With the Pump Man.
Pump Man wants to fix it.
Pump Man don't like it if you don't fix it.
Fix it. Is a Slim Jim ad now?
Fix it
really
now.
Is.
Call the Pump Man.
Snap into us.
Yes. Hey, we'd like to thank our Fanatic listener of the day, Kevin Raftery. Thank you for listening.
Bill's relative?
Kevin Raftery. We
Kevin's
appreciate
playing.
Well, most people call him Kevin Raft, Bob Rafferty here in town. It's Raft.
It's just Raft.
Raft.
Yeah. What do you say, Raft?
Raft.
That's a great name.
His nickname is Raft.
Yeah, Raft.
Okay. But people still call
It's hard.
him, when they say his name, they call him Bob Rafferty. And I'm like, why would his nickname be Raft?
It's a mouthful.
Yeah,
the FT there
I'm
in the
guilty
middle.
of that.
Yeah,
Really?
Yeah, I'm not
I slip
proud
up.
of
Well,
it.
your worst is Roy Halladay.
Oh,
you
no,
can't
I'm worse than
you
that.
can't say Roy Halladay, and I don't understand. It's not a hard thing to say.
It's for me. It is for you. It's not.
You're hung up on Doc Holliday.
Probably. I don't know what it is.
It's the play, which is a terrible play on words because it's not even the same thing.
We all have our bugaboo. I don't know
There
what
you
to
go.
tell you. That's mine.
Kevin Raftery, we appreciate you. Thanks for listening very, very much.
Onions.
And being a part of the show. He is
he's a legend.
And charming.
I love that man.
He's a
never met
charming.
him.
Bob, have you had a chance to
So I was asked to write a book about about Tom Gola when I was covering LaSalle after I got done, and Raph was somebody I needed to talk to about it. So we met. I believe we were at a regional final. We may have been at a Final Four. And we met and talked for a little while. And I've played in his golf tournament a few times that he has. Great
Oh my gosh.
guy. Yeah. Kind of guy that if you're around other people that really know him and you're just standing at the bar, I don't say a word. I just stood there and listened to the stories. And it was a lot of fun.
Hey, I heard there have been some good bar meetings with Raft at Final Fours.
No personal question.
I think there's been a lot of good parties. You know, people love the man. They love the guy. And he's universally respected and loved.
He seems like a really cool guy.
Really nice man. I've only had a few times, and he's been fantastic.
Strokes it.
Hey, Martin Law, the law firm for injured workers. Visit PAWorkinjury.com. If you need them, they're there for you. Visit PAWorkinjury.com. Just want to congratulate, too, a guy who has joined us on the show before, and he will join us again. Kevin Burkhardt.
Yeah.
Getting the big chair yesterday.
Yeah, that's cool.
And I couldn't be more excited for Kevin and proud of him because he is a guy who has worked the grind. He was a guy 14 years ago was selling cars on the side because doing the Mets sideline job wasn't enough money to carry him. You're thinking, he's on the Mets TV broadcast. He's making enough money. He could do it. He had to sell cars on the side. Like he had a side hustle in order to pursue his dream. And for Kevin Burkhardt to get that, I'm thrilled for him, to get that big chair.
I didn't see it. What happened?
He's replacing Joe Buck.
Good for him, man. He's really good.
And I would imagine that then Greg Olson makes the move up. But I'm hearing a lot of buzz of Michael Strahan.
Huh.
And I'm not reporting.
God.
I'm not reporting anything.
There's a guy that I just wish would go away.
I'm not reporting anything.
A lot of people feel that
I do
way.
not understand because Michael's a good dude.
I'm sure he's great. I think his ex-wife would disagree with it, but I'm sure he's great.
He doesn't do a ton
find
for
him
me.
insufferably annoying.
I don't get involved in other people's marriages.
No, I'm just throwing it in there. I think she would disagree. He's a great guy. That's all.
She may, but
I don't mind him.
Yeah,
I
find
kind of
him
like him. I
annoying.
don't mind him, but it doesn't really do much for me.
He strikes me as the more successful version of Tiki Barber because Tiki tried to do the same thing before Michael. He tried to dip into.
Are you going to bring up Tiki Barber's wife? Wouldn't have said that
I
either,
could
too?
if you want me to.
Yeah,
I can do it right now.
She definitely wouldn't say nice
And Dan
things.
Marino's wife wouldn't say it either.
No, my first ex-wife wouldn't say it.
You wouldn't say it either. Hey, but congratulations, Kevin, on the appointment. All right, it's time. Tomorrow, by the way, during the 7 o'clock hour, around 7:45, Jamie Lynch will premiere his first mock draft tomorrow on the show. 7:40, be listening. Do not miss it. Mock draft tomorrow. Let's go! But we've got some draft content for you as everything's getting a little bit closer, Jamie.
It's the Draft Report with Jamie Lynch. Now, here's Jamie.
Hey, guys, it's me, Jamie. I'm here to do my report. Brought to you by the wonderful people up at North Penn Mazda. For the 7th year in a row, North Penn is a Mazda President's Award winner, an honor earned only by the top dealerships in the country. Can't miss it. Right at the Colmar train station right there in North Penn. Don't miss it. Check them out. So, this guy is a guy I think is extremely likely to become an Eagle. Somebody with knowledge of the Eagles front office on Twitter that goes by the name Honest NFL, an ex-front office employee that knows the way the Eagles work from the inside. They remain anonymous online. He's had a lot of smoke tied to Devontae Wyatt about how much they love this kid from the University of Georgia. Mm-hmm. Obviously, Trayvon Walker, Jordan Davis are the big names that are talked about on that defensive line. Devontae Wyatt's the guy kind of laying in the weeds a little bit amongst the Georgia defenders. He's going to be a first-round pick. He's projected anywhere from that 15 to kind of 30 range. This is like the most chaotic first round of a draft I can remember in terms of people don't really know what's what. I mean, it's wild, but I do think he's going to be available for the Eagles, and I do think there's mutual interest on their part in him. He's a 6'3", 310-pound defensive tackle. He was a 4-year contributor for the Georgia Bulldogs. He actually opted out of being a cock. Was originally committed to South Carolina, and then went to Georgia instead.
Would you say he feared the cock?
Maybe he turned his back on Will Muschamp.
Yeah.
And now Will Muschamp coaches on that staff.
Yeah.
And that was a big flip when they got him.
Yeah. His breakout season didn't come until this past year, which is actually his 5th year of eligibility. He almost entered the draft last year, but he got that extra year of COVID eligibility, much like Colin Gillespie at Villanova, and ran it back for another year. It probably worked out for him because he'll be a first-round pick. He might not have been last year, but this was his best year. He's an interior lineman that can line up anywhere. He played some outside edge. He played some interior line. He's a very fluid athlete, they say, for a guy that's that size. He doesn't overall win with the power game. He's more going to shoot gaps and be a pocket disruptor. We know how the Eagles love versatility. And a guy that, much like Milton Williams last year, that can play a little edge if needed, a little interior if needed. I mean, look at Javon Hargrave. That, I think, appeals to them in a major, major way. Again, not that power guy. He said he's got good hands. They said his IQ is great in both the run and the pass game. Again, I think they value IQ a lot down at the NovaCare. He ran a 4.740. To put that in perspective for you, Kyle Hamilton just ran a 4.740. He's an interior defensive lineman.
Amazing. Right, he's amazing.
So he's one of these Georgia players that athleticism-wise really jumps off the screen at you. I think there's real ties to this kid, and I think it's highly likely he could be one of their picks.
Well, when I tell you that, and we had Carlos on last week telling us about it, Carlos Medina.
Yeah, I had to specifically ask him about him because there's been a lot of smoke tied to Wyatt.
Well, I can tell you this, is that I was told no team, no NFL team has spent more time in Athens than the Eagles. There are teams that have spent comparable amounts of time, but the Eagles are among the most swarming Athens.
I think it's a high likelihood they end up with a Georgia player, whether it's Seen or Pickens or Walker.
Here's the thing with Wyatt, though. Wyatt gets underrated because he was lined up with Jordan Davis.
Yeah, sure.
And Jordan Davis got all the buzz. But I'm telling you, I think he is tailor-made. He is a 3-down guy.
Yep.
He is fantastic against the run, and he can rush the passer. That's another thing. I would love it if his name was called on draft.
Yeah, they said one of his weaknesses is he can disappear in the run game if he's double-teamed.
He's good against the run, though.
If you're playing next to Fletcher Cox or Javon Hargrave, you're probably not going to be getting double-teamed.
Be that disruptor, man.
If you can shoot gaps and use that athleticism to just blow up pockets, that's a highly sought-after skill set.
Now, here's one, too. I'm not throwing this out in comparison to player. But his numbers, if you look at all his measurables, they remind you of another player. They are almost comparable to another player.
Don't say Aaron Donald.
Yep. Go look at them. We've had Chuck Smith on before, who coaches these guys for the NFL. Chuck Smith loves this kid. Loves him. Chuck Smith's the guy who told me before Aaron Donald's draft, if he had one player to draft, he would have drafted number 1 Aaron Donald. And if they redrafted that draft, Aaron Donald would be the number 1 pick of that draft. He loves this kid.
Yeah, I think it's...
and if he gets to 15... Chuck would tell you, if he gets to 15, he's drafted too late.
Of all the stuff I've read and the accounts I follow...
He's going to be there. He's going to be there.
I think if I had to place money today on a most likely Philadelphia Eagle, I think Devontae Wyatt might be it.
I would love it. And by the way, he was not expected to play as a freshman. And I was there for it all. He was not... He has literally crashed the party. He supplanted a senior to get playing time as a freshman. Because he got an opening with an injury, a one-game type injury or whatever, and they were like, oh, my gosh, this kid's a monster.
Yeah.
And we can't put the Lifetime Achievement Award. He was supplanting players. I'm very excited for him.
Yeah, so tomorrow when we get into the actual mock draft,
can't wait.
The way I'm going to do it so I don't bore everybody to death.
Tell everybody how you're going to do it.
I'm just going to take the consensus top 12 between McShay, Kuiper, Daniel Jeremiah, and maybe one other. And I'll just take those off the board, and I'll pick up the draft at 13, and we'll work 13 through 19, and hope we can give a realistic picture of what's, going to be in that area.
Could you do people a favor, though, before we get to that, and give them the 12, whether we do it on our Instagram?
Yeah, I'll either put it on my Twitter or the website.
Make sure that's there. That way people see it.
Sure.
So that way when they know what you're doing with, because you know what you're going to get. Why didn't you say...
Who did that Jordan Davis?
No. Well, we took him off the board, and we're trying to keep it that way with Jamie, but Jamie loves this stuff.
I do.
You perk up.
I do.
I'm going to write up at 12 also. Let's see if they match.
And okay.
How about, you know what? That'd be fun for tomorrow.
Yeah.
How about we do a consensus 12 for tomorrow?
Sure.
And just see how many names we think
Kyle Hamilton's an interesting one.
He will not be on the board. I mean, it is right now. I can tell you right now. You said yesterday... They go, isn't this delicious with Kyle when they put up the fake Howie picture and you're like, wouldn't that be delicious? And I said, it's the disinformation campaign.
Well, Howie's great at disinformation.
And I can tell you that Steve Weiss has said many, many times, Howie is a purveyor of, look over here.
Well,
because we're interested in this.
I believed what you said until Daniel Jeremiah chimed in on Kyle Hamilton and said, rarely ever do you see a safety with the numbers that Kyle Hamilton's displaying right now go in the top 10. So there's a sliver of hope.
Now, I don't want to rip a client, but I'm willing to when it comes to Eagles football. But my man, Matt Cullen from Parks, one of the big gurus, the poobahs at Parks, he's a big Washington Commanders fan.
Oh, that's rough.
He said no dogs to the birds because he's a dogs man. And I said, no.
We're getting a dog.
We're poaching him, baby. We're poaching him.
Yeah.
Good luck with Carson there, Matt. That's what I think. And by the way, I love working with Parks, so keep that going.
And I
please.
love working with North Penn Mazda. And just a reminder, 7th year in a row, Mazda President's Award winner, an honor earned only by the top dealerships in the country.
A listener-suggested segment of the day when we're each given $5,000 is coming up. But, Bob, I need the third clue.
You do, huh?
Third clue. Bob starts searching through the papers.
Size.
There you go.
Size.
And, Coach, I think I had this one right. There you go. Be listening. Coming up after 9:30, you got to put all the clues together and see if you can win. Someone's giving us $5,000 each. Not really. We'll get to it next. Hope you're having a great morning with us. The John Kincade Show on The Fanatic.
NBA action tonight. You've got Sixers. You've got Bucks. Who are you betting on? Well, I can tell you right now, I got a guaranteed winner for you. All you have to do is head on over to BetMGM.com or you download the BetMGM app. When you register, you have to enter the promo code PatEgan200 and then place $10 on either the Sixers or the Bucks. I would take the Sixers, but honestly, it doesn't matter what team you're picking. It doesn't matter what game you're picking either. It could be any NBA game because when the first three-pointer is hit in that game, you'll win $200 in free bets regardless of your bet's outcome. You heard that right. When the first three-pointer is hit, you're going to end up cashing in $200 in free bets. You can kick back. You can enjoy the rest of the game knowing full well that you have, at worst, $190 in free bets because you're wagering $10 on the game. So head on over there today, place the wager, but don't forget, you have to enter the promo code PatEgan200 when you do it. And also, with every wager at BetMGM, you're earning BetMGM rewards points, and you can redeem those for room nights, dining, or like a free bet. It's amazing. It's the best loyalty program in sports wagering. So head on over there today, BetMGM.com, download the BetMGM app, and don't forget, PatEgan200 to win $200 in free bets if a three-pointer is made in the game you wager on. Visit BetMGM.com for terms and conditions. 21 years of age or older to wager. New Jersey, Pennsylvania only. New customer offer. All promotions subject to qualification, eligibility requirements. Rewards issued with non-withdrawable free bets or site credit. Free bets expire within 7 days of issuance. If you or somebody knows gambling problem help is available, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
The John Kincade Show.
This is not radio fantasy camp. We're on the air here.
On 97.5 The Fanatic. Philadelphia. The push to the playoffs is on.
Step back, three in the air, bang! It's good. He called his own number.
8 games remain in the regular season. Sixers, Bucks, tonight at 7 on your home for 76ers basketball. 97.5 The Fanatic. Philadelphia.
Sixers basketball is brought to you by Corona, proud sponsor of the Philadelphia 76ers.
Verizon knows you need internet speeds you can rely on at a price you can trust. Switch to Verizon Fios, the 100% fiber optic network with upload speeds up to 25 times faster than cable and internet plans with no surprises. Enjoy gaming with ultra-low lag, streaming your favorite shows and movies, and video chatting to stay connected with your friends and family. All with no hidden fees and no expiring promo prices. Plans start at just $39.99 per month with AutoPay. That's right, faster speed and reliability costs less than you think. No surprises, no caveats, just the 100% fiber optic network and 100% price transparency. That's Verizon Fios. Call 1-800-VERIZON to switch today. February 23rd, 2022 speed claim based on Fios gigabit connection max upload speeds of 880 megabits per second versus 35 megabits per second advertised upload speeds for Xfinity Gigabit, Spectrum Internet Gig, and Optimum 1 Gig plans. $15 per month router charge, $99 setup fee, and terms may apply.
Hey guys, it's Andrew. There are a ton of reasons why guys aren't able to perform. Could be age, could be medical conditions, stress, or anxiety. Whatever it is, don't let it ruin your sex life. The chewables from BlueChew.com can make sure you're able to perform at your best every time you get the opportunity to have a little fun. Blue Chew is a unique online service that delivers the same active ingredients as Viagra and Cialis, but in a chewable form and at a fraction of the cost. There are no visits to the doctor's office, no awkward conversations, and no waiting in line at the pharmacy, and it ships right to your door in a discreet package. It's simple. Sign up at BlueChew.com, consult with one of their licensed medical providers, and once you're approved, you'll receive your prescription within days. Try Blue Chew for free when you use our promo code 975 at checkout. Just pay $5 for shipping. That's BlueChew.com. Promo code 975 to receive your first month free. Check them out today.
Everyone is talking about the madness in March, but the world is crazy enough right now. So here at Colonial Hyundai, we're focusing on March gladness with our Clutch 3-Point Play sales event. Score big with 0 money down, 0% financing, and 0 payments for 90 days on a new Hyundai. Other dealers out of inventory? That's a technical foul. Only Colonial has slam dunk deals like a new 2022 Tucson SE for $299 per month with $0 down. Your credit on the rebound? We can assist you. With the best rates in the business, we're dropping dimes and we'll get you in one of our 300 vehicles available for purchase today. Plus, we'll give you $6,500 for your trade today, no matter the condition, guaranteed. Shop 24/7 at ColonialHyundai.com. If you don't see what you're looking for on our website, give us a call. Odds are it's on its way. Colonial Hyundai of Downingtown. The fast, easy, better way to buy a Hyundai. 2022 Hyundai Tucson SE based on a 39-month lease through HMF. Lease cash down $29.99 plus tax and tags. See dealer for full details.
Of all the multitudinous manifestations that water can take, in oceans and ice cubes, in glaciers and streams, vapors and rain, double black diamonds, lap swims, and brains. Of all that water everywhere, only 0.5% is fresh water available for human use. That's why at Moen, we're innovating to save 1 trillion gallons of water by 2030. Discover Mission Moen at Moen.com.
My heart was racing just making spaghetti. I could have waited to tell my doctor, but I didn't wait.
I was short of breath just reading a book. I could have delayed telling my doctor, but I didn't wait.
They told their doctors and found out they have atrial fibrillation, a condition which makes it about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. If you have one or more of these symptoms, irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness, this is no time to wait. Contact your doctor.
Brought to you by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Oh, won't you stick with me, baby? I'm going to make a lot of bread. I mean both money and actual bread. But right now I need dough, cause my delivery truck's dead. And by dough I mean money. Trucks don't run on bread.
Owning a small business isn't always as lovely as it sounds, but with personalized discounts that save you money, Progressive Commercial keeps you humming along. Get a quote in as little as 6 minutes at progressivecommercial.com.
I need more dough. Need with an N. I need more dough. Need with a K.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Coverage and discounts not available for all vehicles or states. Policy terms and conditions apply.
Dell's semi-annual sale is the perfect opportunity for a significant business upgrade. Save up to 45% on Dell computers with Windows 11 Pro and get an easy start to your workday. Plus, enjoy special pricing on Dell docks, monitors, servers, and more, all with easy financing options through Dell Financial Services. Speak to a Dell Technologies advisor today to find the right tech for your business with fast, free shipping. Call 877-ASK-DELL. Again, that's 877-ASK-DELL.
Slipping and falling due to snow, ice, a cracked sidewalk, or even a wet floor is no joke and can cause serious injury. Let Philly Slip and Fall Guys get you back on your feet. Keith Koski and his team of attorneys are the Philly Slip and Fall Guys and have over 30 years of experience fighting for you. They know how to get the results you deserve. Give them a call if you've had a fall. Go to phillyslipandfallguys.com. That's phillyslipandfallguys.com.
Now, back to the John Kincade Show.
Can we wrap this up? I need to get home in time for General Hospital.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
And Bob, when you were watching women's basketball, you could have kept up. The Cassadines are at it again. I think they're going to try to control the weather with the Ice Princess. I'm just saying.
Ice Princess? Isn't that Anna and Elsa?
No, the Ice Princess is a weather machine that Mikos Cassadine was showing the world that he had the power to control the weather. And he
Why
froze.
did you have to ask, James?
Yeah,
why?
right?
Like, why?
So be
Dude,
careful,
just shut
Jamie.
Up.
It's my bad.
Let him go into a linchpin
The
at Cooney's
Ice
Corner or
Princess.
something, man.
I mean, come on now.
Like, you open Pandora's box, man.
About a segment of the day or something.
How
I
about
don't know.
this? When you're on public transit, look up and speak up. If you see something suspicious, Pat, you report it by texting GO1776, calling pound 1776, or use the Look Up Speak Up app.
Absolutely.
Pat, that's what you need to know.
Absolutely.
How about what time's the Sixers game tonight on the Fanatic, Pat?
7 o'clock.
When's it after?
Welcome to Philadelphia.
What do you mean, what is it after? Oh, Beers with Bob?
Beers with Bob tonight.
Yeah.
Sixers
Green
pregame edition.
Green Parrot. Are you kidding me? Newtown. We'll be there bright and early, around 5 o'clock or so. Show goes from 6 to 7, thanks to Corona, before the Sixers take on the Bucks, and we'll be giving away some Sixers tickets tonight, John.
That sounds good.
Yeah, we'll have a good time.
All right, we have our listener-suggested segment of the day today.
Here is the listener-suggested segment of the day.
By the way, I'm not running too short, but starting to thin out on people contributing listener-suggested segments of the day. My JK Show segment at gmail.com. My JK Show segment at gmail.com. I think I got like 5 or 6 good ones left. I've weeded out some of the bad ones. But there, so if you want to get it in, get the segment into us. Charles Demarest did not give his town, but Charles listens during his 40-minute commute every day.
What do you say, Charles?
That's why I picked the time today. He's in his car at this time. So, Charles, thank you. If each one of us was given $5,000 to be able to spend on tickets to attend sporting events. By the way, these are face value tickets. For the rest of your days, You have a finite amount of money, $5,000. Right now, he asks, 1, do you think you would be banking that money for a while till the teams get better? Knowing you only had $5,000 to spend on tickets, face value for the rest of your life. Are you banking money right now and saying, I'm going to wait? Or are you all in on saying there's something I got to see right now, knowing that the money runs out, you'll never go to a sporting event again?
I'm banking it. I'm waiting for an NFC title game at the Link. I'm waiting for a game 5 or 7 Eastern Conference Finals for the Sixers.
And you're able to get them at face value.
Yeah.
So you're not paying like the hyped up street value.
Yeah, because I, in my old washed age, don't mind watching games at home. I love Club HD with the 75-inch TV, my own bathroom, my own beers, my own food.
Right.
So I'm saving it for a rainy day and really going all in when I need to.
You banking money?
Yeah, I'm going to do the same thing. Bank and wait for that special game in the future. Game 7 of a Stanley Cup.
And you don't mind staying at home, though, like Jamie?
I'd prefer to be there, but if I have only a certain amount of cash, I'm going to be very choosy.
Patty?
So here's my question, though. Can I invest this $5,000? No, let me finish. You're so quick to just jump on me. Let me finish. Can
easy.
I buy tickets now, sell them, and use the profits?
No.
Why?
You have to buy a ticket at face value. And you have $5,000 for the rest of your life.
Charles said no.
That.
Pat.
Don't.
No, but Charles
complicate
didn't say
it.
no.
Don't complicate.
Charles didn't specify.
Don't make Charles get the baby powder out.
You're buying an event. He's saying you're buying an event.
I'm thinking next level.
No, you're not.
You guys are thinking like simpletons. I'm thinking next level.
Right,
I am focused right now.
There you go.
Trying to do Charles's thing.
There you go.
There you go.
So he's saying pick a ticket. Are you banking or are you going right now?
Do it, coward.
I'm banking.
You're banking. All right, now he wants to know, what team would get the lion's share of your cash if he was to say to us right now, which one of the teams would end up getting a lion's share of that $5,000 if you were to project? Because he says we don't know where the future is going to lie.
Eagles. It's easy for me because of the tailgate. The tailgate is just superior at Eagles games to anything else. I love the vibe the most. I mean, baseball, you could do more events with because of the price points, but it would be Eagles, yeah. I think
Eagles,
it would always be
for me.
It would always be Eagles because in Eagles game 16 that has playoff implications is going to be way bigger than maybe even a first round Sixers playoff game. You know what I mean?
Pat, you go with us?
No, I'm going Phillies. I think the problem is $5,000 really isn't a lot to get you. Like, you're not getting in a game 7 of a championship, like a Stanley Cup.
Face value.
Face value ticket. You're not paying the inflated price.
That's a really good point.
You're playing the face.
Stop listening to podcasts. In there.
Charles, I want to apologize. You've screwed Pat up this morning.
Yeah, Charles really
you
put my
broke
brain
Pat
in a pretzel.
this morning.
Torpedoed Pat.
I'm going with women's basketball. That's my answer.
My God. Charles, you broke Pat. Just so you know.
Thank you for listening, Charles.
Hey, Gamecocks, Huskies final game. Dawn Staley versus Gino. That's what Pat's holding out for.
I would pick Phillies. I got screwed out of 2008's World Series, Game 5, so that kind of haunts me. So if they're in it again and they have a chance to win, I'm going to that game.
I could only imagine that's one of all the games that I wish I had been at. The replayed, the restarted Game 5 I wish I had been at.
That's still wild that happened.
It's still the weirdest. That is one of the weirdest things ever, and it will always be.
It's one of the weirdest memorable Philadelphia sports stories. Did you see the lady on Jeopardy the other night? The Philly lady? No, I heard she's doing well.
Did she win?
No, well, she. I don't know if she won, lost, whatever. I missed it. But her story was, they said, you have an interesting story about being followed by a news station. And she said, yeah, Channel 6 came to my house for the Phillies game 5 on that Monday night. They were following because my family had this huge party.
Really?
Yeah. So Action News was there, and the game gets delayed. But her family carried the party over until Wednesday. So I guess they took off work or people kept coming in. So all during the 3 days, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, this family kept having a party. So Action News followed them all throughout till the Wednesday night. And she told this story on Jeopardy the other night.
That.
Yeah.
And she was, I know that
Did Blossom like it?
I know last night.
Yeah, why do they call her the host of Jeopardy, but they call Ken Jennings now hosting Jeopardy?
He is because she.
I don't get it.
She is the.
I don't know.
She is the. Neither one of them are the permanent host, but she in the pecking order is above him because she's doing the primetime Jeopardy. And I'm surprised you like Ken.
I don't know anybody that doesn't like Ken that watches Jeopardy except yourself.
He doesn't bring anything. No, but he doesn't bring it. No, I don't.
She's horrible.
I don't dislike him.
No,
I
I'm
don't
sorry,
dislike
but that
him.
answer is wrong. Are you upset?
I said Ken is like
Ken's good.
If you like that type of contestant, I guess he's probably good.
He's a host. He's not a contestant.
He's a host. Yes, he's very colorful.
See, that's where you.
He is very colorful. He is he's very lively.
Mayim isn't bringing it much either.
Mayim is going to try to do that.
She'll forever be Blossom to me. It's not a disrespect thing.
But
it's
Dr. Amy
Blossom.
Farrah Fowler, I love too. But she's Blossom.
Yeah, she's Blossom.
She's Blossom. That is the whoa.
Yeah, and he's from Havertown.
The Lawrence brothers.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, they are from Havertown.
Look at that. Wanda Sykes from media. The
Wanda
Lawrence
Sykes.
brothers.
By the way, if you are one of these people in media now, I got another email from somebody that says they see Wanda Sykes in media. If you run into Wanda, would you tell her we love her? And we'd love to have her in studio and whatever the Queen wants. She wants breakfast. She wants a limo ride here. Imagine Lifestyles, Coach. Imagine Lifestyles would pick up Wanda. Bring her here.
That's one of those where you just don't like. There used to be Terrence Howard lived in Bluebell rumors. I don't know if that's true or not.
That was true.
That was true.
Yeah.
That I was like, huh? And then Wanda Sykes, I heard yesterday media. I was like, what? I was completely just.
So you went, huh, and what?
Huh?
What?
What? Like a donkey?
Yeah.
Yeah, I had no idea.
Sounded like it.
Kind of random.
It is good.
Crazy.
Hey,
It's kooky. It's nuts. It's
Tina
wild.
Fey still hangs around.
Yeah,
she comes back. Yeah, she comes
Well,
back.
I knew she was from
Upper
here.
Darby.
Yeah, my son was catered to her and her husband down in Cape May for 2 straight summers.
Well, she hits Pika's in Upper Darby when she's in town.
She's
she goes
great.
in and gets her.
Kyle said she was so
gosh.
nice to him. Yeah,
I think she is absolutely beautiful too.
yeah.
I think she's a beautiful woman.
She smiles a lot.
She really,
Being funny can really ratchet up your.
I think
your
it does.
sexiness.
I think it really does.
Absolutely.
It really does. In Cooney's Corner, Bob wants to talk about the runs.
Now, let's see what's in Cooney's Corner.
Is this appropriate?
Well,
The runs?
it's funny because we have talked about it a lot this year, and the leads that the Sixers have given up, and the leads they've gotten out to, and most of the focus, John. If right off the bat, I said to you, when you talk about blowing leads, first name that comes out of your mouth,
Doc Rivers.
Doc Rivers, right?
Yes.
So I said, all right, let me just take a randomly. Let me go grab a couple of runs that the Sixers had or gave up, and see what it was all about. So I went to this Phoenix game that they just had the other night. Now, look, the NBA, we've heard it a million times, is a game of runs. It happens in every game. We see it more often with the Sixers because we watch the Sixers every night. But listen to this. The Sixers went on a 15-2 run against Phoenix the other night. Okay? The team that they had on the floor at the time was Harden, Green, Maxey, Tobias Harris, DeAndre Jordan. They went on a 15-2 run. Listen how just kind of inconsequential a run can be. Okay? Sixers are up 39-37. You get an alley-oop to Jordan, which puts you up 41-37. No big deal. Phoenix goes down, has a wide-open 3, and misses. Sixers come back. Good defense. Tobias Harris hits an 8-footer.
Okay.
Phoenix goes down, misses a wide-open 3. Wide open. Not good defense by the Sixers. 2 wide-open 3s they miss. Sixers come back and score again. Phoenix gets a turnover. Sixers get a run out and a layup. Phoenix misses a wide-open 18-footer. Not good defense. They just missed shots. They also have their second team in. They had taken out, Chris Paul was still in the game, but they took out Booker, and they had Biyombo playing center, so that might have something to do with it. They go to a zone. Tyrese Maxey beats a zone, dribble drive layup. Sixers all of a sudden are up 10. Phoenix comes down. Sixers play good defense. They played really good defense on this possession. Phoenix misses an 18-footer. The Sixers go down. Tobias Harris hits another one. They go up 49-37. Phoenix gets a wide-open 3 by this guy Payne. He missed it.
Well, there were a lot of wide
I like
opens.
Cameron Payne.
Well, but that's my point.
I got you.
Like, it's not like the Sixers were playing really good and they did something designed differently. It's that Phoenix missed open shots. Tobias Harris hit an 18-footer. Chris Paul then hits an 8-footer. And then Danny Green does that weird, misses a 3, grabs a rebound, goes all the way to the other side.
That was an amazing shot.
Boom, there it is. 54-39. Sixers go on a 15-2 run. Very innocuous. It was just wide open threes. The Sixers, to my liking, and I watched it 3 times, played good defense once in that whole outing. Tobias Harris hit 2 tough shots and one on a little bit of a rampage where he scored like 8 of the 15 points. It was innocuous, but it was a 15-2 run. Then the starters all come back in for the Sixers and for Phoenix.
Okay.
So you're thinking, okay, Sixers will hold this lead. I mean, they're up 15 points. Phoenix comes right back and goes on a 13-0 run because the Sixers missed an open jump shot. James Harden got called for a weird elbow that turned into a free throw that may have been or may not have been.
I think it was a flagrant.
Okay, and I'm okay with that. Phoenix pulls to within 8, which you still think, okay, that's a good lead. They have a possession where they stepped out of bounds. It wasn't called. They had an up and down by Chris Paul that wasn't called. Then they throw it out to Mikal Bridges, who hits a 3. 8-point lead becomes 5. Sixers miss a wide open 3. They get a breakout. They get a dunk. They're only down 6. Harden throws a bad pass, another 3. It's like innocuous things. It's not that it's bad subbing sometimes or that it's the coach is calling the wrong plays or the defense is wrong, this and that and the other. Sometimes it's just the way of the NBA.
Okay, then why does it happen considerably more often to the Sixers?
Good question. But my point being, it could be players. It could be like there was nothing in those 2 things. I just showed you a 15-2 run by the Sixers and a 13-0 run by Phoenix that had nothing to do with coaching. The only thing, all Doc Rivers, and I'm not defending Doc Rivers. I'm just using this as, and I said in our run sheet, small sample size.
You can understand though where somebody would say you are.
Sure.
That you are. I mean,
I'm not. But I'm not. I knock you. So I even said to you, I said I'm just going to grab the 2 runs and see what it was.
Correct.
Doc Rivers, what he did before Phoenix went on a 13-0 run, what Doc Rivers did was put Joel Embiid, Tyrese Maxey, Matisse Thybulle back in the game. He had all the starters in. What Phoenix did was put Booker back in the game with Chris Paul and all, and they went on a 13-0 run. Now, look, you could go through all the runs throughout the year, and there might be times where you say, oh, my God, why is he subbing in now or whatever. But that's just the innocuous runs that can happen during games. So before we're always laying labels on, it's easy to say the coach, but a lot of times it's just the play of the game that plays out. The Phoenix had 3 open 3-pointers. Landry Shamet missed 2 open 3-pointers in that 15-2 run. He didn't miss for the rest of the night from 3. You know what I mean? It's just it's weirdness.
I get what you're saying, and the thing is, anybody who wants to argue it is arguing it with facts. Because Bob's, you're just spitting facts.
Well, it's a league of runs.
But the thing is, it happens. The one thing that I'll say again is, why does it happen more often to the 76ers? It harpooned last season, and it happens to them constantly since Doc Rivers has been here.
Because they're not a great
shooting team. It happened before Doc Rivers got here, too.
Yeah,
Brett Brown gave up tons of big leads also.
And I think part of it is wide open shots being given up. Constantly. Yeah. This team gives up more wide open opportunities than I don't know. And last year we talked about their perimeter defense being strong and being a strength. Their perimeter defense right now to me is average at best, and Matisse Thybulle has been a average defender at best.
Yeah, it's just
that shocks me.
It's just something that you need to look at. Look, and I could go back and grab a game that they went on a run and gave up a run, and in the middle of it, Doc Rivers could have done something weird, a weird substitution that kept it going, or maybe called plays for something that explains it. But I just picked it out. I had no idea what the play was going to be here. I was surprised when I saw the Sixers made the 15-2 run without Joel Embiid.
Okay.
And then they also gave up the 13-0 run with Joel Embiid. So you never know what it is. You have to look deeper into what it might be.
There you go. Bob gives and it's not an impassioned defense, but it might be a reason. It may not be an excuse, but it may be a reason.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of different reasons. I don't know if the common reason can always be coach or something else. I don't know.
Now, Jamie, I'm going to scold you in advance. We really don't enjoy it mocking Bob. It's not something that we really enjoy, and I'm a little disappointed in you bringing this to the show, but I can't wait for the segment.
Well, I heard yesterday in our post-show meeting,
I just saw what it was.
one of the absolutely most absurd statements I've ever heard in my life.
It was absurd. We all thought
Need
it
to
was
get out more.
We all thought it was absurd.
No, because you're just denying reality. Bob, yesterday in the meeting, we were talking about how cold and windy it was yesterday morning, and Bob goes, I don't notice the weather.
What? And he reiterated, because you asked him to clarify, and he reiterated, I don't notice the weather. I'm not that guy.
And then I started laughing. Who the hell doesn't notice the weather? You can't. It's just something you don't consciously think about. You walk outside. We walked outside yesterday, Bob and I, to the cars, and it was cold and windy, and it blasted us right in the face.
Jamie started crying.
No, I went, you don't notice this? You don't notice this. Ridiculous.
All right, maybe.
Ridiculous. You said you don't notice the weather. You went one day to the next. I believe, I'm going to paraphrase. You said one day to the next. I don't even.
You said I think what he said was, if you had asked me this morning what the weather was, I wouldn't be able to.
I couldn't have told you.
I'd have to think about it for a minute and then come up with an answer.
It was the coldest day, by the way, yesterday in the history of Chester County, Pennsylvania for that date. Like, I mean, it was
Bob
yesterday.
Didn't notice,
yesterday was an epically cold day for Philadelphia.
I had a blizzard on my wedding. I remember that.
You tried to make us feel weird because we noticed the weather in the morning.
No, you know what it is, and you guys are right to blast me on this.
It was absurd.
Say that again. You are right to blast me on this.
He's saying it
I think this is what it is, and this is all honesty, and I'm
of course,
opening with it.
yeah.
My mother-in-law and my wife, the weather factor and the way they let it rule their life, it drives me nuts. It drives me nuts. So I think I purposely could walk out into 20-degree weather with, I don't wear jackets, you guys know that, and I won't let it affect me. I shouldn't say I don't notice.
Wear jackets.
I don't ever wear.
So we're getting to the
I don't wear
bottom of
jackets.
this. This is
I
a
never wear
Donna
jackets.
problem. I mean, we're getting to is now. I mean,
He's hit the
it's
mute on his
it
mother-in-law
doesn't
and
rule
Donna
my
so
life.
much.
I shouldn't say.
no, but I mean the weather.
It doesn't.
But we go outside
It's
in the
not
morning.
ruling anybody's life to understand what it is outside.
It can rule the guys that are out there working in this are the guys that notice the weather. We get in our cars, come to work, we sit in the heated office, we get back into our heated cars, we go home, we sit in our heated homes.
You know what I did when I walked out the door yesterday morning? I went, whoa, it's cold. Without thinking.
Yes.
Like, I didn't have to fire my brain up. It's just what you notice.
The minute I put the garage door up and it hits me, I go,
the garage.
my God.
Once I get into my car in my garage, so you don't even feel the cold until you walk the 10 feet from the parking lot.
The minute I step into the garage, I go, damn, it is cold already.
Yeah, because it's a natural thing.
And I haven't even opened up the thing because I notice it. Your whole thing is you don't notice it, like you're a cyborg.
I don't remember it. Like I don't.
That's an insane
like
statement.
you're a cyborg.
I'm a weird person. I know.
We're aware.
No, but the thing is,
I'm not one of the strangest people on earth, but I'm a weird dude.
You may not be the straightest person in this room. Let's put it that way. But the idea is.
I shouldn't say I don't notice that.
The thing is, though, notice
what you said.
and then you double down on it. But then, you are one of the first people around us to talk about, oh my gosh, how beautiful is it? How beautiful is oh my gosh, it was great. Feel that this morning? Did you feel that? Warm weather's here. You always talk about when it's beautiful weather.
Yeah,
you talk
love
about
a good
You
day.
love to talk about
I didn't
warm
know I
weather.
talked about-
When you
Yeah,
talk
I
about
don't-
warm weather, you love warm weather.
I know. I do like warm
And in
better
the warm
than-
weather,
yeah.
you talk about it because invariably you'll say something and I'll go, man, you like this heat.
I do like
And I
heat.
hate the heat.
I shouldn't. So I shouldn't say I don't notice. I should say it doesn't rule my day.
Well, nobody.
Like,
But nobody else is ruling their day. It's just saying that
I don't know.
just commenting on their.
You acted like you were better than the weather.
No, I did not. I'm
Yeah,
not
you did.
better than
It's a
anything.
real cocky move yesterday to say you don't notice weather.
And you know what?
Cocky. It's stupid. If anything, it's not cocky.
If you want to know
I don't
why,
notice
if you want to know why Adam Joseph maybe isn't as big a fan of the show as he could be, it's because of you sort of dissing that you even noticed the weather.
Carl supports.
notice.
but-
Carl supports.
I have a picture of Adam and I in my telephone.
I mean, Carl.
Telephone. Who calls it a telephone?
supports
My
the
telephone.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Is there a telephone,
Telephone?
in the Batman vehicle? Is there one?
How did I get lumped into this?
I don't think I've heard anybody say telephone in like a
I know.
decade.
Betty, call me on the telephone. What? What is that? I mean, seriously.
I mean, my telephone. What's
Did the
wrong with
Batman,
that?
Pat, did the
My
Batman
phone.
vehicle have a phone? No, in
It
all
had a cell
reality.
phone.
In all reality, does it?
It had a cell phone.
So he picks it up?
I mean, I'm sure. Yeah, he talks at one point to
Alfred?
Alfred's wife.
Oh.
So
Alfred has a wife?
yeah. Oh, you don't think Alfred gets down?
What color
No.
was the bat phone?
Red.
I don't know. Bob.
Under a glass.
I don't know how I got lumped into this.
Did they keep it under glass?
Can
too?
we get back to bashing Bob for being a weirdo?
Let's go.
I agree, and it was probably a stupid sentence on my part.
good.
I'll take it.
You
I'll take it. All right, I'll take it. I took it. I took it.
Bob's the bigger guy here. He did.
I took it.
Hey, his last clue comes up in the next half hour. Your chance to qualify today for seat number 7 in the biggest game show to hit at the sports radio here in Philadelphia. Coming up next week. We'll have a good time with it. But that's coming your way next. Plus, Stealth Howie may be the best Howie. It's the John Kincade Show on The Fanatic. I am thrilled that the American Association for Cancer Research has once again agreed to partner with us this year as the official charity of the John Kincade Show. And I can tell you, the reason I'm here, the reason maybe your brother or your mom or dad are here that are cancer survivors is because of you. It's because you've made donations to organizations like my friends at the American Association for Cancer Research. Why? Because they support the great work of more than 50,000 researchers worldwide that help to drive progress. Progress does not mean necessarily a cure. Progress means now that survival rates for my cancer from 1995 to 2015, 20 years, jumped by 20%. That's more people surviving. That's more people living. It's because of the AACR. You can directly support the scientists and doctors who will have the next breakthrough. We love them, and we appreciate your hard work to help them out. How do you do it? You go to aacr.org/fanatic. aacr.org/fanatic. Do it today. Donate online because cancer research saves lives.
The John Kincade Show.
He's a very strange young man.
He's an idiot. Comes from upbringing.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Hey, it's cuz baseball's back in Philly and our team's in Clearwater getting into shape. You could do the same. You could still be slimmer before summer. It only takes 40 days to lose a contractually guaranteed 20 to 40 plus pounds with NJ Diet. NJ Diet's program starts with bioenergetically personalized supplements based on your hair, saliva, and blood work. Then NJ Diet uses DNA testing to create your ideal diet and workout regimen to keep the weight off. Don't want to do it alone? NJ Diet's with you every step of the way. You'll be fully monitored by their certified staff to make sure you're burning fat, not just losing water. You'll also get the doctor's personal email and phone number. NJ Diet's all natural. No shots, no hormones, no dreaded pre-packaged foods, ew, and no surgery. Locations, Newark, Delaware, King of Prussia, Cherry Hill, or from home with live online video consultations. Call 855-5NJ-DIET, 855-5NJ-DIET. Go to NJDiet.com, lose the weight for good. That's NJDiet.com.
Let's face it, real estate is broken. Commissions are outrageously high. Service is poor. And there's been little to no innovation for the last 50 years. Until now. Let me tell you about Hauser. They're a disruptor brand, kind of like what Uber is for public transportation. They're bringing so many new things to market that truly benefit you, the customer. Flat fee listings that put hard-earned equity back in your pocket. Salaried agents who are local experts that truly have your back. Sellers, want to save thousands or get a guaranteed cash offer on your home? Hauser can do that. Buyers, searching for your dream home or need to make a cash offer to compete? Use Hauser's Cash to win the deal. Yes, you heard me right. Backed by game-changing technology and the best reviews in the industry, Hauser is your go-to company for buying and selling homes. Check them out at Hauser.com. That's HOUWZER.com. Put hard-earned equity back in your pocket. Hauser.com.
From installing a smart garage door opener, to installing a bathroom faucet, to removing a tree, the Home Depot believes you can do anything, especially the things we have how-to guides for. Visit HomeDepot.com for thousands of tips, workshops, and ideas for projects, big and small. The Home Depot app, how doers get more done.
Dell's semi-annual sale is the perfect opportunity for a significant business upgrade. Save up to 45% on Dell computers with Windows 11 Pro and get an easy start to your workday. Plus, enjoy special pricing on Dell docks, monitors, servers, and more, all with easy financing options through Dell Financial Services. Speak to a Dell Technologies advisor today to find the right tech for your business with fast, free shipping. Call 877-ASK-DELL. Again, that's 877-ASK-DELL.
If you have a small business,
Staples has your sign.
Banners for my bakery?
Staples has your sign.
Oh, posters for my new pet store.
Floor decals for a pharmacy.
Every day, Staples associates help every kind of small business create bold signs to make big impressions. And now get $10 off custom signs, banners, and posters when you spend $50 or more. This is your sign, so print it big at Staples. Ends 5/28. Visit staplesconnect.com/thisisyoursign for details.
In business, you need connections. Now you can connect with unprecedented access to the nation's largest delivery network. Introducing USPS Connect. You want reach? We go there. You want easy? We make returns simple. You want fast? We deliver same day. Move your business forward with the United States Postal Service. Let's connect at USPSConnect.com. Specific markets. Restrictions apply. Same day expected with entry close to final destination.
Hey guys, it's Andrew from my friends at CSL Plasma. At CSL Plasma, you can make up to $825 this month when you donate plasma at any of CSL Plasma's tri-state area donation centers. That's money in your pocket for doing a good deed. Plasma donations help create therapies to treat patients with rare and serious diseases, and the process is similar to donating blood. For locations and info on how you can donate plasma and earn up to $825 this month, visit CSLPlasma.com. Walk-ins are welcome. CSL Plasma, good for you, great for life.
Meet Allison, teammate at Truist Bank. Hi. She was born to care, and she always had your back.
You could say that.
Like that time back in the mid-'80s when she spotted Stacy Kaminsky with her new perm, and a car was coming, about to hit a puddle. So Allison jumps in front of the splash, just in time to protect Stacy's fresh curls.
Look, I had to do it. A wet perm just doesn't work.
Today, Allison's a teammate at Truist, the bank that starts with care. When you start with care, you get a different kind of bank. Learn more at truist.com/care. Truist Bank, member FDIC.
Behold, New Jersey. With the Caesars Casino app, you have dozens of your favorite slots right at your fingertips. Sign up and get your first deposit matched up to $2,000 with a bonus for slots or video poker, plus a $100 gas card using promo code Radio Casino. Must be 21. Offer valid in New Jersey only and for new users. Minimum wagering within 7 days required to unlock bonus. See Caesars.com/promos for full terms. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. Play like a Caesar with Caesars Casino.
WPEN, Burlington, Philadelphia, a Beasley Media Group station. Home of 76ers basketball and Flyers hockey.
Plug in.
97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia. Now, back to the John Kincade Show.
Yep, this is really happening. You're listening to us knuckleheads instead of doing something that you could be productive in.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
I think I know the memorable moment from the John Kincade Show that Bob Cooney has been teasing with his hints today. If you haven't heard the first three, well, you're sort of out of luck. Maybe you can get it with the fourth. The fourth clue will come up in around 20 minutes right here. John Kincade Show on 97.5 The Fanatic. Our 9 o'clock hour is brought to you by the Bagster. It's a dumpster in a bag. Get yours today at Home Depot and Lowe's, and for details, go to Bagster.com. That trip to Las Vegas, brought to you by Philly Pretzel Factory, the official soft pretzel of Philly sports fan. Iron Mountain Men's Health, the leader in ED and low testosterone treatment. The new BetParks app, go to BetParks.com, Pennsylvania or New Jersey. You will love the new app. And Window Nation, replacement windows, doors, siding, and more. Visit WindowNation.com. Those are our fine sponsors. They're going to give you a trip courtesy of Philly Sports Trips. Non-stop flights for you and a friend. Philly to Vegas, a 3-night stay at Planet Hollywood Resort and Casino, and passes to 2 amazing all-inclusive draft parties. It is going to be awesome. We hope you're there. Bob's fourth clue comes your way in just a moment. And then you'll have 3 more chances this week. And then the 10 contestants will fight it out next week to see who wins the trip to Las Vegas. The 9 o'clock hour brought to you by the Bagster. It's a dumpster in a bag. Get yours today at Home Depot and Lowe's. And for details, go to Bagster.com. So the Eagle...
John, I got something that might interest you because we touched on it earlier. It's the only reason I bring it up. A flight tracker right now has a private jet leaving Tiger's home airport headed towards Georgia.
Is he going to land in... The question is, where does he land?
I don't know. Maybe he's getting a little practice round in.
He could, but there's a lot of great courses he could be playing in Georgia.
Sure.
It doesn't mean Augusta. Doesn't mean he's playing Augusta.
It doesn't mean not Augusta.
Augusta
either.
is open today. It's Tuesday.
Yeah.
It's not Monday, so members can play today. But today's this is shutdown week too.
Yeah, I was going to say
So
they
coming
probably
up,
shut
this
it
is
down a
shutdown
couple
week
weeks before the
so
Masters.
but it's for any. He has the right to play now, so it could be. You never know. I would love to see it.
Pretty awesome.
I would love to see it.
That's all. Just wanted to tease you with that.
I wish we could go sometime because I think
That
it
would
really
be awesome.
it lives up to every expectation. Is all I'll tell you. It lives up to anything you could ever imagine. It is so much fun. But people don't realize how brutal that course is to walk. It's brutal. It's much. Oh, it's a brutal course. Steep. The undulation. It's terrible. Even just to walk it. It's brutal.
So that's not great for Tiger's
Hopefully
chances.
Tiger, but maybe he's giving it a...
Maybe he's just going to walk it and see
what
how he
thinks.
manages.
Right. All right, well, the Eagles' moves haven't exactly been telegraphed this offseason. Think of it this way. Most of us thought there was a chance that they would move on from Fletcher Cox. Instead, they cut him and brought him back immediately to save what ends up being around $3.5 million. I don't think any of us saw Derek Barnett coming back. I heard Jeff McClain talk about it, and I've read him where he says, like, if he had guessed, would Derek Barnett be back? No. Then both the Hassan Reddick signing, the White signings, came without any of the local media that covers the Eagles sniffing them out in advance. So that's 4 moves that went on this offseason that sort of like catch us off guard. One thing is true. Howie can work stealthily when no one in the organization is leaking. So I'm going to ask you this first off. Why have the leaks stopped as soon as Doug's regime left? Those are 4 moves that people suspected. Are they going to move on from Fletcher or not? It caught people by surprise when they cut him, and then they immediately signed him back. And then the Derek Barnett being brought back caught everybody by thinking. The two biggest free agent signings that weren't even mentioned. 2 players that were not even being mentioned. Why, when Doug Peterson's regime left, all of a sudden the leaking at NovaCare stopped?
Yeah, my gut says I don't know if that's fair because I don't recall in 2017, 2018, the local media ever really knowing what they were going to do. They usually do what people don't expect. Like, I don't recall being like, oh, keep your eye on Chris Long. He's coming in here. Oh, keep your eye on Patrick Robinson, 3rd tier, 1-year deal. Like, I don't recall ever local media having that type of information. Well, I could be misremembering.
Well, they did talk about the administration, that people were talking, not just about moves they were going to make, but the players under Doug were talking a lot. There was a lot of stuff leaking. Does stuff leak out of the Eagles locker room?
Well, that was Alshon and Josina, and I think that was more Wentz related. Whatever that dude does in a locker room ticks people off, I think, to the point of wanting to talk. I don't know what the hell it is. I don't know what the dude's deal is. He might have the worst halitosis known to man, and people just want to spill the tea. I don't know. But I think a lot of that had to do with him, maybe more so than Doug. It appears Alshon was. I mean, this guy at the point had Darren Sproles ready to get in his face. Like, something was off there, and I don't give that to Doug's regime. I give that more to the Wentz regime.
What do you think, Bob?
And it could be a live and learn type of thing. Something, and I'll stand by this, something really bad went on down there that maybe we don't know the full story about.
The culture got corrupted.
Oh, yeah.
Really bad. And some of it has come out about Carson Wentz, and we haven't really heard much about Doug Peterson, but, as I've pointed out before, look at all the people that left. I mean, it was a let's get the hell out of Dodge as soon as possible. So something weird was going on that maybe we haven't heard about yet. And maybe it's a case of the leakages that Jamie talks about hurt the organization internally more than they liked. And maybe Howie has learned. And he's like, look, I'm not getting anything from throwing these little leaks out, or the players aren't. You have a new coach in, new players, and you say, look, guys, let's keep things in-house. And they have been doing a very good job of it. You're right.
Now, the question is, could Howie, Pat, do you believe there could be before the draft is over, do you believe that there could be a big surprise, shock the world, shake things up, Eagles trade, move, or otherwise, that would catch us completely off guard? Like something we haven't even talked about that Howie's plotting, that he pulls off before we leave Vegas?
No.
So you don't feel that way?
I think this is primarily the team you're going into the season with, barring the draft picks, obviously. But I I don't foresee this shock and awe move that he's got. I don't think the market's out there, and I think if there was a shocking move, it would probably be for a quarterback, but the market never really materialized. So the quarterback market kind of mirrored the NBA veteran buyout market.
I could see one more move.
No, I'm talking about a
significant,
yeah. Like, they trade for Derek Carr. They
is Honey Badger significant to you?
Yes. They move up. That'll be huge. Like, do you see one of them
I
coming?
could see, yeah, because right now
before we leave Vegas.
Yes.
Okay, so
because I think Andre Dillard's a lock to be traded.
Well, what's he gonna get?
He's just kind of a sweetener in a deal.
People are saying a 5th round pick for him.
Yeah, but if you're, whatever.
Yeah,
I don't think it's gonna be.
They couldn't get a 5th rounder for him.
I don't. Well, I mean, what's his name? Amari Cooper is 10 times the player and went for a 6th
but that won't be a meaningful move if you trade.
No, he's a sweetener in a trade. I think a signing's more likely than a trade.
Okay, so you're thinking signing.
You're deficient at cornerback 2 and safety still in a big way. And if you put a lot of eggs in a rookie's basket on those two, I'm fine with one of them. You can't address both with first-round picks. I think something's still going to happen.
When you think of the biggest moves that Howie has made, we didn't hear about any of them, right? Think about it.
No, never.
Well, Chris Long, I remember that day. I remember that deal coming down and going, that was out of nowhere. But I also wondered why Chris Long was on the street.
The Sam Bradford trade?
Yes.
I mean, I remember being at a soccer game and all of us going,
Jay Ajayi.
What the hell? Jay Ajayi in the middle of the season caught us way off guard.
You guys celebrated that morning, I heard.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. We went nuts. It was funny.
It was a great
so pretty much every time he does make a big move,
you don't see it.
You don't see it coming. So if a Derek Carr does happen, well, we don't see it coming.
How about this? I am not buying the Howie's running it back. I just sense there's going to be an earthquake. I
feel something's coming.
I'm sensing something's coming, like a big splashy move of some sort. Like maybe he drafts one of these quarterbacks. He trades back and drafts one of these quarterbacks. I think it's going to be something that's going to have our tongues wagging. That the Monday we're back from Vegas, we're going to be going, man, he did this or otherwise. Now you thought more signing though. I think more something surrounding the draft.
Yeah, I don't know. I think they're going to address one more signing of a decent size. At this time of the year, it's take it for what it is. There's a reason they're still on the street. But I think, a name of some sort will be added to that secondary.
In an emergency on the Pennsylvania Turnpike, what do you do, Bob?
Stay in your car and
dial *11. Good job. Stay in your car. Pennsylvania Turnpike Safety Patrol, sponsored by Geico, will be there to help. Did you see the major pileup yesterday?
I'll tell you what, man, my heart was like aching over watching that. That was horrible. Just people speeding down a highway and not being able to see or stop.
And
3 people died, unfortunately.
Now,
it was just horrible.
The one situation with that, though, in those situations, your car goes off the road and there are cars piling up and people are there filming it. Get the hell out of your car. Do not sit in your car. If you see this pile
I'm running into the woods.
Get out and run into the woods.
I was thinking that too.
You run into the woods as far as you can.
Get me behind some trees that'll at least.
The guy is filming it all with his phone, and at one point he almost gets. He could have gotten.
He ran
clipped.
to go see his car or something, and I was just like, "Oh my god, dude, please watch it."
What are you doing, dude?
Did you see one guy was standing by his car, and another car he just missed getting killed?
But it appears somebody sitting in their car after the collision just sat in their car. Like a sitting duck, and their car was not. They could have gotten out, and they sat in their car, and then a huge tractor trailer hit, and that's it.
Yeah,
I mean, you got to really be aware.
That was bizarre yesterday.
First of all, are you filming that? If there are cars and literally cars and trucks flying all over the road, you're standing there in harm's way, and the guy almost bites it, and you're filming it.
My thought was, it was funny. I thought the same thing as you, John, and I was thinking, what would I do? And you would think that you're going to try to help somebody, but all you're doing is throwing yourself in harm's way at the same time. Like, I don't know if I could run to a car at that point and help get somebody out of the way.
He was
because
running to his own car, the Charger. He
said he had stuff in there.
He was worried about stuff being in the car. I'm like, dude.
It's material possessions at that
point.
Who
cares?
Yeah, it's so sad.
Oh my God,
that was horrible.
That was a terrible thing yesterday. Hey, Philly's original law firm for injured workers is our friends at Martin Law. Schedule a free consultation today at paworkinjury.com. There's Bob's final clue is coming up for your chance to be able to go to Las Vegas with us.
I don't know if we need it.
I think I know what it is, but I told Coach, based on the first clue, that I thought I had it figured out. And Coach, I think I may be right. I told you.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I think I'm right, but you never know because there.
Well,
could
we
be
had to make it a little easier.
There could be but there also could be a curveball in the last clue. So you need to be listening at 20 minutes past the hour, and then you will have the opportunity to move it after the bottom of the hour. All right, Bob wants to ask a question that many have asked. Many have asked this question.
You're the first one I ever heard ask it.
Oh no, I've asked it because I've watched the story on it about how nobody seems to be able to, the CBS 60 Minutes on it, that nobody seems to be able to get their story straight about what actually happened.
Well, the people that are recalling are like 90 years old. But anyway, John brought up last week about did Wilt really score 100 in a game, and that there's different tales of, but I think
it's
we all
a
know
60
people.
Minutes piece that I had seen.
I met somebody that was there and spoke endlessly about it. Whatever, it doesn't. But John brought up the conspiracy theory, for lack of a better term, that maybe this didn't happen. If there is a season, a play, something in sports that if you didn't see it, you would find it hard to believe if someone told you about it. Do you know what it may have been? Or is there one that maybe sticks out in your mind? Because I'll give you one to help you guys get started if you don't mind.
Okay, do it.
And it does involve a former 76er also. And it's been shown on television a lot lately because it's part of the commercial, I think, of the NBA, if I'm not mistaken, or whatever. And it's Julius Erving, and I believe the year was 1980 or 81.
Rock the baby.
No, not that one.
Not that one.
Goes up on the right side of the basket.
The behind the backboard one?
Against Mark Landesberger, and goes up like he's going to shoot a right-handed layup, and is blocked and brings the ball all the way down behind the backboard, down to his knees, and then goes to the other side of the basket and puts up a shot with the right amount of twist and spin that the ball goes in the bed. And you, all you people know what I'm talking about that have seen it out there. If I were to describe somebody doing that to you, you'd say, get the hell out of here. There's no way. But it happened, and we saw it, so we know it did. Is there something that's happened in sports that if you didn't see it, you might not be able to believe it?
I would say one that I lived just because of living it with the fan base was 28-3 in the Super Bowl. With 17 minutes to go in a game, you're up 28-3 in a Super Bowl, and you lost.
In the fourth? Was it the fourth quarter?
No, it was there were 2 minutes left in the third.
Okay. I wasn't
You're up
sure.
Now, was part of you laughing, or was part of you like, oh, damn, and them winning would have been good for business down here?
When during halftime and right after halftime, I was on a text chain that I think I still have of, okay, John, you're going to be on top of a tower broadcasting at the parade. It was the station making parade plans. Can you be in a hotel downtown Monday night so you can be covering the parade on Tuesday? And we're going to put you at the Omni and everything. Okay, good. They were making reservations at the Omni for the hotel night. So, I would be right where I had to broadcast from.
So was more of you positive for the station and business?
No,
or
I laughed. I was laughing my ass off because there was always such animosity. Whenever the Eagles got close and lost, the entire city would mock me. And so I enjoyed the fact that I was able to
laugh
snicker.
at them.
I felt bad for some of the people involved.
Yeah.
But I couldn't believe it happened.
Yeah, it was a tough one.
In a million years could I have ever believed that could have happened. And they wasted, 1:51 of clock time that Matt Ryan was hiking the ball because they were running their regular offense. If they had just hiked the ball with 2 seconds left, every time they touched the ball from the time they were up 28-3, Tom Brady would have had 17 seconds at the end of the game to try to get the time.
Wow, it sounds like such a simple,
simple,
basic
I never would have
thing.
believed it, Bob. Never would have believed it.
Yeah.
If I didn't see it. But the only thing is, again with this, and you got to see the 60 Minutes piece, you can look on it. They ask 3 different people, a media member, a teammate, and a fan, to tell you, well, how did Wilt score his 100th point? They were all in attendance. Every one of them has a different story.
Wow, how old are every one of them?
No, it wasn't like they were not all a million years old. I mean, but they asked.
Yeah, there was that 30-year-old.
Remember, this was 20. No, but no. This was 20 years ago. The 60 Minutes piece is from 20 years ago.
Yeah.
So these people should have been able to. It's such memorable moment. They all describe it in a different way. How he scored his 100th point, and that's like, wait a minute.
They might not have realized at the time that it was a 100th point.
And how could that be?
Well, because, I mean, how many times you at a game where, you don't know how many points the guy, you know what guy's dominating. You don't know how many points he has. And you have to look at the board and see, oh, he's got, this stat line. Well, in Hershey, PA, they didn't have that board.
Correct. And
so,
chocolate.
Yes.
They might have all just sat there and known, all right, this dude's going off. But his actual 100th point, I don't know if an announcement was made or what.
Yeah.
Do you guys have a memorable moment or feat or anything like that? If you hadn't,
I was at the 93 Final Four, and that's the first one that came to my mind.
That's pretty good.
Calling
Amazing.
a timeout in that situation with that hysteria going on. That's tough.
How about the interception? Oh, the reception, excuse me, off of Keanu Neal's knee.
Yeah.
Right before halftime in the Falcon game.
The other one that came to mind, Eagle related.
That the Eagles got 3 points out of.
Was the double doink. I mean, what are the odds of that?
That you could go Miracle to Meadowlands 1, 2, or 3.
I think the number one Miracle to Meadowlands was crazy.
That was nuts.
See, crazy. I mean, this is just a different generation because I wasn't alive.
Sure.
That one is crazy, but the fact that Deshaun dropped it, muffed it, and then picked it up. The non-Eagle one that I thought of, if you just told me about the Odell catch, I would not believe for 1 second that a guy would one hand grab it.
I was working that game
and land in bounds. There's no way.
That was incredible.
The production trucks are usually a pretty calm place because you're focused on working. Both production trucks, it was just like, oh my God. Like everybody went nuts.
That could have been one of the greatest replays.
Yeah, absolutely.
Ever.
Yeah. And then it was back to work and then get the best replays and 17 different angles.
That's why I'd suck at that. Because I'd be like, oh my gosh, what did we just see?
Yeah. One of the other ones is iconically called by the announcer. I don't believe what I just saw.
Yep.
Kirk Gibson's grand slam off of one leg.
Yeah.
That was a great
Dennis
one for the
Eckersley
Dodgers
gave
back
that
then.
up.
Yeah. Back then. Another one a little bit, a long time ago, 50-1. And he was just dominating the sport, and he was a 50-1 favorite to beat Buster Douglas. Watching Mike Tyson lose that fight to this day, I will remember exactly where I was and what I was doing.
Well, if you want to go upsets, I mean, the Team USA versus the Soviets.
That's a great one.
The only thing is, though, it's not the same as a statistical. By the way, too, now, Andrew says here, I consider myself an NBA historian. He said all you have to do is Google statistical errors and miscalculations from the basketball in the 60s and the 70s in the NBA, that there were tons of mistakes made in keeping stats.
Yeah, but wasn't the guy doing the stats
Harvey
the
Pollack.
legendary? Yeah.
I know, and Harvey was fantastic. I'm just saying there were problems with games where they're like, wait a minute, that doesn't seem like it's right.
Yeah, he probably only had like 97 or 98.
He may have. But like when I can't believe it though is I had said to you one time is how did Kobe score his 73rd or 72nd? When he set that in game one, he got it at the foul line. And I can always remember that was this, they're feeding Kobe all night long, and then he scored from the foul line. And the byplay at the foul line as he sets a mark like that is pretty incredible.
Yeah, we got two on Twitter. Steve Culture says the Randy Johnson exploding a bird.
Okay, that's a great one.
That is an awesome one.
That is, and I still don't believe it. That was awesome.
And the Malice at the Palace comes in from Bucket.
That's a great one too.
Yeah. That was
something
wild.
like that happens. That something like that would happen at a game. That is pretty incredible. That is good.
The bird in mid pitch might be the most insane thing
and he
ever.
explodes. That bird explodes.
That's a wild video.
He or she.
Did you ever see the video of Fabio riding the roller coaster where the bird hits him in the face?
Oh, yes.
And he comes down, he's just all feathered and bloody.
Now, also, too, is people don't remember. Randy Johnson, remember they were considering charging him?
With what?
Oh, yeah.
Because there was a law that about killing birds.
Oh, come on.
No, I'm serious. Go back and read it.
I do remember that. But that's
they
ridiculous.
Contemplated charging
That's
him
ridiculous.
because they said if they didn't charge him, they would never be able to charge anybody again if they let him off.
He's not a hunter. He's a baseball
Yeah, but
pitcher.
anybody else would say that I did it by accident too.
Well, with the gun?
I can still hear that sound.
By the way, did you see what the guy in the road rage incident in Havertown's trying to say? The guy gets shot twice in the head, like the other night in the road rage incidents. While I was loading the gun, and it went off. Okay, I've loaded my pistol. If I'm loading the pistol and it goes off by accident, it doesn't go off twice. It'll go off once. And that would be crazy because you would have to be an absolute imbecile to not know how to load your gun. And why would you be loading your gun while you're in your car? Another thing. I mean, that is I don't know what defense team you've called, but that's a bad defense team. That's one of the worst I've ever heard. Bob's final clue is
food.
Food is the final clue.
Food.
If you think you know it,
Man, I wonder what it could be.
you're going to have your opportunity after the bottom of the hour when we open up the phone lines to find out what it is. All right, coming up 10 days. 10 days until the Major League Baseball season. It's worse than Jamie and Game Show Day when you used to get on Jamie about giving away answers. Don't make it too obvious.
I never gave away answers. I just had a lot of questions about the way we set things up.
It's the John Kincade Show here.
Big
The
difference.
Fanatic.
Hey, guys, if you're tired all the time and your energy level in the bedroom is not what you want it to be, or if you've had issues in the past with low testosterone or ED, these issues can be treated. All you have to do is call Dr. Avidan Appel at Iron Mountain Men's Health. He and his team specialize in the treatment of erectile dysfunction and low testosterone. Iron Mountain Men's Health is a local practice with real physicians. They specialize in custom treatment plans to work for your specific body. If you've tried pills and they haven't worked, it's because most of them work less than 35% of the time. So don't waste your time and money. At Iron Mountain Men's Health, you may experience results during your first visit with certain treatments. They also offer financing for qualified patients. So set up your free consultation today. Call 215-659-3770. That's 215-659-3770. Visit them online at ironmountainmenshealth.com. Tell them Bob Cooney sent you. Iron Mountain Men's Health, the leader in men's sexual health.
The John Kincade Show.
Ladies and gentlemen, can I please have your attention? And I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia. Join Bob Cooney and Andrew Salchunas today at 6 for the 97.5 The Fanatic Sixers pregame show Beers with Bob edition at Green Parrot, 240 North Sycamore Street in Newtown. Before the Sixers take on Milwaukee, win great prizes like Play the Song shirts and Sixers tickets and enjoy $4 Corona premium drafts. More details on the events page on 97.5thefanatic.com.
Hey, it's John Kincade. There was once a time where I tried to take care of my own lawn because it's a do-it-yourself world, right? But I eventually realized it wasn't cheaper and it wasn't better. I want results. I want the pros. I want Natural Lawn of America, my lawn care company. Why? Because for over 30 years, Natural Lawn has been creating green lawns quickly, more naturally, and with fewer weeds. And their certified specialists are going to assess your lawn, develop a customized treatment plan, and then feed your soil with their exclusive organic-based nutrients. It's a unique approach, and it reduces chemical use by 85%, which means you've created a safer lawn for your family and your pets to enjoy. It's locally owned, family operated. You know you can trust these folks. They're the leader in organic-based lawn care. Call Natural Lawn today. Take advantage of their limited time offer. Free seeding every year. Schedule Natural Lawn's full service program by April the 30th and get free seeding every year. Call 800-FREE-SEED. That's 800-FREESEED. My lawn care company, Natural Lawn of America. What are you going to get? Greener grass, fewer weeds, guaranteed.
Let's face it, real estate is broken. Commissions are outrageously high, service is poor, and there's been little to no innovation for the last 50 years. Until now. Let me tell you about Hauser. They're a disruptor brand, kind of like what Uber is for public transportation. They're bringing so many new things to market that truly benefit you, the customer. Flat fee listings that put hard-earned equity back in your pocket. Salaried agents who are local experts that truly have your back. Sellers want to save thousands or get a guaranteed cash offer on your home? Hauser can do that. Buyers searching for your dream home or need to make a cash offer to compete? Use Hauser's cash to win the deal. Yes, you heard me right. Backed by game-changing technology and the best reviews in the industry, Hauser is your go-to company for buying and selling homes. Check them out at Hauser.com. That's HOUWZER.com. Put hard-earned equity back in your pocket. Hauser.com.
Are you one of the millions of homeowners who haven't refinanced yet? If so, I'm here to tell you it's not too late. Hi, I'm Wesley Hogan with Westland Financial. Although the lowest rates may be in our rearview mirror, as the economy recovers from the biggest economic shock of our lifetime, rates still remain near historic lows. In fact, with the dramatic increase in home values, this may be the perfect time to put that new home equity to work. Take advantage of our cash-out refi program and pay off high-rate credit cards, car loans, or other high-interest rate debt. Or finally make those home improvements you put on hold for so long. Best of all, we can do this with no closing costs. That's right. Whether it's a conventional, FHA, or VA loan, we'll pay for your title, settlement, lender, and recording fees. So call Westland at 888-455-3669. That's 888-455-3669. It's the biggest no-brainer in the history of mankind. 888-455-3669.
Westland Financial Corp is licensed by the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania Department of Banking. NMLS number 3304. Not all loans apply. Equal housing lender.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. Dashboard light problems? We can help. Our free Fix Finder service can read your check engine light, ABS light, and service indicator light, and give you possible solutions, verified by licensed technicians. You'll even get detailed results sent straight to your email so you have them when you need it most. It's the most complete free warning light report backed by technician-verified fixes. The free Fix Finder service, only at AutoZone.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
More details at AutoZone.com.
Sure, we have 30 seconds to tell you that drivers who switch to Progressive could save big. But then what? We could romance the legal copy. It never gets the attention it deserves. And some lawyer worked real hard on it. So take it away, lawyer.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. National annual average insurance savings by new customers surveyed who saved with Progressive in 2020. Potential savings will vary.
Now that was some beautiful legal. Well done, lawyer. Well done.
Nobody protects you from mayhem like Allstate. I'm a speed bump. Did you hear what I said? I'm a speed bump. And if you have cut-rate car insurance, the cost to reattach your muffler could really be a bump in the road. So switch to Allstate, save money, and be better protected from mayhem, like me.
Based on coverage and limits selected, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. In most states, prices vary based on how you buy. Allstate Bar and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Hey, Ray Magliozzi here. I don't know about you, but my car could use a few upgrades. I mean, the 8-inch tear in the driver's seat does have sentimental value since my butt has molded to fit it, but I'm ready to move on. My solution? eBay Motors. They've got all the right parts at the right prices. 122 million of them, from seat covers to whole new seats. When I get that new seat, I think I'll put the old one in the living room, right next to the minivan seats, or as we call it, the sectional. eBay Motors. Let's ride.
When it comes to cybersecurity, the biggest threats don't always strike the biggest targets. So help safeguard your small business with Comcast Business Security Edge. It's advanced security that continuously scans for threats and helps protect every connected device on the largest, fastest, reliable network with speeds up to 10 gigs to the most small businesses. So switch today and get cutting-edge speed with advanced security and be ready for what's next. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Comcast Business Internet required. Other restrictions apply.
Hello? Whether you're at home or on the go, listen to 97.5 The Fanatic on Odyssey on your smartphone, Roku, LG Smart TV, Waze, and more. That's Odyssey, AUDACY. Check it out now. Now, back to the John Kincade Show.
You know we really like you when you listen on the radio, but we love you a little bit extra when you take us with you after your ride on the 97.5 app.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
It's the John Kincade Show on The Fanatic. Anthony Gargano is always telling you, real estate developer, Spring Garden Lending specializes in bridge and permanent loans that help you acquire, rehab, construct, and refinance investment properties. It's Spring Garden Lending. They're faster than a bank, and they're less expensive than hard money lenders. I don't think Bob made it hard today, but I know you'd have to be a listener, a big listener of the John Kincade Show to be today's qualifier for our game show. So let's get after it. 215-263-0975. 215-263-0975. Bob has given you clues all morning long. 20 minutes past every hour. And if you can identify the memorable moment from the John Kincade Show based on those clues, you will steal seat number 7. You won't steal it. You'll own it, actually. It'll be yours. And you'll have a chance to be going to Vegas with us. 215-263-0975. 0975. We'll get you lined up, and the first person to get the right answer will be able to take care of it. All right, we're going to try. Dave in the Northeast. Dave, good morning. You're on the Fanatic. How are you, brother?
Hey, doing well. Good morning, fellas. How are you?
All right, Dave. Your answer is memorable moment.
Coach loves the big wiener.
Love the big wiener.
There it is.
Yeah, baby.
Dave, love it. And say it again for me, Dave, just one more time.
Yeah, the coach loves the big wiener.
There we
Love
go.
the big wiener.
And Dave from the Northeast is today's qualifier. Dave, who would you take to Vegas with us on the trip? Are they going to be fun to hang out with? Because you'd be hanging out with us.
Listen, we've hung out before. I'm Dave from Tampa.
Oh, Dave.
Oh, Dave, how are you, buddy?
Dave, that's awesome.
The game, so I'll probably bring my wife.
That sounds fantastic. Good job, Dave. We met down at Tampa Joe's.
Yep.
Dave from the Northeast. Now we know two of the contestants that are being this competition. Seats 8, 9, and 10 will be seated in the rest of this week. Thanks to Philly Pretzel Factory, Iron Mountain Men's Health, BetParks.com, and Window Nation. Someone will join us, them and a friend, a 3-night stay at Planet Hollywood Resort and Casino, round-trip airfare from Philly to Vegas, and passes to 2 all-inclusive draft parties. All coming up. Now, this weekend, Jamie, you have an event planned where people can come on out and meet you.
Yeah.
And I want to just give the audience a little background.
I'm excited
when
for
you
this.
tell me. Where will you be Saturday?
So I will be at Chemical Road, if you're familiar with that area, the big shopping
It's sort
center.
of Conshohocken, Plymouth meeting area.
Yeah, it's right at the joint forces of Conchi and Plymouth meeting.
Next to the Wawa, kind of. Right down the street.
Yeah, there's a Wawa right,
yeah.
And
right
a yum,
there.
yum, yum, yum. No, it's far from the yum,
Yeah,
yum.
it's the Barnes & Noble Shopping Center.
Yes,
You know,
okay.
there is a grand opening of a new store coming to the area.
It is the best.
The PGA Superstore.
PGA Tour Superstore.
PGA Tour Superstore. Grand opening this Saturday. I'll be there from 10 to noon. I can't wait to see the store because you got all excited when I mentioned the opening.
It was a Atlanta thing, then became a Florida thing, and then has branched out. Arthur Blank, the owner of the Falcons, is the guy who is behind these. If you're a golf fan, or you're an amateur golfer, or if you like golf clothing, tennis clothing, like the best selection of clothing you've ever seen in your life for golf is there. So every name brand, even some cheaper brands too, available to you. You'll love it.
Yeah.
The golf selection, the bays where you can hit clubs, the instruction that goes on there. I've taken lessons there.
Well, Bob owes himself a new driver, so I got to recruit Bob over.
PGA Tour Superstore.
I wrote it down.
I'm
where
telling
it
you.
is and what time. I might
over.
try to get over and say hi to you, Jamie.
I'll be there.
Jamie, all I can tell you is, and they're a new obviously new customer in the station. We're glad to have them. But I can tell you is that this is the game changer for golf fans.
Nice. Now, my goal
It's
is
spectacular.
to not spend my entire paycheck there.
Do you need clothing? Because
I have a ton of golf shoes.
worst thing you spend
But I'll
there,
probably get one.
The worst thing you're going to do there is go in there and spend on clothes.
Yeah.
Because when I tell you that it's amazing. They have every Friday, they have the outfits. If you go into PGA Tour Superstore, every weekend when you go in, if you liked Tiger's outfit at his combination at the Masters.
I'll have it.
If you liked Rory's, they've got them all. And you can buy the look from all the different. You like how they got it set for you.
Nice.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah,
You'll
looking
love
forward to it. So I'll be out there 10 to noon. If you're a golf fan, stop on by,
You'll
say
love it.
hello,
I
and
think
check
I'm
out the new
coming up.
store.
And they have a great the golf ball fishing. I could go there and just fish for golf balls out of.
What do you mean golf ball fishing?
Where you get the knockoff balls and you make your own bag.
Oh,
Where you
yeah.
go in, it's the best.
Okay.
Oh, it's the best. You've never seen anything like it.
All right,
it's a
I can't
great
wait.
store. You'll love it. Welcome to Philadelphia. Glad you'll be here. Their owner doesn't really dig me, but it's a great spot. They're good people.
It's close to my house, too, which is dangerous.
Bobby, where are you going to be tonight?
I am going to be at the Green Parrot in Newtown. That's right, Beers with Bob presented by Corona. We're going to be giving out a couple of Sixers tickets for a game this year and some shirts. And probably get there around 5 o'clock, hang out, come say hello, and then show will go from like 6 to 6:45, lead you up to Sixers Milwaukee Bucks, and we'll hang out and watch a little bit of the game, too.
So you can grab a nice Corona, too, while you're hanging out, which is
might
nice.
do that. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
No, it's Beers with Bob. That could mean many beers.
No, not many.
Not many.
It's a Tuesday night, far away from home, so no. But we'll have fun.
There you go. Yesterday afternoon, it was an absolute pleasure on one of the most frigid March 28th ever, recorded.
Was it cold?
In the area. It was terrible. You didn't notice, but everybody else did.
It was pretty cold, Bob.
Did you catch the crowd at the Phillies spring training game yesterday in Clearwater?
Yeah. You're stretching it to call it crowd.
It was empty. And by the way, 2 people I know were in attendance. I asked for an estimation. They said 30 and 35% full for yesterday. So I'm going to round it off to even 40. That was empty.
That makes sense.
Well,
what makes sense about
because it was people didn't make plans on going to spring training. Spring training was not going to happen.
There you go. And also, this is like opening day was supposed to be now.
Opening day was supposed to be Friday, right?
So people that were making plans, and even if they didn't cancel it, they weren't there. So you're basically only getting the Florida crowd that's already there.
Because it's incredible. It was empty, and Clearwater rocks.
Yeah.
I mean, as far as
Pat makes the great point, though. I mean, people may have planned the trip, and then baseball's not there, so they cancel. You can't delay it. Like
I know somebody that planned a bachelor party down there for spring training.
Right,
game,
exactly. Yes,
and that was so they just made a weekend of it in Clearwater. But yeah, I think a lot of people's plans got ruined.
Yeah.
Well, people's plans definitely got ruined. But I've never seen, because Clearwater is fantastic. I mean, it's great, especially when you suffer winter here and you go down to Clearwater. It's as if God is just kissing you on the cheek. He's just saying, here, it's coming.
Yeah.
The nicer weather's coming.
Nice.
When you're in the South all the time, it's not as big a deal, but it is amazing. I mean, it's absolutely amazing. It was shocking, though. The flights are sort of cheap.
Are they?
People jumping on. They're sort of cheap. I mean, because I
was seeing stories about flights just being astronomical. I think Channel 6 had a thing on yesterday about people trying to get down to San Antonio
for the
Final Four, and they said just anywhere. If you want to try to get anywhere to try to get in, not just San Antonio, but it's just the flights are so expensive.
I believe that, but the lockout was more than 3 weeks ago, right? It was solved? It was solved but
they weren't supposed to be playing now.
Yeah, but you didn't have to buy it.
Oh, yeah.
You didn't have to buy it yesterday. Like, it's not like for the Villanova game, you have to make the decision like Saturday night.
Sure.
People were probably on the internet, and you're buying a flight for less than a week. You're going to get screwed. They're gonna screw you on the airfare at that point. But
I can report that liquor is back on flights, though. My buddy flew down to Florida yesterday, and
what do you mean back on flights?
They weren't serving booze during the pandemic. A lot of these flights.
That makes perfect
sense.
Who
wasn't?
A lot of them.
Flights. Yeah,
really?
I saw that stories. Yeah,
yeah. My buddy texted a picture of his vodka soda in the air yesterday.
That they weren't selling booze?
No, a lot weren't.
What airline?
A lot of them.
See, I fly Delta all the time. People had booze. That's shocking.
Yeah,
really.
So booze is back in the airways.
Oh, it's back. And the airlines all collectively and all the CEOs and everything have said, please lift the mask mandate for flights. So we're waiting to have that. There's a chance it could be lifted before we go to the draft. And hopefully it will be. They were supposed to be lifted March 18th. And they delayed it another month. So hopefully they will raise that before we go to Las Vegas for the draft.
That'd be nice.
They'll raise the mask. And then if you want to wear a mask, wear a mask. And if anyone wants to wear a mask on the flight, leave them the hell alone. Don't make comment on it. Just leave them the hell alone.
People can do whatever they want.
My wife says in cold and flu season, she's going to wear one on a plane forever now. If she travels during the wintertime, because all you hear is
oh yeah,
hear it's constantly.
When I was traveling all the time, with the Sixers or whatever, it was common to see people walking around the airports with masks on, and some people. I'm not saying to the degree that we had to hit, but it's not uncommon for people to wear masks when they travel.
And more importantly, there are other cultures where people have worn masks.
Oh, Asia, it's
the
huge.
Asian cultures.
Yeah.
I've seen people wear them in Vegas. Asian people traveling wear them in Vegas all the time, like for years.
Yeah,
around casinos, around whatever like that. The big thing is though, as I think, and it's not. It's just be kind. Just be kind. Someone wants to make a decision like that, let them do it.
Yeah, I don't give a damn.
And you make your own decision for yourself too. So, but that looks like it's going to hopefully be coming together soon. 10 days till opening day. 10 days to opening day for your Philadelphia
Friday
Phillies.
afternoon,
and it was fun. It was fun watching that team yesterday, and watching how did you see the numbers they had up on Nick Castellanos? That he sees, the average person sees 3.9 pitches per at bat last year in the National League.
Yep.
He saw 3.7.
Yeah, his at bats aren't going to take very long. He's up there hacking. Yeah.
He's up there hacking.
Good. I like a
And he's
power
getting
hitter
his-
that likes to, go for it.
And and they were pointing that out on the broadcast. Ben and Tom were talking about that on the broadcast and saying this is a guy who's going to get his wax.
And it's funny because yesterday the way the batting order when Castellanos was batting fourth yesterday, right? And then they had Hoskins up after him. So you have a guy that's hacking, and then you have Hoskins up there who's very, very patient at the plate. So
I wondered when they said it, though. What do you feel about that? Wouldn't you want the patient guy above the hacker, or do you not?
Yeah, I just thought the yin and the yang of it. I really didn't think of how it affects you baseball-wise.
Because it's so versatile. This lineup is versatile.
Yeah.
For the amount of power it has, it is versatile, left, right. Ability to guys like Rhys Hoskins works the count as well as any hitter in the National League.
Yeah, sometimes to an annoyance.
I think Bryce Harper works the count really well.
He does.
Does a good job too.
Yeah.
So you got guys who see pitches. Real Muto, another one.
I love a guy that sees balls, hit balls. And Castellanos is that. He's going to get
Schwarber sort of too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which is nice.
I love it. I don't care. Swing for the fences every time.
It is. This lineup's fun. Pat, I know you're frothing at the mouth for this. You're feeling it.
Yeah.
Even though you don't like opening day, we found out yesterday.
I don't like many games in April. I rarely go to April games. Opening day especially. I think it's always crappy weather. Like, it's adorable every single year.
It's going to be beautiful this year.
Bob won't notice it, but every year they plan the flyover. They cancel the flyover every year. Just stop planning it.
Not this year.
Yeah, I hope you're right. I really do.
Next Friday.
But it's always rainy and cold and in the 50s.
Next Friday, the 8th, is going to be beautiful for Phillies opening day.
I would love that. If it's that weather, yeah, but I'll be selling my tickets.
So you're not going to the game? I was talking about going with us. If I can.
Yeah, I mean, I might if it's nice weather. If not, I'd rather just watch it at home.
That sounds sort of
baseball is a warm weather sport, so sitting and freezing my ass off isn't exactly
no, but I'm telling you the weather's going to be beautiful.
And I
10 days out, I'm going to call it that it's going to be a beautiful day.
From your microphone to God's speakers, I hope that is.
Did you get the Adam seal of approval on that?
Okay.
Maybe we can sell Pat.
Hey, Adam Joseph, do not interrupt General Hospital today, but if you could have something for us looking ahead to opening day and make me look good. I'm telling you, Friday, April the 8th, it is going to be gorgeous. And you know what you're going to do that day? Every one of you goes to the game. You're going to take a selfie, show the beautiful sky, take a nice selfie, and you're going to tag Pat Egan. And you're going to say, wish you were here, Pat. It may be 60, but it's beautiful. Wish you were here.
I'll go pick you up, Pat. If it's that nice, I'll come get you.
Yeah, I'll be selling my tickets. I got 4. I got to unload.
I'm going to get you a ticket. Sit with me.
I would say out of all of the April games, I end up selling 90% of them.
You do, really?
Yeah, just because the weather sucks. So I just.
But I've already assured you it's going to be a beautiful day.
That game I might go to. That might be one of the 10% that I go to.
It's going to be beautiful. Let's get on it there. It is going to be absolutely gorgeous. So as we move along here on opening day, I spilled, in case you didn't see, I spilled a little bit on my paper.
Oh, sorry to
I spilled a little bit on the paper. Just didn't do that. So I'll use Bob's. Bobby.
I have notes on there. No one talks about you. Disregard.
I know that you're starting to drink, Jamie, and I think you were day drinking yesterday. And I'm a little concerned about your day drinking. But you're drinking Kool-Aid.
The guy is drunk, but there he goes.
Which, by the way, is full of calories.
A lot of sugar.
A lot of sugar.
That's
in
why
that
it's
Kool-Aid.
delicious.
What Kool-Aid would your mom make?
No, we were not.
Eileen did not do Kool-Aid. Betty did not.
We were at Crystal Lighthouse.
Really?
And the when we were big
Eileen
on the
didn't love you that much then.
The powdered iced tea mix.
No, she did.
Yeah, we used to do that.
Eileen.
We were a big iced tea house.
Powdered iced tea?
Back in the day, in the 90s.
Oh, yeah, that's good stuff.
Yeah, that was good stuff.
Lipton,
yeah, the yellow can.
Now we're China Mist people.
What?
I'm sorry, what?
China Mist. It's an iced tea company.
That sounds fake.
It sounds it just sounds bougie.
It's delightful.
I drank water out of the hose out back.
Get the Fiesta Punch. It's delightful. Anyway, yeah, I'm drinking the Kool-Aid. I'm ready to get hurt all over again because I know I shouldn't be doing this. I'm emotionally all in on Bryson Stott.
Oh, no.
Attaboy.
I can't get hurt any worse than I've been hurt.
You can't help how you feel, Jamie.
And historically, the Phillies tell me
Here we go again.
I should not do this.
Yes.
I wish I knew how to quit you.
I know that.
Do you? No, do you?
Yes.
You don't.
I'm ready to get hurt again.
Oh, you don't.
I'm all in. He's batting 535.
535.
Oh, my gosh. You're going to do this again.
Yep.
Connor was in here this morning touting him.
He said
he's National League Rookie of the Year.
He's betting him. He said he's third in odds in the NL for Rookie of the Year. I hope he gets enough opportunity to be in the running for that. But I'm ready. I'm drinking the Kool-Aid. I'm all in. Nick Castellanos yesterday was talking about him on the broadcast, and I'll just let Nick fill you in.
You can still have those moments of learning type of thing, isn't it, in the game of baseball?
Oh, nice play.
That is a nice play.
Hey, he's really good.
Yeah. he's really good. Yeah.
You know, and the way that he goes about it, it's like he's cool as a cucumber, you know? If I was having that much success when I was his age, you know, like coming up as a minor leaguer with no big league experience time, I'd be anything that I did positive, like I was so giddy and skipping around and excited, you know? So he's playing like a veteran. It's fun to watch.
Yeah. Uh-huh. I'm in. Bryson Stott.
Yes.
Break my heart again.
What number is he? I got to get his jersey.
Oh, my gosh. Do I want him to do well?
Of course.
Absolutely. What I will tell you about...
I know I'm an idiot right now, but I'm doing it.
What I will tell you about betting him for Rookie of the Year...
Well, I'm not getting that crazy.
Because if you do that...
He won't be up until May.
And he doesn't come up until mid to late May, then that is not... Rookie of the Year would tend to be someone who played the whole year.
When did Bohm come up? Wasn't it kind of late also a little bit?
It was like May.
Yeah.
It was the Super 2.
50-game season?
No.
Bohm played in the 50-game season.
It was the 50-game season.
He played in that weird 50-game season. I mean, he played in the Fugazi season.
I'm with you. Bryson Stott, man. Maybe National League MVP.
Baseball Logic says he's not coming up until mid-May.
Which hurts him in Rookie of the Year.
It could, but other rookies might be doing the same thing. It's all about that extra year of club control.
It does. That is absolutely something that could help. I like your enthusiasm.
I'm not afraid.
And I do like hearing Nick Castellanos have...
I'm afraid.
I'm not afraid.
I'm very afraid.
I'm afraid.
How much more hurt
With
can
the
I be by Phillies prospects?
Well, wait, fool you.
You can't hurt me again.
Fool me once.
Yeah.
Shame on you. Fool me twice. Shame on me.
I'm at
How
like
about fool me 7 times?
I'm at fool me 7,500 times with the Phillies.
No.
I don't care. I'm ready to be hurt all over again.
Yes, I want you to be hurt.
No fan base in sports gets fooled more by their prospects than the Phillies.
Exactly. I'm already such damaged goods that what the hell?
This is the next great guy, Anthony.
Flyers are close second.
Oh, well, no, but they're pre-programmed from birth. They're just programmed by birth. If you took their cyborg panels off, they're just because there's still people that will argue with the Flyers. Like, it's not as bad as you think it is. It's not as bad as you make it out to be. I'm like, no, it's worse. It might be worse.
Anthony's with me.
It might
ready
be
to get
worse.
hurt again? Bryson Stott, emotionally all in.
I am too.
Yeah!
I'll be honest with you.
535 in spring.
I'll be honest with you.
Yeah!
I was all about stop. I'm serious. I love it.
Screw it.
I love it.
Yeah, I'm all
the
in.
thing is, though, with Anthony is the thing is, though, with you, and I haven't listened to you for years before I even got here. You will be all in on the enthusiasm for Stott, but you won't be on the air telling people, man, they got their shortstop for the future. This kid's rocking it. He's going to be great for 10 years.
I got to see it. Listen,
right.
Like, honestly, I got to, like, study him.
But he's been on a year-long tear. This is fall ball, spring.
I know.
You can't count fall ball.
I just got to start. I got to be able to study him. From what I hear, listen, I hear, well, you know.
What's Charlie saying?
He likes him.
Yeah.
I think he can play, Anthony. Anthony, I think he's right there, Anthony.
Exactly.
Know what, though?
Let's dive in.
There was a guy who Charlie liked,
the old
too.
man.
Charlie liked Scott Kingery.
Okay, well, I don't know.
Well, he was great for a month and a half.
He
never touted him.
He never gushed over him.
Correct.
Honestly, because I trust the man. Listen.
I trust him with batting, yes.
He has great eyes.
One of the best, Don Baylor once said.
I love Don Baylor.
Well, Don Baylor's awesome.
One of the greatest guys I ever met.
And Baylor was in the Braves organization, and he said to me, Charlie Manuel, one of the 5 sets of eyes in baseball, Charlie Manuel was one of the names he listed.
Yeah, I can
Because I didn't know Charlie as well and about him before he became the Phillies manager, and I'm trying to figure out and Don Baylor's like, this guy, his eyes for hitters.
It's so funny you said that.
It's amazing.
So, when he gets hot, when Charlie gets hired, remember, it was unpopular because everybody wanted Leland, right?
Right.
You left for Sigs.
I did.
Right.
I did.
And so I was talking to, of all people, David Segui, who was a friend of mine.
Okay.
And David had him in Cleveland. He had Charlie.
Sure.
And he's like, dude, let me tell you something. And I remember covering the Braves-Indians World Series.
95,
I remember going, man, it's Rake. That was Albert Bell, Lofton,
yes,
Manny, the whole thing. And
Carlos Baerga.
That was a great team for them to
Loved Carlos Baerga.
I got a great Baerga story.
Yeah, Tommy was on
share
my
it.
fantasy team all the time.
I got a great story. I can't share on the air, but it's a little
Yes.
R-rated. But he said, Charlie is the greatest hire. This dude is a winner, and nobody knows hitting like him.
See, there you go.
And I was like, all right. And listen, when Segui was a second-generation baseball. His father was Diego Segui, and I trusted him when it came to baseball.
When I heard Don Baylor say it, I was like, done. Then this guy knows.
He's like, you're gonna love him. Take care of him.
Eyes for hitting is amazing.
Yeah.
The understanding that part of the game is great. So
I love this Castellanos though. Oh my God,
cool as hell.
He's my new favorite player.
To put a bow on something we talked about earlier, do you believe before the end of the draft in Vegas that there is a huge splashy Eagles move coming? And I'm not talking about them just drafting a great player at 15. I'm talking about how he makes a bold move up the board and it's a giant splash.
No.
How he makes a trade. You're thinking quiet. Stillwater.
I think they trade to next year. They move. If you
Yeah, but
count
that's not
that
splashy. That's not splashy.
No, I don't think there's a big
Okay, so
splashy
you
move.
do not think. I think one's coming. I feel it in my bones.
Yeah.
I think one's coming. I don't know if it's a signing or if it's a trade. Or if it's a draft night maneuvering to get up the board and grab somebody. Something dramatic. I think's coming.
I don't.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
You got a good handle on this.
down on my plum.
Hey,
I think 23.
we got a lot coming your way today. Cuz Radio's going to entertain you. Cuz and Tunis are coming your way. And then, of course, don't be missing the Mike Missinelli show this afternoon here on The Fanatic. Please support life-saving cancer research. Join us and our generous partners, Farron Electric, and make a donation to the AACR, the American Association for Cancer Research. 97.5 The Fanatic /AACR, because cancer research saves lives. Seat number 8 will be there tomorrow on the John Kincade Show. We break down the Sixers and the Bucks, all the reaction to it. And Jamie has Mock Draft 1.0 tomorrow. Don't miss it. A busy Wednesday. We'll be with you, Adam Schefter at 8:10. John Kincade Show saying, have a great day, everybody.
The John Kincade Show.
They put it on the air?
Of course they put it on the air. It was a big success.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Breakfast is sizzling at Wawa with 2 for $5 Sizzlies in all your favorite varieties, including the return of the sweet and savory waffle Sizzly. For a double delicious breakfast on the go, choose any 2 varieties, including sausage, egg, and cheese on a toasted waffle, bacon, egg, and cheese on a bagel, the Sizzly burrito, and more. Stop